This 5-year-old kid gets taken to the police station 5 times a week, simply because he's undefeated throughout the neighborhood. Facing a chubby kid 2 heads taller than him, he shows no fear whatsoever. He takes him down with ease. The chubby kid refuses to accept defeat and calls his older brother. Although he's had no professional training, his superhuman reflexes allow him to dodge the attacks. Then using his wits, he easily takes down the brother too. Even when facing multiple middle school punks, I remain true to myself. Despite being disadvantaged in stamina, numbers, and size, I don't just charge in blindly. Instead, I adapt to the situation and grab a weapon. I take down the entire group of middle schoolers. The rest are so scared they're crying for their mothers. And so, I'm taken to the police station once again. Facing me, they're regular. The officer is utterly helpless. After lecturing me, he has my mom take me home. Looking into my mother's eyes beyond the exhaustion, there's mostly disappointment. I promise her I'll never fight again. To keep this promise, when I enter middle school, even when facing others' unprovoked bullying, I swallow my anger and endure. I just want to keep a smile on my mother's face. Until one day, uninvited guests arrive at our home. A man holding a funeral portrait tells my mother that my father has passed away. This was my father, whom I'd never met. But this incident not only breaks my promise to my mother, it also brings me a new identity, boss of the group. The scene shifts to when I'm 16. I transfer to City First High School. After the teacher introduces me, the classroom erupts in noise. There are girls fangirling and squealing. Of course, there's also a group of guys with ill intentions. They're the same people who bullied me in middle school. I wave at them warmly. So they're here too. The deskmate the teacher assigns me is also a weirdo. He's been sleeping soundly since earlier. Jin Rim sits down in front of me at this moment. Well, if it isn't our old classmate Kang Ray. After you transferred in middle school, we've been so lonely. Haven't seen you in 2 years. I've missed you so much. Let's enjoy our wonderful high school life together from now on. Hearing his words, I grin. Yeah, let's really enjoy it. Seems unsatisfied with my attitude. Just as he's about to say more, my weird deskmate stops him. Can't you see I'm sleeping? Just one look sends Jin Rim and his crew away from their seats. As they leave, they throw out threats about making me pay. I don't care. Then I suddenly notice a girl keeps glancing at me, as if she knows me, ignoring the teacher's lecture and the bright sunlight outside the window. High school life is really interesting. Soon I drift off to sleep. When class ends, I see my weird deskmate leave his seat. Jin Rim and his crew seize this opportunity to settle scores with me, but that girl blocks them. As class president, she loudly scolds them not to cause trouble. Unexpectedly, I pull her aside from behind. Thanks for your concern, class president, but these are my old classmates. We're just catching up. Before, I only endured because of my promise to my mother, but later, my father told me, a man should use his fists to reclaim his dignity. When my deskmate returns, the classroom is quiet again. I'm still lying there sleeping soundly, except Jin Rim and his crew are nowhere to be seen. The missing Jin Rim is now complaining to Wang Deok-san. The old Kang Ray was a weakling. His aura now is completely different, and he easily took down all 3 of us. You still need to consider the owner before beating the dog. Wang Deok-san seems offended. He decides to take everyone to get payback. The next moment, Wang Deok-san brings a group to my classroom standing before me like a tower. Kid, I hear you can fight, huh? The moment I open my eyes, a big dark face fills my vision. We stare at each other for a full minute. We simultaneously recognize each other. He's that guy from back then. I greet him warmly, but Wang Deok-san doesn't want to talk to me. He stands up and leaves the classroom. Jin Rim is unwilling to accept that Wang Deok-san just walked away. He's about to question him, but looking up at his dark expression, he swallows his words. He can't figure out what's going on. In a deserted place, Wang Deok-san calls someone. Hyung, where are you now? In the blink of an eye, school's out. I just returned to my mother's shop. Someone kneels before me. Boss, you're out of school, I say with displeasure. Haven't I told you many times not to greet me this way around here? Then I get in the car and leave. For a student, the most important element of class is sleeping. Suddenly, the noisy classroom falls silent. This burly man is the PE teacher. At this moment, discordant sounds come from the quiet classroom. The classmates are all sweating for these 2 guys. Angering this muscle demon, these 2 are done for. Both their ears are pinched and lifted up. You 2 have quite the nerve. Chu Seong-jin, you said you needed to prepare for a competition, so I let you off. And who are you? The class president quickly explains I'm a transfer student. You dare sleep in my class? Go to the field right now. While I'm still confused, the teacher tells us to run 3 laps. Whoever reaches the finish line first, this matter is settled. The loser gets to enjoy the teacher's love. This teacher is way too passionate, seeing us both still looking nonchalant. The teacher explodes in rage, spraying spit in my face. We both immediately say we understand. I'm listless, ready to just go through the motions, but Chu Seong-jin takes a proper running stance. This guy's disdainful look really pisses me off. I've never lost in my life. I immediately chase after him, but seeing me catch up, he accelerates and pulls ahead by several positions. This really fires me up. The teacher is stunned. Why are they sprinting from the start? I don't care about any of that. Burn my fighting spirit. This amazes the teacher. Chu Seong-jin, as a light welterweight boxing champion, his athletic ability is unquestionable. Yet I'm actually evenly matched with him. Is that guy a monster? The teacher is very impressed with my athletic talent. He wants to recruit me for the track team, but I refuse, saying it's too much trouble. We both drag our exhausted bodies back to the classroom. The old scholar's lecture on the podium is like a lullaby. Soon we both drift off to sleep again. What I don't know is that danger danger is approaching. An uninvited guest arrives at the school. This alerts the presidents of various sports clubs in the student council. Student council president Im Woo even calls an emergency meeting. This person is Wang Myong-do. He joined the national wrestling team while still in high school. At 18, he won the national unlimited weight class championship, but he has a lifelong enemy, the grudge from that one kick in childhood. Unexpectedly, he finally learns this person's whereabouts from Wang Deok-san. He comes to the school and happens to run into Chu Sung-jin. "Hey Mohawk, how do I get to class 3, first year?" Chu Sung-jin ignores him. This infuriates Wang Myong-do. He grabs his shoulder. "Can't you hear me talking to you?" Unexpectedly, he gets an even more arrogant response from Chu Sung-jin. "Let go, or you're dead." As if hearing the joke of the century. Few in this school dare talk to him like this. Just as he's about to say more, Chu Sung-jin doesn't give him a chance. He lands an uppercut on him directly. Then with agile footwork, he quickly closes in. A combination of punches hammer straight at Wang Myong-do. Taking the hits, Wang Myong-do reaches out and grabs Chu Sung-jin, wiping his injured lips. "Your fists are pretty hard, kid. But I'm Wang Myong-do. Making me angry comes with a price." Just as he's about to make a move, someone stops him. The person is none other than the passionate PE teacher. I happen to pass by and see this scene, wondering why there's always fighting at this school, not knowing at all that this fight started because of me. Meanwhile, at the student council, they're still discussing Wang Myong-do's purpose for coming to school, and things have gotten troublesome. Active national team member Wang Myong-do and national light welterweight gold medalist Chu Seong-jin have already clashed. They've been taken away by the PE teacher. Taekwondo club president UB speaks up first. "That guy definitely didn't come out of nostalgia for his alma mater. You grew up with him. You should know something." The accusation points directly at judo club president Jinji Go. Jinji Go tells everyone it seems to be because of a transfer student, but I have no idea about any of this happening. I get in the driver's car and return to headquarters. Looking at a group of people bowing to me, I rage. How many times have I said not to do this when I'm in my school uniform? The next day, student council president Im Woo comes to the classroom. Coming in, he sees me just waking up. He immediately tells me to come with him. Still groggy, I ask who he is. This makes the atmosphere awkward. The class president smooths things over and introduces him. I remain indifferent. Whatever you have to say, just say it here. My attitude makes Im Woo's veins bulge. "Come with me, and bring that guy next to you too." Then he leaves the classroom without looking back. The class president says Im Woo isn't a bad person. He must have something important to discuss with me. Hearing this, I wake up Chu Sung-jin. He grumbles that it's such a pain, but he still comes with me to the student council. Im Woo tells us about this school. This school was originally a sports specialty school. It recruited athletic students from all over the country, but due to a serious incident 2 years ago, it was downgraded to a regular school, and the main character of that incident was Wang Myong-do, who fought with Chu Seong-jin earlier. He was expelled, but now he's back because of you. Im Woo points at me. I'm completely confused. I can't remember who Wang Myong-do is at all. Back then, Wang Myong-do, a first year, got into conflict with upperclassmen. Among them were 2 national team members and 7 youth representatives. One student from the Taekwondo team had his leg crippled. The school expelled all students involved. The PE teacher strongly protected Wang Myong-do. Later, he even recommended him to a professional team. So why exactly is he looking for you? Im Woo's question confuses me again. I don't know either. In the blink of an eye, school's out. I run into the class president at the school gate. She asks expectantly if I remember her. I study her carefully for a while. Finally, I remember she's so Nam, my kindergarten playmate. I even remember my first kiss was taken by her. I tell her not to worry, I won't tell anyone she kissed me. Seeing me bring this up, Im Woo and a group of people happen to walk by. So Nam runs off in embarrassment. What a strange girl. Back at the group headquarters. Seeing the mountain of documents, my head hurts. Beside me is Cheol Nam, supervising me. The Earth Tiger Group was your father's life's work. Although on the surface it's an ordinary corporate group, its gray industries involve multiple sectors like entertainment, finance, and construction. And as your father's only bloodline, I will certainly assist you in controlling the group. Although you're not old enough yet, this is a good time to learn more about managing the group. In another year or 2, you'll be able to legally inherit it. At this moment, the phone rings. From the voice, there seems to be some trouble. At this moment, the office door is rudely kicked open. This person is Yu John, one of the Earth Tiger Group's branch bosses. He's also one of those dissatisfied with me inheriting the group. Are you crazy? You want to let a wet behind the ears brat inherit the boss's business? Hearing this, Cheol Nam is furious. Are you looking for death? How dare you speak to the young master like this? He's about to teach him a lesson, but I stop him. I ask with a smile, how's your nose, Uncle Yu Jian? Did you come here today to get beaten again? Perfect. I'm in a bad mood today. At the student council meeting the next day, they still haven't figured out how to deal with Wang Myong-do. The first to speak up is the hot-tempered Taekwondo club president UB. He injured my Taekwondo members before. Now he's still haunting us, hanging around the school every day. This Wang Myong-do has gone too far. I'm going to deal with him right now. On the other side, I'm sleeping in the classroom when Wang Deok-san wakes me up. He tells me he has something important to tell me. I ignore him, so he keeps muttering in my ear. I can't stand it anymore. Impatiently, I stand up and go out with him. Sitting in the back alley of the school is Wang Myong-do. Lying scattered all over the ground are the people UB brought. You bastard, I'll cripple you. Yubai quickly closes in and launches a flying kick at Wang Myung-do, but Wang Myung-do catches his ankle directly. Know what I'm going to do next? Then with one hand, he flings Yubai into the air. He crashes hard onto the ground. That's what it feels like to have your leg crippled. Just as he's about to strike viciously, Imwoo stops him. Seeing who arrived, Wang Myung-do isn't impressed. What? Does the student council president want to spar with me too? Hearing the provocation, Imwoo doesn't dare respond. At this moment, Wang Deok-san brings me over. Seeing me, Wang Myung-do's eyes immediately fill with bloodshot rage. I also remember he's that chubby kid. Without a word, he prepares to attack, but Imwoo blocks him. Move if you don't want to die. Then he prepares to strike at Imwoo. I push Imwoo aside. I don't know why you're looking for me, but if you want to fight, let's go to the gym. You keep provoking me. Do you think I'm easy to bully? The killing intent I release in an instant shocks both Wang Myung-do and the others. Soon, news of my duel with Wang Myung-do spreads throughout the school. On the ring, I look relaxed. Wang Myung-do is even more dismissive. Imwoo didn't expect things to develop to this point. Thinking about his promise to So Nam to resolve this gives him a headache. At this moment, the PE teacher also arrives. He hands over 2 pairs of gloves. He tells us he'll be the referee. Using mixed martial arts rules, 3 rounds of 3 minutes each. The teacher also warns Wang Myung-do that this is just practice, don't go for the kill. I'm still curious why this guy won't leave me alone. He gives the answer. I've only lost to you once in my life. Is that reason good enough? As the bell rings, Wang Myung-do attacks first. He reaches to grab me. While dodging, I simultaneously grab his arm. Then a flying knee strikes directly into his stomach. Wang Myung-do crashes to the ground, still trying to struggle. I land a straight punch on the back of his neck. The arena falls silent. This level is pretty average. Everyone hasn't even reacted yet, and it's over. What's even more unbelievable is that in just 3 seconds, I code the national champion. I break the silence. Teacher, aren't you going to start counting? At this moment, Wang Myung-do wobbles to his feet. What's the rush? It's just getting started now. This guy took that hit and can stand up so quickly. At this moment, thunderous cheers erupt in the arena. Wang Myung-do bends down like a leopard about to hunt. I remain steady as a mountain. I slowly extend my arm toward him. You should just stay down. Why bother getting up? I sidestep his devastating strike. Then I grab his hair and pull back. I slam him to the ground once again. Landing on the back of his head, he falls into a daze. I take advantage and mount him. I'll ask you again. Do you think I'm easy to bully? Then my fists rain down on Wang Myung-do like a storm. After the teacher calls stop, Wang Myung-do has fallen unconscious. 2 days later, Wang Myung-do wakes up in the hospital. The PE teacher describes his injuries. Fractured nose, cracked skull, 3 broken ribs. The doctor says he needs 3 months to recover, and your competition qualification has been taken by someone else. Hearing this, Wang Myung-do shows no expression. None of that matters, because I found something more interesting than wrestling. Meanwhile, over the past 2 days at school, I noticed the atmosphere is particularly oppressive. Classmates all avoid me. Even when I go to the bathroom, the guy next to me runs off without even pulling up his pants. At this moment, Chu Seong-jin finds me. That guy should have been defeated by me. 8 p.m. Meet at the gym. After warming up at the gym, he still doesn't see me. Only then does he realize I stood him up. I didn't do it on purpose, because I really am busy at night, and my request for time off was mercilessly rejected. Early the next morning, I'm sleeping with my head on the desk when Chu Seong-jin kicks me awake. He asks if I stood him up yesterday because I was scared. I laugh dismissively. I've lived this long and still don't know what fear means. Hearing me dismiss him like this, Chu Seong-jin doesn't waste words and throws a punch at my face. Just when he thinks his punch landed solidly, the next second he freezes, because his fist is caught in my grip. I taunt him, saying, "Pretty strong punch for a kid." This makes his veins bulge. Instantly, he throws countless punches at me, but I easily dodge them all. Unwilling to accept this, Chu Seong-jin attacks again. I deflect his attack with a horizontal palm strike. Just as we're about to continue our fight, a classmate barges in and sees us. We're forced to stop the match, but the atmosphere in the classroom remains oppressive all day. Classmates are whispering about what happened this morning. Finally, school ends. Chu Seong-jin stands up and tells me to come with him. I tell him to get in the car with me. I'm very busy at night. The destination is a boxing gym. The driver waiting outside notices a suspicious vehicle. A group of people with baseball bats gets out of the car. They definitely don't look like athletes. At this moment, inside the gym, Chu Seong-jin has already put on boxing gloves. I stare at a photo on the side. Chu Seong-jin tells me to get in the ring quickly. He says he's been annoyed since the first time he saw me. I sarcastically reply that he sleeps every day, so when would he have a chance to see me? When I ask for gloves, he mocks me. He says he's a professional boxer, not playing around like kids. Being looked down on like this really pisses me off. I slowly unbutton my shirt. This makes Chu Seong-jin's eyes widen in disbelief, because my body is covered in scars. There are knife scars, lacerations, even bullet wounds. He doesn't understand why a high school student has these scars. This only intensifies his competitive spirit. He throws a fierce punch at me, but his uncle stops him. He says a group of people outside is about to cause trouble. When we come outside, we find a group of people kneeling before the driver, crying. I ask him what happened. He says he saw a group with weapons about to enter the gym. Worried they might harm me, he restrained them all. I tell him to take the leader back to the company for questioning. The thugs see we're not to be messed with. They immediately explain what happened. Turns out the previous gym owner owed them money, so they came to Chu Seong-jin to collect. I ask Cheol-nam how we usually handle these situations. Cheol-nam thinks for a moment and says we usually reason with them. The next day at school, come out here for a second. I follow Chu Seong-jin outside, so Nam shows a worried expression. Outside Outside the classroom, Chu Sung-jin takes out a document envelope. He asks if I was the one who dealt with those gym thugs. He says they voluntarily returned the money and property deed. His expression isn't one of gratitude. He even questions why I interfered in someone else's business. This ungrateful attitude really pisses me off. If it's for your damn pride, then go back and get revenge on those thugs yourself. What kind of skill is it to confront someone who helped you? Chu Seong-jin says he went looking for them. He found the company closed and asks what I did to them. I tell him to stop worrying about other things and just focus on boxing. Didn't you promise your father you'd win the world championship? After saying this, I turn to leave. I leave him with one more thing. If you want to fight me, I'm ready anytime. Fear and running away aren't my style. Then I walk straight away. Watching my retreating back, Chu Seong-jin thinks for the first time that I'm kind of cool. As I turn the corner, I almost bump right into So-nam. She worries if we were fighting again. Oh, you're worried about me? Hearing my words, So-nam's face instantly turns red. She explains it's her duty as class president. I promise her I won't fight with classmates anymore. Then I leave casually. At the corner, a figure watches all of this. This person is student council president Im Woo. At this moment, in a mansion, Earth Tiger Group branch boss Yoo Jeon is kneeling on the ground. Before him is an old man. This person is Yong Shin, boss of the three-headed ghost. Yoo Jeon asks Yong Shin for one more chance. He asks him to help him once more so he can take down the Earth Tiger Group. Yong Shin is displeased that Yoo Jeon was defeated by a kid like me. Though young, he's still the tiger's son and must be dealt with carefully. But kids always have weaknesses. Just find the weakness and exploit it. I just returned to the classroom when more trouble arrives. Taekwondo club president Yu Bai brings a group to the class. He demands I come out with him. I hate it when people use a commanding tone with me. Do you think I'm someone who obediently follows orders? At this moment, Yu Bai thinks one word: arrogant. This first year is really arrogant. Move. His tone brooks no argument. Yu Bai's underling is about to scold, then turns and sees it's Chu Seong-jin. He swallows his words. What kind of monsters are this year's first years? Just as Yu Bai is about to explode, someone interrupts. Don't touch Kang Rei. He's joining our judo club. The person is Gusak Ho from the judo club. I'm completely confused. How did I not know this? This isn't over. Another group arrives outside the classroom. One group is led by Kendo club president Mok Chian Rim. The other is led by wrestling club president Lee Song-hyuk. All the school's big shots are now gathered at the classroom. This makes the students not even dare to breathe. All these people came to recruit me, so Nam can't take it anymore. She gathers her courage and kicks everyone out, and slams the door hard. Just as she sighs in relief and tells me it's okay, these guys come back in through the front door. They pester me, saying men should practice wrestling, that kendo is most popular with girls, and so on. What annoying guys. At this moment, the teacher comes and breaks it up. He scolds everyone to leave quickly, and tells me to come to his office. He warns me not to cause trouble. Wang Mayong-do was just as popular as you before. In the end, it led to a mass brawl. I dismissively tell him I won't join any club, because I'm busy and have no time to practice, and the ones who should be here are those guys, not me. Also tell them not to bother me, because I'm not someone who's afraid of provocation. Im Woo overhears the conversation with the teacher from outside the door. Im Woo walks straight ahead. He arrives at a warehouse. Inside, a group of delinquent students sits around. Well, if it isn't our noble president. What brings you here? I need you to help me deal with a kid. At this moment, I'm attacked by mysterious people on my way home from school. When I wake up again, I find myself in an unfamiliar place, surrounded by people I don't know. As I groggily get up, someone kicks me in the back. The leader here should be that ponytailed guy with a scar. This situation is kind of interesting. Seeing me able to laugh in this situation, Ponytail is also surprised. The guy who ambushed me earlier swings a wooden stick at me again. I crouch slightly to dodge the attack. Then I punch the stick directly. The stick spins a few times and lands in front of Ponytail. The ambusher doesn't give up and attacks again. I grab his wrist directly. Then I charge power with my left hand and strike hard at him. The powerful force makes him look like he was hit by a train. I follow with a right hook to his face. He instantly loses his ability to fight. The lightning-fast fight shocks everyone. I ask who they are. Getting no response, I tell them to come at me, deciding to get my answers with my fists. After a moment of shock, Ponytail shows a cruel smile. Everyone, attack, take him down. Everyone rushes at me. I punch the person on my right in the chest. Then I change my fist to a palm strike to the chin. Then I raise my left elbow and strike the person on my left in the eye socket. Someone behind me wraps a chain around my neck. This person lets out a sinister laugh. You're done for now. I directly stick my thumb into his eye. Then I push his head into the guy with glasses beside him. Taking down 4 people in an instant makes everyone hesitate. I fall into a state of excitement. Ponytail orders everyone to grab weapons. This feeling of my blood boiling is amazing. 2 people attack from behind. I knock them down with 2 punches. Before I can catch my breath, another person wraps his arms around me, pinning my arms. The person in front raises a baseball bat at my head. I launch a front kick and send him flying. Then I break free from the person behind me. 2 punches take him down. Before I can react, someone hits me on the head with a stick. I touch my head and look at my hand covered in blood. I go berserk. My powerful fighting ability and crazed appearance make everyone hesitate to approach, but I charge at them. Half an hour later, besides Ponytail and me, no one is left standing. Ponytail's throat makes gulping sounds, but he can't say anything. At this moment, he's truly afraid. I grab him by the collar and ask who's behind this. Afterwards, I arrive at the school building. Im Woo has his phone in front of him, anxiously waiting for news from Ponytail. But what arrives is me, the demon. He can't believe I'm able to appear here. I approach him with a sinister grin. Without wasting words, I grab his hair. I slam his head hard against the desk. Just as I'm about to slam again, So Nam suddenly suddenly appears. She can't believe what's happening before her. I whisper in Im Woo's ear, "You're lucky today." Then I leave without a word. The next day at school, Cheol Nam insists on following me. Accompanying him are over a dozen cars. Cheol Nam wants to deal with those who hurt me. I explain it's just a small friction between students. Finally, unable to persuade me, he agrees to have people wait outside the school on standby. Arriving at my desk, Chu Sung-jin glances at me. Getting beat up is really embarrassing. I instantly rage. I fought 14 people. Chu Sung-jin still says indifferently, still embarrassing. I'm instantly speechless. At this moment, the intercom calls me to the school board. Chu Sung-jin asks if I offended Im Woo. His father is the school operator. His uncle is the chairman of the school board. He tells me to be careful. I don't take it to heart and leave the classroom. In the office, the PE teacher and homeroom teacher sit on the sofa. Im Woo stands to the side, and sitting in the main seat must be his uncle. They're really from the same family. Their postures are identical. Right away, his uncle lists my offenses. "You haven't been at school long and have already committed 3 serious incidents. We've decided to expel you." Im Woo stands to the side, gloating. "Sorry, looks like we can't be classmates anymore." "Is that so?" I say indifferently, pulling out my phone. "Hello? Do you know which conglomerate owns my school? Buy the school right now." Half an hour later, over a dozen cars pull into the school. Dozens of people in matching suits step out. Cheol Nam barges into the office. Before they can react, "Hand over the school," Cheol Nam says coldly, tossing a thick folder to Im Chung-soo. When he opens it and sees the contents, his hands start trembling uncontrollably, because this is 3 years worth of evidence of the Yongjong Foundation's corruption. The evidence points directly at Im Chung-soo. Either hand over the school, or prepare to do time. At a mansion, Im Chung-soo is getting chewed out by his brother Im Chung-san. After calling people in to understand what happened, Im Chung-san makes a mysterious phone call. "Chief Kim, you know about the Earth Tiger Group, right?" Meanwhile, at the Earth Tiger Group, I'm amazed at how efficiently Cheol Nam handled this. Cheol Nam explains he had already investigated the entire school situation before I enrolled. "So who's going to be the school board director?" "Young master, you ordered the school's purchase. Of course you should be the director." The next day at school, Chu Sung-jin glances at me, runs his hand through his spiky hair, then without a word, starts snoring away. So Nam runs over, concerned, asking if I'm okay. I tell her everything's been resolved, no need to worry. Suddenly a voice comes from the doorway. "Kang Rae, don't think I'm scared just because you've got muscle backing you up." Hearing Im Woo's provocation, I start to stand, but the guy bolts the next second. Meanwhile, following my instructions, Cheol Nam arranges for the gym teacher to become school director. Before I know it, school's over. As I'm about to head home, a group lurking in the corner eyes me with ill intent. Im Woo tells the guys next to him to just bring me to him. "This money is your payment." The two think it's a piece of cake, but when they see it's me, their jaws drop, because these two are the guys who caused trouble at Chu Sung-jin's gym. The ones Cheol Nam had a talk with. The two throw the money back at Im Woo. "Are you out of your mind?" Then they flee like madmen. When I get in the car to leave, Im Woo is stunned again, because over a dozen cars are in the convoy. Who the hell is this guy? That evening, I return to Mom's coffee shop. I ask the question I've been holding onto for so long. "Why did you and Dad separate back then?" Hearing this, Mom's expression wavers for a moment. "I'll tell you when the time is right." Seeing her response, I don't press further. After I leave, Mom falls into reminiscence. That man, because he didn't want Kang Rae caught up in danger. She agreed to separate and raise me alone. Just then, her memories are interrupted. Sister-in-law, long time no see. The visitor is none other than Yu Ji-on, who's been trying to kill me and take over Earth Tiger Group. These guys actually kidnapped Mom. They threatened me to go with them. While I still have my sanity, tell me where she is. I immediately drive there. On the way, I call Cheol Nam to tell him the situation. Surprisingly, he shows no emotion whatsoever. He even tells me not to worry. "What are you talking about? That's my mom. How can I not worry? I'm going to kill those bastards." Cheol Nam assures me over the phone. Ma'am will absolutely be fine at an abandoned factory. Mom sits in a chair. In front of her stand Yu Ji-on and his men. "Sister-in-law, I don't want to make this difficult. Just hand over control of Earth Tiger Group. After all, such a large organization. A kid can't handle it." Mom says calmly, "Earth Tiger Group can only be inherited by my son." Hearing this, Yu Ji-on's face darkens. But Mom slowly stands up, facing these vicious criminals without fear. Her face is filled with murderous intent instead. When I arrive at the location, Cheol Nam is already waiting. Compared to his calm demeanor, I'm burning with rage. I charge toward the factory. But when I kick open the door, the scene is nothing like I imagined. Mom stands there calmly, while bodies lie scattered all over the floor. She's still holding Yu-jon. When she sees me, she lets go of Yu-jon. "I'll leave the cleanup to you." Freed, Yu-jon backs away rapidly like he's seen a ghost, cowering in the corner, trembling and begging for mercy, as if something terrifying just happened. Cheol Nam approaches Mom and bows apologetically. "Ma'am, I'm sorry." Mom ignores him and walks straight to me. "Son, let's go. Let's go back and open the shop." I'm full of questions, but Mom has no intention of explaining. "It's still the same. I'll tell you when the time is right. You just need to remember one thing. I'm still the mom who loves you. That's enough." Outside, Bong Sam sees Cheol Nam approaching. He bows deeply. Cheol Nam points out that Yu Ji-on has foreign backing. As a bodyguard, Bong Sam especially needs to be careful. He tells him to carry weapons from now on. Though Bong Sam's specialty is driving, don't let his gentle appearance fool you. Once he holds his 3-section staff, he transforms into a demon. Now Yongshin of the Three-Headed Ghost Society has his eyes on the boss. Find someone trustworthy to be the boss's personal bodyguard. Meanwhile, So Nam is having dinner with her father at home. Seeing his daughter looking troubled, Prosecutor Kim asks what's wrong. Her hesitant expression worries him even more. He absolutely won't let anyone hurt his daughter. After dinner, he steps outside and calls Im Woo to inquire about the situation. Im Woo exaggerates everything about me. On my my end, lying in bed, I toss and turn, unable to sleep. Who exactly is mom? The next day at the three-headed ghost society mansion, someone kneels before young Shin, reporting Yu Jion's failure. These outsiders really can't be trusted. He then arranges for this person to plant Myong in the school. Meanwhile, Sheo Nam secretly calls the new school director to arrange for transfer students to enroll. Right after hanging up, the office door opens. Wang Myong-do turns out to be that transfer student. When the class sees Wang Myong-do, they fall dead silent. Chu Seong-jin and I are confused too. Soon another transfer student enters. This makes the girls squeal. It's a handsome guy with a ponytail. He introduces himself as J.W. Asu, but no matter how you look at it, these two don't look like high schoolers. Especially this J.W. Asu guy. Beneath his smile lurks a trace of killing intent. Right after class, Wang Myong-do stops Chu Song-jin. The two go to the back of the classroom. Chu Song-jin takes a fighting stance. Don't think that just because you lost to Kang Rei you can regain confidence by beating me. But Wang Myong-do has no intention of fighting. Instead, he asks Chu Seong-jin to teach him boxing. Seeing his sincere expression, Chu Seong-jin hesitates but eventually agrees. From then on, whenever they have time, the two practice at the gym. Wang Myong-do improves rapidly. From being completely dominated at first, he gradually starts trading blows with Chu Seong-jin. Everything Wang Myong-do does is to one day avenge his defeat against me. The next day, the teacher announces yet another transfer student. The students groan, "This is never ending!" But when they see who it is, the male students go wild. It's actually a beautiful girl. She introduces herself as Myong from our nation. After speaking, her eyes seem to glance at me, intentionally or not. At this moment, Young Shin receives word that Myong has successfully infiltrated the school. During break, So Nam notices Myong staring straight at me. She immediately gets jealous. She drags me out to buy things, staking her claim. Unexpectedly, Myong follows us out. She explains she just arrived in H Nation, doesn't know anyone, and hopes to be friends with us. Seeing the two girls chatting, I turn and walk away. This girl gives me a dangerous feeling. After leaving, I pull Jae-wasu aside. I've already guessed he's the bodyguard Cheol Nam arranged for me. I warn him, either be a quiet classmate or get lost. That evening, back at Mom's coffee shop, I bring up that strange girl. Mom teases me about being interested in girls. I say the girl gives me a weird feeling, the same feeling I got from Mom that night. When I'm not paying attention, Mom's expression gradually becomes serious. The next day, I'm walking alone on campus. I keep feeling eyes on me, but when I turn around, I don't see anything unusual. After I become alert, she quickly moves away. She lifts her skirt, revealing leg guards underneath. She removes the guards and sets them down, full of hidden weapons. She assembles the weapons, preparing to assassinate me. Then a voice sounds behind her, "So you're from the shinobi lineage. I advise you to abandon your mission. I'll pretend nothing happened." The speaker is Mom. Myong immediately turns and retreats, simultaneously shooting a flying needle toward Mom. Watching the weapon fly at her, Mom doesn't flinch. She simply raises her hand and catches the needle. Seeing this, Myong knows this woman is not to be trifled with. She's already thinking of retreating, but Mom doesn't give her the chance, flicking the needle back at her. Unable to dodge in time, her face gets cut. By now, Mom has rapidly closed in, her high kick about to stomp down hard. I'm done. This is Myong's last thought, but the foot lands only on the ground beside her. Myong is trembling all over with fear. Mom grabs her by the cheeks. Two choices, either take me to whoever sent you, or die right now. Left with no choice, Myong takes her to the three-headed ghost society mansion. At the entrance, two guards block the way, warning it's private property. Mom doesn't waste words. She walks straight inside. The bald guard, enduring the pain, hits the alarm. Just inside, another person blocks her path, demanding to know who she is. Seeing Mom doesn't answer, he snaps his fingers. Instantly, a group of armed thugs pour out. Mom surveys the room and says calmly, "Anyone with a weapon won't see tomorrow's sun. I'm here only because you targeted my son. Enough talk. Let's begin." On my end, after school, I arrive at Mom's shop. I find a temporarily closed notice on the door. Calling Mom, I get a message saying the line is unavailable. This makes me worry about her. Meanwhile, Mom effortlessly takes down several people. Her overwhelming power stuns everyone. One person attacks from behind with a sword. Mom's high kick strikes him square in the face. The bald man seizes the opportunity to stab with a knife, but Mom seems to have eyes in the back of her head. She yanks up the unconscious person, using him to block the strike. The bald man, furious and humiliated, throws a punch. Mom jabs two fingers into his eye sockets, then slams him hard into the ground. Not a single one of the tough guys in front of her dares to step forward. Someone behind her pulls out a water gun, telling Mom not to move. Then someone in front swings a wooden stick at Mom. Mom quickly ducks to avoid the stick, then sweeps this person off his feet. She kicks a knife lying nearby. The spinning knife embeds itself in the gunman's shoulder. Then Mom picks up a katana nearby and finishes him with a horizontal slash. Those who stand in my way can wait in hell. In mere moments, no one is left standing except Mom. Mom is like a demon descended from hell. Holding the blade, she walks step by step toward her room. Her heavy footsteps sound like death's knell. At this moment, Yong Shin is hiding in the room, watching everything through a peephole. This woman is terrifying. Mom charges toward him. With one strike, she pierces through the door. The sharp blade grazes his cheek and lodges in the wall. "I don't care who you are. Touch my son again, and you're dead." The next day at school, I'm restless all day. So Nam notices I'm troubled. She asks me to go out for food after school. I make an excuse to get out of it. I rush to Mom's shop by car. The shop lights are on. Mom is busy inside. I ask her what happened. She just tells me she went to handle some small matters. Then I notice Myong standing nearby. Lai. She seems terrified of Mom, standing there not daring to make a sound. Mom explains she's here to work part-time, but I don't believe this explanation at all. Mom has more and more secrets. I understand her less and less. This becomes the fuse for a misunderstanding with Mom, nearly leading to something I'd regret forever. At this moment, a man arriving at the mansion entrance senses something is wrong. The three-headed ghost society, Y Nation's largest force, has no guards posted. When he sees Yongshin slumped dejectedly on the ground, he's even more shocked. The person before him doesn't look like a decisive gang boss, but rather like an old man past his prime. Yongshin sees the visitor and asks his purpose. The man says he's here to eliminate the Earth Tiger group. Hearing the name Earth Tiger, Yongshin seems traumatized. His whole body trembles uncontrollably as he mutters he's planning to retire from the underworld. Meanwhile, Yubi and others block my path. These guys just won't quit. The four take me to the gym. They tell me I've been too arrogant lately and plan to teach me a lesson. I couldn't care less about their provocation. While I'm confronting the four, the mastermind Imwoo is on the second floor admiring his handiwork. Suddenly, Joasu appears on his left. I heard Big Brother Cheol Nam had his teeth knocked out by the boss before yeah, and the boss was only in middle school then. Imwoo turns to Bong Sam on his right. And that guy Guillotine had it worse. His eyeball was gouged out. Listening to their conversation, Imwoo nearly wets himself. The fight below ends quickly. Having operated in the adult world for years, these few are like children playing house to me. I take them down in seconds, leaving only Gusako. This guy's smart enough to say he was just passing by. I can't be bothered with him and prepare to leave. Seeing it's over, Jaewasu asks what to do with Imwoo. I tell him to ignore that fool. As we leave, Bong Sam warns Imwoo. The boss isn't someone a kid like you can mess with. The scene shifts to two figures walking on a mountain path. It's Mom and Mayong. The camera shows a temple. Mom steps into the main hall and bows to an old monk. Master, I'm back. Mayong peeks through the doorway. A small head pops out beside her, also looking curiously. Mom smiles when she sees the boy. Junior has grown up too. Mayong sits on the steps looking especially anxious, unsure of Mom's intentions. The boy from before approaches and introduces himself to Mayong as Jin Tae. Inside the hall, Mom tells the old monk her purpose for coming. Mom explains that Mayong is from the shinobi lineage, has killed too much, and hopes to stay here for a while. The old monk agrees, as the shinobi lineage is a branch of the martial lineage after all. He also tells Mom he plans to send Jin Tae into the world soon. Hearing this, Mom understands his intention. She immediately stands and bows. Thank you, Master. On my end, I'm resting in bed. So Nam calls asking me to see a movie. After thinking about it, I agree. Better not to hurt a girl's feelings. Soon I arrive at the meeting spot. So Nam is wearing a plaid t-shirt today, looking especially youthful and vibrant. While we're discussing what movie to see, we run into Sonam's father. He suggests we all eat together. Sonam asks why he's here. He explains that as Sonam's boyfriend, he needs to vet me properly. Then he finds an excuse to send Sonam away. Now only the two of us remain. His smile fades. I know who you are, but I won't restrict your relationship with Sonam. Just don't let her get hurt. Otherwise, the Earth Tiger group will cease to exist. He then pulls out a photo and hands it to me. These people just entered from our nation yesterday. Their target is you. After saying goodbye to Sonam, I toss the photo to Bong Sam. Bong Sam's expression becomes grave. He tells me this is Yongjo, president of the Three-Headed Ghost Society's Decapitation Society. He's an extremely brutal guy. The next day, Bong Sam tells Jaewasu about this. Jaewasu looks at his hidden knife. Finally, some action. I'm called to the gym over the PA system. Arriving at the gym, I see Wang Myung-do and Chu Song-jin are already there. The gym teacher says Wang Myung-do wants a rematch. I shrug it off. Fighting doesn't need a reason. Though Wang Myung-do has been training in boxing, he's still no match for me. He's constantly on the defensive, taking hits. Then the class bell rings. Lunch break is over. As I leave, I say, we'll continue later. At this moment, two buses are heading toward the school. Arriving at school, a group of men in black exit the buses. They quickly pull up the school gate. Bong Sam sees everything. He tells the bald guy he needs to talk to him. As the bald guy approaches, Bong Sam reaches out and grabs his clothes, yanking him back hard. The bald guy's head slams into the railing and he passes out. Slowly, Bong Sam draws his three-section staff. Then he attempts a classic hurdle, but due to his weight, his foot catches on the railing, and he faceplants. The situation is momentarily awkward. Bong Sam regains his composure and texts Jae-Dwa-su. Receiving the message, Jae-Dwa-su walks straight out of class, ignoring everyone's stares. At the boxing gym, Chu Seung-jin asks Wang Myung-do. Still can't beat him? Wang Myung-do falls silent. Then the gym door is kicked open. A group wielding clubs walks in. They pull out a photo of me, asking if the two have seen me. Getting no response, they look around and prepare to search elsewhere. Hey, Onionhead, why are you looking for him? At this moment, the Three-Headed Ghost Society members are searching for me in groups. One group is about to head upstairs. Looking up, they find Jaewasu standing on the stairs. What are you punks from the Three-Headed Ghost Society doing here? The bald guy gets angry and moves forward. Jaewasu quickly pulls out his knife and stabs the bald guy in the abdomen. It's all because of you bastards. My school life is ruined. Then follows a dazzling flurry of blade work. The bald guy falls in a pool of blood. Meanwhile, the school director's office is suddenly kicked open. A group of men in black bursts in. Leading them is Yongjo of the Three-Headed Ghost Society. The director is about to shout at their behavior, but Yongjo signals Gasan beside him. Gasan moves like a ghost behind the director, pressing him down into the chair. Yongjo shows him a photo. Bring this person here, or you die. In the gym, the Three-Headed Ghost Society members are displeased with Wang Myungdo's attitude. The leader puts his hand to his ear, arrogantly arrogantly asking what he said. If you don't have the skills, don't act tough. The crowd behind him rushes forward. Wang Myung-do's large hand grabs one person and slams him backward. Chu Sung-jin quickly steps forward to join the fight. At the school gate, bodies lie scattered in front of Bong Sam. Bong Sam is still worried about JW Su. The next second, he smiles in relief. Why worry about him? I need to enjoy my own fight. In the classroom, one person already lies before JW Su. The rest pull out their weapons. One person thrusts a knife upward at JW Su's abdomen. JW Su leans back to dodge the attack, simultaneously slashing his dagger across the person's throat. Another person stabs at JW Su with a dagger. JW Su ducks to avoid the attack, grips his knife reverse-handed and stabs the person's wrist. With both hands on the knife, he pins the person to the wall. Soon the commotion outside draws the students' attention. I've already guessed what's happening. I walk straight out of the classroom, telling the teacher to lock the classroom door. Just downstairs, I see someone lying in a pool of blood. JW Su is surrounded by a group. I glance at the fire extinguisher in the corner. Quietly, I approach someone from behind. I swing the fire extinguisher and send him flying. The crowd turns and realizes I'm the one they're looking for, redirecting their attention. I pull the pin on the fire extinguisher, lift it, and spray at the crowd. The area instantly fills with white powder. After spraying, I toss the extinguisher into the crowd, then charge in. When I emerge from the other side of the white cloud, I'm gripping someone's head and slam it hard into the ground. After meeting up with JW Su, I ask if he contacted Cheol Nam. He tells me the call didn't go through, but he sent a text. We stand back to back. I tell him we need to break through the encirclement first. Having just taken down one person, Bong Sam is attacked from behind. Bong Sam swings his staff backhand onto the attacker's shoulder. The person drops to his knees in pain. Bong Sam gathers all his strength and strikes hard across his nose. Having finished the fight, he sees JW Su and me charge out. Wang Myung-do and Chu Sung-jin have also dealt with the gym group and rush over. I tell them they shouldn't be involved in this. They say it's too late for that now. Then a group slowly emerges from nearby. The leader is Yongjo. Oh my, so many people down. Did they underestimate you because you're kids? This isn't child's play. This time I'll at least take your head with me. The battle is intense. It finally ends when the police arrive. Time flies. For the past 2 years, what students talk about most is that epic battle. Someone says the school's former boss could take on 200 people alone. Most say it's too exaggerated and don't believe it. So this student pulls out his phone. The phone recorded that brutal battle. Gasan and Kang Rei face each other, trading punches and kicks evenly matched. While the two are locked in combat, Yongjo takes Sonam hostage. Kang Rei is shocked. Just then, a flying knife grazes Kang Rei's cheek, heading toward Yongjo. The one who threw it was JW Su. Because of this knife, JW Su spent 2 years in prison. Today is the day he's released. Bong Sam has been waiting outside. Seeing JW Su emerge, he greets him warmly. The two exchange smiles. JW Su walks toward the car. The car door opens. A stern-faced young man steps out. Boss, you came. JW Su bows respectfully. Welcome back. Still interested in going to school? On the street walks a country bumpkin carrying a large backpack. Having just come down from the mountain, he's curious about everything. This person is Mom's junior, Jin Tae. Seeing the school bulletin board filled with congratulations for Wang Myung-do and Chu Seong-jin's awards, he finds the school interesting. In class 5 of the first year, the homeroom teacher is introducing school history. She asks which students are athletic recruits to raise their hands. It's the handsome guy, the pretty girl, and the chubby one. Then a head peeks in. Jin Tae is also assigned to this class, remembering his master's teaching to be polite. He's extremely polite to everyone. After school, he finds his senior sister's house by the address. She's already waiting at home. She's already prepared a room for him. This used to be my son's room, but he hasn't been home in 2 years. He's at the same school as you. You'll meet soon. Then she leads Jin Tae down to the basement. Rather than calling it a basement, it's more fitting to call it a training hall. Come, let me see your abilities. Hearing this, Jin Tae freezes. Senior sister, you'll get hurt. At this moment, the student council department heads are in a meeting. The current student council president is So Nam. The department heads below dismiss this delicate-looking girl. They complain there's a lot to do and to get on with it. Then the sound of a door opening draws everyone's attention. Chu Seong-jin walks in. Seeing it's him, everyone shuts up, because over these 2 years, he's swept all the lightweight gold medals. So Nam asks about Wang Myung-do. Chu Seong-jin says Wang Myung-do is preparing for next week's competition in America. Then So Nam brings up the meeting's agenda. First, clubs have 7 days to recruit new members. Second, forcing students to join is not allowed. After the meeting, Chu Sung-jin doesn't leave. Has he contacted you? So Nam looks a bit downcast at this. Chu Sung-jin comforts her. He promised his mom he'd graduate. Hearing about that terrifying woman, So Nam breaks into a cold sweat. That's a past she'd rather not recall. She hurries away. At that time, Youngjo's hand was pierced by the flying knife. Only then was So Nam able to escape safely. Kang Rei seized the opportunity and charged forward. His rage-filled punch struck Youngjo square in the face. Youngjo was knocked unconscious, collapsing to his knees. Kang Rei was about to continue when Mom stopped him. At that time, Kang Rei truly intended to kill that man. Even now, thinking about it, Chu Seong-jin's hands can't stop trembling. Meanwhile, at his senior sister's house, Jin Tae is rubbing his bruised eye. Mom has already prepared the meal. Eat up. Recover your energy and we'll go another round. Senior sister, can you still go on? Only then does he notice Mom's arm is also bruised. Mom shows a satisfied smile. It's been a long time since I went all out. The scene shifts to Wang Myung-do's competition in M Nation. His opponent this time is Arale, ranked 7th. His coach tells him to relax and not be nervous. He asks dismissively, is he stronger than Kang Rei? Arale beckons, providing provocatively. After the match starts, he throws a punch at Wang Myong-do. Wang Myong-do doesn't dodge, simply catching it with his hand. Then he sweeps low, hitting the opponent's shin. Arale loses his balance. Wang Myong-do follows up with a punch, then turns and walks away without looking back. The arena falls dead silent. This is Wang Myong-do's 10th consecutive knockout in under a minute. Next time, move up a weight class. Otherwise, it's too boring. Watching on TV, I also smile. I turn to Myong beside me and say, let's include him in this invitation. At this moment, Jin-tae is meditating in the basement. In his mind, he replays his sparring session with his senior sister, searching for the patterns in her attacks, her weaknesses, and how to counter them. After meditation, he takes a deep breath, slowly stands up, and assumes a fighting stance. I'm ready. Let's begin. Mom stands ready with a long spear. The two engage in combat. After the battle, the two are resting. Mom asks about Jin-tae's school life. Jin-tae says school is an interesting place. When asked if he's made a girlfriend, he freezes, because his master told him women down the mountain are all tigresses. Mom laughs heartily at this. Master didn't tell me that back then. He told me to seduce a strong man and bring him back to the mountain. The next day, a car enters the campus. Myong and I step out. We go to the director's office. Seeing me, Cheol-nam quickly offers his seat. After sitting down, I ask if he's adjusted to being director. Cheol-nam says it's going well. I then ask about Mom. He tells me Mom arranged for a transfer student. I acknowledge this and stand to leave. Cheol-nam asks if I want to proceed with that plan. I tell him to forget about it and just focus on being director. Cheol-nam's expression changes for the first time ever. He tells me, that person is someone even the three-headed ghost society won't provoke. With your current strength, you're not ready to face them. I grab the ashtray from the table and hurl it at him. The ashtray shatters against the wall behind him, pieces scattering everywhere. What's wrong with wanting to find my father's killer? You and Mom keep trying to stop me. What's the meaning of this? After school, Jin-tae runs into Myong. Jin-tae is thrilled to see a familiar face at school. He insistently pulls at Myong, inviting her home for dinner. When Myong sees me coming out, she says goodbye to Jin-tae and rushes toward me. Witnessing this scene, Jin-tae figures out who I am. When he arrives home, he finds a man in sunglasses standing beside his master. His master introduces him as a school board member. Jin-tae greets him politely, then tells her he saw me today. Then he asks the question that's been on his mind. Master, my teacher sent me down from the mountain for your son, didn't he? Whatever you need help with, just say the word. Then when you see my son again, persuade him to come home. Mom says with a heavy heart, if he refuses, try your best to convince him. At this moment, we're conducting combat training. Before me stand Earth Tiger's two double flower enforcers, Bong Sam and JW Asu, and the shinobi lineage successor, Myong. Myong strikes first, her right hand pulling throwing stars from her waist. As I dodge, all three rapidly close in. I duck low to evade Bong Sam's attack. With a spinning low sweep that catches him, I simultaneously dodge Asu. Then I lean back, spring up quickly, and land a punch on JW Asu's chin. The next moment, I sidestep to avoid Myong's ambush. I move effortlessly through their combined assault. In the locker room, Bong Sam and JW Asu are completely exhausted. Myong tells me the invitations have been sent out. Meanwhile, at a fencing gym in F Nation, two people in protective gear are practicing. Within just a few exchanges, one is struck in the chest. The victor is Jax, hailed as a genius swordsman. Wearing protective gear is so boring. If those were real swords, you'd be dead by now. At that moment, someone enters from outside. After bowing respectfully, he presents an invitation bearing a dragon insignia. After reading its contents, Jax smiles. Now this is what I've been waiting for. On the other side, at a gym in M Nation, Wang Myong-do is training with someone. After receiving a phone call, the coach's expression changes drastically. The boss wants you to return home immediately. In a mountainous state in our nation, a middle-aged man in meditation is interrupted by the sound of a door opening. The visitor is none other than Ga-san, who fought me before. Master Shin, they've sent an invitation from H Nation. Back at the school, two students are discussing today's EDG match. A car suddenly driving up from behind startles them. Watching the departing vehicle, one of them is about to curse. But upon seeing who steps out of the car, his face turns pale with shock. This person is none other than the legendary school boss. Kang Ray, let's talk. The one calling out to me is Jin-tae. I'm confused until Myong leans in and whispers who this person is. Jin-tae relays Mom's message asking me to come home. Then he turns to leave. I sneer coldly. Who the hell do you think you are? The atmosphere instantly becomes tense. Seeing this, Myong quickly pulls me back, trying to smooth things over. At that moment, Jin-tae's next words instantly ignite my rage. I was going to let it slide out of respect for my master, but since you're so rude, let me fix that bad attitude of yours for her. Just as the confrontation reaches its peak, a familiar voice reaches my ears. It's So Nam, whom I haven't seen in 2 years. Seeing her, my temper vanishes instantly. She's the person I care about, and also the one I owe. I deeply regret dragging her into that dangerous situation 2 years ago. Kang Ray, I heard that with the school's approval, anyone can challenge anyone. Then let's meet at the gym in a bit. This guy's ignorance amuses me. In the classroom, Myong looks at me worriedly and tells me about Jin-tae. 2 years ago, Myong accompanied Mom to a temple. She met Jin-tae for the first time. He was just a kid back then. But even then, his strength far surpassed hers. Myong will never forget the terrifying scene. Jin-tae shattered a tree as thick as a person with a single kick. Back in Jin-tae's classroom, So-mi is asking him why he suddenly decided to provoke me. Just then, commotion erupts outside, and all the classmates rush to the windows. It turns out Wang Myong-do has returned to school. He leaves the teacher behind and heads straight for the boxing gym. Arriving at the gym, he starts warming up on his own. Long time no see. Wang Myong-do looks at Chu Seung-jin. How about a long overdue sparring match? Chu Seung-jin laughs awkwardly. I'm not ready to die yet. Chu Sung-jin asks Wang Myong-do if he'll still fight me. Judging by Wang Myong-do's expression, he already knows the answer. Chu Sung-jin consoles him. Someday you'll defeat that guy. After all, you're a monster too. Wang Myong-do says darkly, if I'm a monster, what does that make him? Chu Sung-jin suddenly remembers. A first-year student has challenged me. Now all the students are talking about Jin-tae challenging me. At that moment, a massive figure appears in the classroom. Wang Myong-do grabs Jin-tae's head with one hand. Who the hell are you? Do you know who Kang Rae is? Just then, another large hand pries away the one gripping Jin-tae. It's Fatty, worried that Jin-tae might get hurt. As Wang Myong-do is about to explode, Jin-tae extends one hand and presses it against his abdomen. Then he twists forcefully to the left. With a loud thud, Wang Myong-do is sent flying back several meters. He stands frozen for a moment. Interesting. Just as he stands up, the next second, sharp pain shoots through his abdomen. He has to crouch down. You'll have trouble moving for the next 2 or 3 days. But Wang Myong-do stands back up. Are you joking, punk? Just then, the coach arrives after hearing the news and diffuses the crisis. The classmates are going wild, all discussing who Jin-tae really is. First challenging the school boss Kang Rae, then repelling Wang Myong-do, who's already a professional fighter. At that moment, Wang Deok-san enters the classroom and hands Jin-tae a document. It's the challenge agreement between Wang Myong-do and Jin-tae. Jin-tae doesn't hesitate and quickly signs his name. Then he asks Wang Deok-san for another one, because he also wants to challenge Kang Rae. This bombshell attracts a crowd of students to spectate. As the bell rings, Jin-tae's lightning-fast high roundhouse kick connects with Wang Myong-do's head. Wang Myong-do crashes to the ground. Is it over before it even started? Jin-tae sees me on the second floor and beckons with his finger. Behind him, Wang Myong-do stands back up. Hey kid, where are you looking? Then he charges at Jin-tae. Jin-tae barely dodges Wang Myong-do's left hook. Wang Myong-do has already grabbed his leg, then slams him forward with a brutal throw, and mounts Jin-tae. Everyone thinks Jin-tae is done for now, since ground techniques are an MMA fighter's specialty. But Jin-tae's expression shows no change whatsoever. Wang Myong-do rains punches down on Jin-tae. Worried about an accident, the coach quickly calls a stop. Only then do they discover Jin-tae is completely unharmed. All those countless punches Wang Myong-do threw were dodged by head movement. Enraged, Wang Myong-do raises both fists high overhead and slams them down viciously. If this blow lands, his head will split like a watermelon. At the critical moment, Jin-tae arches his knee into Wang Myong-do's lower back. Then as he loses balance, Jin-tae, still on the ground, kicks him in the head again. In less than 5 minutes, he's knocked down Wang Myong-do twice. This terrifying strength excites me tremendously. Wang Myong-do shakes his head, adjusts his breathing, and straightens up. I don't want to keep being everyone's stepping stone. So he launches a high roundhouse kick at Jin-tae. Jin-tae backflips, dodging the attack while kicking Wang Myong-do in the cheek. Landing, Jin-tae curves his fingers into a tiger claw and strikes Wang Myong-do's abdomen directly. Wang Myong-do staggers back several meters before stopping, then stands completely still. Jin-tae walks up leisurely and gives a light push. Wang Myong-do crashes to the ground. He's already unconscious. Having defeated Wang Myong-do, Jin-tae still searches for me, but I've already left. In the car, I order Myong to make sure Jin-tae receives an invitation. Myong hesitantly explains she can't control Jin-tae. He only listens to his master. I immediately tell Bong-sam to turn around and head home. For the first time in 2 years, I'm going home. I get straight to the point and ask Mom, who is this Jin-tae you brought back? Mom tells me not to mess with him, because I can't beat Jin-tae. This makes me defiant. If you can defeat Jin-tae, I'll tell you who your father's killer is. At this moment, deep in the mountains of S Nation, Lee Jun-ho, young master of the 10,000 Blades gang, is about to meet a mysterious person. Despite commanding S Nation's greatest power, he's still trembling with fear, because before coming, his father repeatedly emphasized, when facing this person, maintain the utmost humility. Lee Jun-ho respectfully clasps his fists and bows. Senior, this junior Lee Jun-ho of the 10,000 Blades gang pays his respects. This old man is gaunt and skeletal, but his eyes are as fierce as an eagle's, disturbing my meditation. If you can't give me a good reason, you'll stay here forever. Terrified to the core, Lee Jun-ho hastily explains, there's an interesting competition in H Nation with generous prize money for the winner. The old man snorts coldly upon hearing this. Like a phantom, he glides toward Lee Jun-ho. Then his left hand strikes directly at him. His fingers have already penetrated half a centimeter into his neck. You dare try to drag me into your rabble? Didn't your father tell you I have a terrible temper? Senior, spare me. Earth Tiger Group is participating this time. Hearing this, the old man's expression finally changes slightly. So that martial lineage girl will participate too? After receiving Lee Jun-ho's confirmation, he releases him. Lee Jun-ho gasps for air, his back drenched in cold sweat, as if he'd just walked through death's door. The next moment, he falls into deep recollection. The girl came to the big city from the deep mountains for the first time. She was curious about everything. Just as she was admiring the city's scenery, someone was suddenly thrown out of a nearby room. Then 3 people emerged from the shadows. The leader had slicked back blue hair. His chiseled face exuded a cold severity. Suddenly, 2 cars rushed out from the roadside. A group of people armed with weapons got out. The girl was caught in the middle between the 2 groups. Without wasting words, the 2 groups immediately clashed. Though the blue-haired man's side was outnumbered, their combat ability was astonishing, handling the attack from several times their number with ease. Someone suddenly threw a flying blade at him from behind. By the time he noticed, it was too late to dodge. A figure suddenly rushed out, blocking his front and catching the blade with bare hands. It was the girl who'd been passing by. Blood still dripped from the girl's hand gripping the blade, but the girl seemed not to care at all. Nearby, the man in sunglasses punched someone into a car, knocking out several teeth. The fight was over, all the attackers lying on the ground moaning in pain. To repay her life-saving grace, the blue-haired man invited the girl to dinner. The man's humor and wit made the the naive girl giggle. As the two grew closer, they eventually got together. Later, the girl returned to the mountains to visit her master. The man waved goodbye, not knowing this farewell would last 3 years. When the girl reached the mountain, she witnessed a shocking scene. Her master was being trampled under an old man's foot. Seeing her master suffer such humiliation, the girl became furious and leaped toward the old man. A flying kick was easily dodged by the old man. The girl realized this old man was no ordinary person. She launched countless fierce attacks, but all were deflected. The girl's appearance seemed to please the old man, so there's still a successor. Too bad she's too green right now, her master pleaded from the side, hoping to end the grudges of the previous generation. But the old man dismissed this. This has nothing to do with old grudges. I simply enjoy fighting the strong. Hunting age tigers no longer interests me. I'll give you 3 years to become stronger. Don't disappoint me. Then the old man disappeared into the distance without looking back. That day, her master revealed much secret history between the martial lineage and the black society. From then on, the girl remained on the mountain, waiting for that person to come. But 3 years later, the old man hadn't come. The man did. He came to propose. Her master was also very satisfied with the man. Then the girl descended the mountain with the man. The man was very charismatic and had gathered many loyal companions. Eventually, they founded Earth Tiger Group. Later, the girl became pregnant and gave birth to a child named Kang Ray. Their life together was happy and fulfilling. But that old man remained an inescapable nightmare for them both. The man didn't want his wife and child in danger. I'm Kang Shin-ha of Earth Tiger Group. I have the power to protect you and our son. The girl kept begging him not to confront that old man directly. But she also knew. Her husband was a man who never ran from a fight. He left, but he never came back. The Earth Tiger Group he left behind was inherited by his son. To find his father's killer, the son organized an underground tournament of global masters. There's Jax, the genius swordsman from F Nation, Master Shin, the ninjutsu grandmaster from R Nation, Brazilian jiu-jitsu master Gracie and his friend Tariq, also Lee Jun-ho, young master of S Nation's 10,000 Blades gang, and 2 mysterious figures. Kang Ray looks at the list Myung hands him. He knows the person he's searching for is definitely among this group. At this moment, in a hotel in a certain nation, a group of people sits together. Then a woman's appearance attracts everyone's attention. Those who don't know her pay her no mind. But Lee Jun-ho and Ga-san show shocked expressions, because they know how terrifying this woman is. During break time, Jin-tae is called away by Cheol-nam. Arriving at the office, Cheol-nam hands him a letter. Rather than a letter, it's more like a final testament. I need to go abroad for something. If I don't come back, I'm entrusting Kang Ray to you. After reading the letter, Jin-tae is unexpectedly calm. Cheol-nam doesn't understand, but Jin-tae expresses absolute confidence in his master. At this moment, I also learn from Myung that Mom is participating. I immediately tell Bongsam to arrange the nearest flight. Right now, Mom is standing by the window, lost in thought, recalling her last meeting with Dad. If only she hadn't let go that day. A knock at the door interrupts her thoughts. The visitors are Ga-san and Shin. Shin states he came to challenge the martial lineage successor. He doesn't care about the tournament at all. Mom accepts Shin's challenge and tells Ga-san to arrange a venue. Arriving at the venue, Shin has already changed into combat attire and has been waiting. When masters duel, there's no need for words. Shin strikes first, his hand reaching to his waist, instantly launching several shuriken at Mom. Watching the incoming shuriken, Mom leaps and dodges. Before landing, several kunai instantly arrive in front of her. Unable to gain leverage in mid-air, Mom's body twists. She passes through with an uncanny posture. Barely touching down, Mom hasn't even caught her breath. Shin has already closed in, wielding a flying sickle. But then a shuriken slashes Shin's cheek. Shin marvels. While dodging that first attack, Mom also managed to pick up a weapon. Before he can think further, Mom's high roundhouse kick is already sweeping in. Shin rapidly retreats, creating distance to evade the attack. It's been a long time since I've used weapons. As she finishes speaking, Mom slowly unbuttons her shirt, revealing a belt around her waist, then slowly drawing out a whip-like weapon. When combined, this weapon transforms into a sword. I've now arrived at the tournament venue in our nation. On the other side, Jin-tae is training in a basement, but Myung finds him. Jin-tae doesn't understand why she's here. Myung hands him a letter. The boss says she's waiting for you abroad. But Myung is worried about Jin-tae's safety. She tells Jin-tae that if he doesn't want to go, she can plead with the boss. But Jin-tae immediately agrees. But Myung will take me on the plane, right? Throughout the journey, compared to Myung's worried expression, Jin-tae appears very excited because this is his first time flying. Seeming to sense Myung's mood, he turns and consoles her. Myung, don't worry. I won't lose to anyone. Leaving the airport, Ga-san comes to pick them up. Just as he's about to get in the car, Jin-tae freezes. Due to a master's perception of danger, among the coming and going crowds, he catches the source of that danger. It's that gaunt old man. Outside the venue, I ask Lee Jun-ho when the other two from S Nation will arrive. At that moment, a car stops in front. Inside are a pair of predatory eyes. As the two get out, instinct tells me this is the person I've been desperately searching for. The old man seems to sense something, casually glancing back at me. Interesting, this young man. Since seeing that old man, Jin-tae can't seem to calm down. At that moment, his master finds him, and accompanying her is actually Shin. Jin-tae is curious about Shin's identity. His master tells him he's a sparring partner. Seeing Shin sitting with eyes closed, not speaking, the master, who is just gentle, suddenly glares coldly. What are you waiting for? At this moment, Shin recalls the previous battle. Shin suddenly launched several projectiles. Mom watched the incoming kunai. With one sword stroke, she cut them down. Shin's flying sickle flew toward Mom again. Mom dodged the attack and charged directly at Shin, but the sickle hooked back around. At that moment, Mom grabbed the chain with one hand, then quickly hurled the sword at Shin. The tremendous force pinned him to the wall. Shin endured the pain and prepared to pull out the sword. Looking up, he found Mom had disappeared. The next moment, his neck felt cold. Mom's flexible sword was pressed against against his throat. He lost this battle completely. Thinking of this, Shin bows to Jin Tae. Greetings to the current martial lineage successor. The next day, all participants arrive at the venue. The competition allows choosing your own opponent with no rules. The last one standing wins. The winner receives 10% of each match's total prize pool. I choose this kid. Gracie points at me, thinking I'm the weakest here. Being underestimated, I smile coldly. Shin walks toward Wang Yang and bows slightly. A shinobi lineage successor? Interesting. But Shin says it's not his challenge. Then he steps aside slightly. Jin Tae appears before Wang Yang, but Wang Yang doesn't accept. Let's save the best for last. Then he walks up to Jax. I'd like to experience Western swordsmanship. Wang Yang's disciple Dong Meng laughs heartily. You dare challenge my master without knowing your place. Get past me first, kid. Then the others pair up. Gracie versus me. Wang Yang versus Jax. Mom versus Tariq. Jin Tae versus Dong Meng. Lee Jin-ho versus Gassan. That evening, Tariq and Gracie chat. Tariq advises him to forfeit if he wants to live, but Gracie dismisses this. Just a kid. Seeing him say this, Tariq says nothing more. He only asks that if he doesn't make it back, Gracie should bring his body home. In the monitoring room, everyone looks at the matchup chart. It also shows the odds for each match. For Tariq versus Mom, Lee Gae-san places his bet on Mom, because Wang Yang agreed to come to this tournament because of this woman, which proves she must be extraordinary. Yongjo stakes his entire fortune on me. Because of the previous conflict between Three-Headed Ghost Society and Earth Tiger Group, he knows how terrifying I am. And as long as the first few matches are exciting, more money will flow in afterward. The first match is Gracie versus me. He arrogantly tells me to forfeit, otherwise I'll be crying for mommy. I ignore his trash talk. The host announces, total bets on this match reach 10 million. The winner takes 10%, which is 1 million. Hearing this, Gracie is thrilled. 1 million is calling his name. As the bell rings, my lightning-fast punch connects with his cheek. Gracie didn't expect my speed to be this fast. Wiping his cheek, his face turns vicious. I'll tear you apart. Then he grabs my shirt with one hand, quickly turning his back, preparing for a shoulder throw. I slam my palm against his ear. The massive shockwave ruptures his eardrum. Blood spurts out. It's over, I say calmly. Gracie shakes his head, trying to clear the dizziness. Are you joking, kid? I shake my head. Must it come to that? Lightning fast, I throw another punch. Gracie crashes to the ground, unconscious. I win the first match. This lightning victory catches Wang Yang's interest. The money Yongjo bet on me multiplied several times, making him cry out in excitement. After a brief adjustment, the second match begins. It's the mysterious old man Wang Yang versus the genius swordsman Jax. At first, Jax mocks Wang Yang. At your age, why are you wandering around fighting? With those old bones, you'd be better off at home tending flowers and walking birds. Wang Yang smiles sinisterly. You'd better give it your all. Apparently displeased by Wang Yang's contemptuous gaze, Jax attacks first. His lightning-fast sword thrust is easily dodged by Wang Yang. Jax can't even see how Wang Yang dodged. Then he thrusts countless more times, but every strike hits only air. Outside the arena, Bong Sam and others watch the match. Can human reaction speed even achieve this? In the arena, Jax doesn't understand why he can't land a hit. At that moment, Wang Yang has closed in. Game over. Jax quickly jumps back, creating distance. But when he looks up, Wang Yang, who is just in front of him, has vanished. I'm right here. Wang Yang has ghosted behind him. Jax slashes horizontally behind him, but sharp pain shoots through his waist. Wang Yang sends him flying with one palm strike. The immense pain leaves him unable to move. Wang Yang glides to him again, saying nothing, just tilting his head and staring. Is this a human or a ghost? If I don't forfeit, I'll be killed. So he forces himself to stand and loudly announces, I forfeit. Heh. I told you to give it your all. Forfeit means death. Jax clutches his throat, unable to speak. Wang Yang steps forward and grabs him, then kicks him flying. Spreading his arms, he strikes both of Jax's ears, and just like that, Jax meets his end. Wang Yang walks away without looking back, as if he'd merely stepped on an ant. Everyone watching the monitors is shocked by this scene. Lee Jin-ho feels a chill at his neck. When he invited Wang Yang to come out, he was that close to death. This man is completely insane. 2 have now been eliminated. Next is Lee Jin-ho versus Gassan. At this moment, Jin Tae sits outside meditating. In his mind, he simulates fighting Wang Yang. When he opens his eyes, he only sighs helplessly. At that moment, his master emerges from the arena. Lee Jin-ho and Gassan's match is over. Lee Jin-ho won. Next is Jin Tae's turn. His opponent is Black Society heir Dong Meng, also Wang Yang's prized disciple. Seeing his master's worried expression, Jin Tae gives her a confident look. I won't lose. Finally, I get to see a 5 lineage's successor. We're sworn enemies. Let me see what you've got today. With that, he extends a hand. Jin Tae's hand meets his. During the handbridge exchange, they already clash. Suddenly, Dong Meng pulls his hand back, then backhands a slap toward Jin Tae. Jin Tae quickly circles behind and kicks his knee. Dong Meng winces in pain, half kneeling. Then Jin Tae's flying kick strikes his jaw directly. Dong Meng crashes to the ground. Is it over? But lying there, he suddenly cackles maniacally. Rubbing where he was kicked, he stands up. You've got some skills after all. Warm-up's over. Let's really begin. Jin Tae's knee flies toward Dong Meng's chin. But the truth is, the knee stops an inch from the chin, because Dong Meng's elbow has already struck Jin Tae's ribs. Jin Tae grabs Dong Meng's hair and yanks hard backward, then forms his fingers into a palm and slams it into Dong Meng's mouth, smashing him him into the ground. You lose. Jintae's ability to defeat that mysterious old man's disciple shocks everyone with his strength. No one notices the fierce glint in Wang Yong's eyes. Emerging, Jintae receives praise from Mom. I won't lose, Jintae. Saying goodbye to Jintae, Mom heads to the arena. Next is her match against Tariq, but Jintae, who seemed fine just moments ago, suddenly clutches his ribs. Dongmeng's elbow strike has injured him seriously. Back to Mom's battle. Tariq hurls an axe directly at her. Mom quickly dodges his close-range downward chop, but her collar has been caught by Tariq's massive hand. Tariq swings his left axe at Mom. Mom executes an upward kick, knocking away the axe. Then with a front flip, she kicks Tariq's back. Tariq picks up the axe and swings upward. Mom quickly leans back, creating distance, but her chin has been slashed open with a deep cut. Tariq charges again with dual axes. A downward chop is dodged by Mom. Mom's flying kick connects with his cheek. After landing, Mom delivers a back kick to his chin. Tariq's powerful resistance means he's unaffected. Instead, he powers up another downward chop. Mom hastily picks up an axe from the ground and blocks the strike. The tremendous force nearly splits the axe itself. At that moment, Tariq kicks Mom's abdomen, sending her flying. Mom draws her flexible sword from her waist, spinning in midair. Dispersing the force, she lands in the arena. Giving Mom no chance to breathe, Tariq charges forward with his axes again. Mom whips her flexible sword at him, wrapping it around his left arm, then pulls hard backward. But as if feeling no pain, his right hand grabs Mom's throat, pinning her against the wall. Swinging his arm, he strikes Mom's abdomen. As he prepares to strike again, he suddenly freezes. Because Mom's flexible sword is now wrapped around his neck, one more move and it's his throat. Mom wins this match. Both Jintae and I breathe sighs of relief. Wang Yong watches the match screen with a sinister smile. Meanwhile, Dongmeng's body is twisted like a pretzel, with Wang Yong sitting on him. Li Gae-san's bet on Mom has made him a fortune. Next is arranging the upcoming matches. I versus Jintae, Lee Junho versus Mom. And Wang Yong, due to high interest, gets a bye this round. At this moment, Lee Junho suddenly visits Ga-san. They exchange pleasantries about how exciting the recent match was. Then he states his purpose. I heard you often spar with Boss Kang. What's his strength like? Ga-san tells him. 2 years ago, he could match me, but now he'd lose within 3 moves. Compared to Boss Kang, what you really want to know is Madame Kang's strength, right? Ga-san gives an answer that makes Lee Junho's face turn pale. 10% of me wouldn't be a match for Madame Kang. Having gotten his answer, Lee Junho takes his leave from Ga-san. Ga-san is about to sit down and rest. However, the image on the monitor startles him. Wang Yong is walking toward his room. Ga-san immediately springs up. Wang Yong has already opened the door and entered. What can I do for you, sir? Facing this madman, Ga-san asks nervously. 2 things. First, dispose of the corpse in my room. Second, tell me the addresses of all the contestants. Ga-san doesn't understand what this lunatic wants. He deflects, saying contestant information is confidential, until Wang Yong suddenly lunges forward. Ga-san doesn't even have time to draw a weapon before Wang Yong grabs him and pins him against the wall. When I, Wang Yong, want to know something, no one dares refuse me. Having tasted blood, my blood is boiling now. I can't wait for the match 2 days from now. Over here, Gracie and Tariq have just returned from the hospital. Gracie complains he got nothing this time. What terrible luck. At that moment, Tariq, who's been silent, suddenly turns, grabs his axes, and assumes a fighting stance. Wang Yong emerges from the shadows. Gracie watches Tariq's alert posture, confused. Tariq tells him, a lot happened while you were unconscious. Jax was killed by Wang Yong's hand. Then he asks Wang Yong why he's come for them. They're losers in the competition. Wang Yong says darkly, there's no why. You're just close by. Meanwhile, at the hotel where Mom is resting, I ask the question on my mind. Was Dad killed by that Wang Yong? Mom doesn't speak, but seeing her expression, I already know the answer. I turn to leave. I won't let you face Wang Yong, because Jintae will defeat him. I glance at Jintae, non-committal. Outside the hotel, Bong Sam and Jae Hwa-soo are chatting casually. Wang Yong suddenly appears before them. Looks like I found the right place. Wang Yong is covered in blood, his face maniacal. Bong Sam and Jae Hwa-soo both know the old man before them is a madman. While standing ready, they tell each other to notify the boss. Stop arguing. You'll walk the road to hell together. Once I'm done with you, I'll send the others down to join you. Bong Sam and Jae Hwa-soo both draw weapons and flank Wang Yong from both sides. Wang Yong's phantom-like figure dodges their attacks while his right hand, formed into a claw, pierces Jae Hwa-soo's abdomen. His left foot kicks Bong Sam in the face. In just one exchange, both are seriously injured. Wang Yong charges forward again with a sinister laugh. Bong Sam blocks Jae Hwa-soo's front. Wang Yong's vicious palm strike leaves several bloody gashes across Bong Sam's abdomen. He was almost disemboweled. Watching from the side, Jae Hwa-soo hurries forward. But the two are no match for Wang Yong at all. The next moment, both instantly lose their ability to fight. Wang Yong's fingers have already dug half an inch into their necks, just as the two are about to die. A sharp whooshing sound cuts through the air. Wang Yong quickly dodges the throwing darts. He sees clearly that it's Mayong, another girl who knows ninjutsu. Interesting. Then he charges toward Mayong's direction. Jae Hwa-soo urgently shouts for Mayong to run. Relying on her swift ninjutsu movements, Mayong barely dodges several attacks. But after just a few moves, she falls into danger. At this moment, Wang Yong's eyes widen. A figure leaps high and attacks him, but Wang Yong reacts swiftly, slightly dodging to the side. I don't give him a chance to catch his breath. A claw strike sweeps horizontally toward his face. Wang Yong leans back to dodge the attack. This brat has talent for martial arts. I don't waste words with him. Another fist pounds toward his face. Wang Yong's face darkens. His left hand curves into a tiger claw and thrusts forward, directly hitting my abdomen. The powerful force makes my stomach churn violently. I stagger back over a dozen steps before stopping. This old monster is truly formidable. I adjust my breathing and engage him in battle again, but I can't touch his body at all. Instead, he grabs my wrist. left. Then a palm strike hits my face. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. I also grab his clothes in the process. Got you now. At this moment, my appearance overlaps with a certain someone in Wang Yong's eyes. While he's stunned, I pull my head back and deliver a solid headbutt right to his forehead. Wang Yong shakes his dazed head. Then he goes berserk. It's been so many years since anyone made me bleed. Then a claw strike thrust toward my throat. Only one word fills my mind, run. But my body can't react at all. Am I going to die? I can already feel fingers piercing into my neck. At this moment, a flying sickle rapidly attacks Wang Yong, forcing him to retreat. It's Shin and Kang Shin-ha arriving to save the day. But I stop them. This man must be finished by my own hands. Kang Shin-ha snorts coldly. You were already dead just now. Wang Yong looks at Kang Shin-ha and says grimly, this brat is that man's son, right? The two are arrogant in exactly the same way. I used this very hand to dig out that man's heart, and I did it while he was still alive. These words make both King Shin-ha and I burn with fury. Jin-tae leaps up with a kick toward Wang Yong. Wang Yong raises his hand to block the attack. Still in midair, Jin-tae delivers several more kicks, kicking Wang Yong back over 10 meters continuously. Facing all these masters, Wang Yong appears very excited. Everyone's here now, right? Come at me together. Saves me the trouble of hunting you down one by one. Then he actually launches the attack first. At this moment, deafening police sirens in the distance make both sides stop. Turns out the police had earlier discovered Gracie and the others' bodies, following the blood trail all the way to this location. I'll let you keep your heads for now. Enjoy what's left of your lives. I'll be back for you soon. With that, his figure flashes and disappears into the forest. This battle casts a shadow over everyone's hearts. The next day, the murders have been reported by local media. The police are also conducting a citywide manhunt for Wang Yong. I tell Bong Sam to drive to find Lee Jun-ho. Arriving at the venue, everyone's faces look grim. Gasan lies in the corner, no longer breathing. Lee Jun-ho, you brought Wang Yong here. Do you know where he is? After last night's battle, even the usually confident Jin-tae, when asked by Kang Shin-ha if he can win, shows a hesitant expression. For the sake of her son, Kang Shin-ha decides to face Wang Yong alone. Then she asks Jin-tae to protect her son and keep him from getting involved. Jin-tae worries about her safety and asks to go together, but is refused, because she wants to finish Wang Yong with her own hands and avenge her husband. At the venue here, I'm also asking Lee Jun-ho for Wang Yong's address. Lee Jun-ho informs us that Wang Yong didn't return to the hotel last night. At this moment, Yongjo nearby proposes a plan. They can wait for Wang Yong to appear while continuing with the next matches. I don't understand why they still want to continue after all that's happened. Yongjo says canceling the event would face huge losses. My fierce glare makes him swallow his next words. Lee Gae-san smooths things over. If the matches begin, Wang Yong will definitely return here, because once that guy tastes blood, he won't stop. At this moment, Kang Shin-ha has already arrived alone in the forest. The bloodstains and footprints on the ground indicate Wang Yong is nearby. You came alone? Kang Shin-ha turns around. Wang Yong walks out from the trees. Kang Shin-ha slowly draws the flexible sword from her waist. Today, right here, let's end this long and foul blood feud. With that, she charges forward rapidly, swiftly crouching low to dodge Wang Yong's claw strike. A horizontal slash sweeps through. Wang Yong quickly retreats to create distance. Kang Shin-ha closes in again, attacking with countless sword strikes as fast as lightning. Unable to dodge in time, Wang Yong has his hairline shaved by one strike. With disheveled hair, Wang Yong looks even more like a demon returned from hell. Wang Yong's claw strikes like a sharp blade. Kang Shin-ha whips her flexible sword to entangle his hand. At this moment, Wang Yong strangely retracts his hand, dodging this lethal strike. For a moment, Kang Shin-ha actually gains the upper hand. Wang Yong laughs wildly. In this lifetime, meeting an opponent like you is truly a blessing. Kang Shin-ha scoffs. Don't pretend to be some kind of master. You're nothing but a murderer. Wang Yong retorts. Martial arts are killing techniques by nature. Then his aura keeps rising. The two engage in battle again. However, compared to before, Wang Yong's speed and strength have both increased several times. Soon Kang Shin-ha shows signs of defeat. I'll send you to see that man right now. With that, a palm thrust pierces through Kang Shin-ha's abdomen. On the other side, Jin-tae arrives at the venue accompanied by Mayong, asking Lee Jun-ho about the boss's whereabouts. Lee Jun-ho points at the surveillance footage. Mayong questions why they're continuing the matches under these circumstances. Jin-tae turns and leaves, arriving at the venue. Kang Rei really is stubborn. I ask him why he's here instead of staying by Kang Shin-ha's side. Jin-tae tells me he came precisely because Kang Shin-ha asked him to. I instantly sense that something might have happened to Kang Shin-ha. Hearing Jin-tae say that Kang Shin-ha went to find Wang Yong makes me even more furious. I turn, ready to chase after her. At this moment, Jin-tae grabs me. With your strength, you'll only be a burden if you go. I turn and punch Jin-tae back. If anything happens to her, I'll tear you to pieces. But Jin-tae firmly believes that with his senior's strength, she won't lose. At this moment, outside the venue, plainclothes police have surrounded the area. Deep in an alley, a figure appears behind one of the plainclothes officers. It's Wang Yong after his battle with Kang Shin-ha. Inside the venue, Jin-tae and I are locked in combat. Just at this moment, the power is suddenly cut off. Just as we're still confused, Wang Yong suddenly descends from above, landing between the two of us. Seeing him appear completely unharmed before us, Jin-tae and I both worry about Kang Shin-ha's safety. I roar, asking what he did to her. Wang Yong asks back, what do you think happened to her? This makes me furious beyond control. I directly punch toward Wang Yong. The irrational attack leaves me full of openings. Jin-tae urgently shouts from the side for me to be careful, but it's too late. Wang Yong's hand blade is already thrusting toward my throat, even though I desperately twist my neck to dodge the fatal attack. A deep gash is still cut open. My back fist is dodged by him again. Although Jin-tae's flying kick is also blocked, it still forces Wang Yong back, getting me out of danger. Let me finish this bastard. Facing our fury, Wang Yong mocks us for only talking big. Jin-tae charges forward first, delivering 3 consecutive kicks in midair, but doesn't even touch Wang Yong's clothes. I charge from behind Jin-tae. Under their surprised gazes, I punch Jin-tae flying. I already said, I'll finish this guy. Don't get in my way. While I'm distracted, Wang Yong's sharp hand blade slashes downward, directly tearing open my clothes. I could have gutted you, but you're talented. Let me have some fun playing with you first. We charge at each other again. At this moment, Wang Yong is kicked away by Jin-tae. Jin-tae stands between us. No matter what, I will fulfill my promise to my senior. I show no appreciation. Then I'll take down both of you together. Thus, the 3 form a triangular formation. Jin-tae first delivers a flying kick toward Wang Yong. Wang Yong raises his arm to block it. I punch again from behind Jin-tae. Wang Yong thinks I'll attack Jin-tae again, but this time the fist brushes past Jin-tae, attacking Wang Yong. In desperation, he can only crouch down to dodge, only to meet Jin-tae's kick, solidly hitting his jaw. I seize the opportunity and land another punch on him. Under our combined attack, Wang Yong is driven back over 10 meters. You two brats dare to toy with me. I don't waste words with him. Charging forward again with a punch. Wang Yong strangely flashes behind me. A punch hits my jaw, then sweeps a kick at me. Jin-tae descends with a downward strike, arriving before Wang Yong. Wang Yong raises his arm to block. I seize the chance to knee him in the face. Jin-tae in midair also spins his body, landing another kick on him. Wang Yong crashes to the ground. We finally catch our breath, but at this moment, Wang Yong actually stands up again. So happy. I've never fought this satisfyingly before. Is this guy a monster? This is what Jin-tae and I are both thinking. Covered in blood, Wang Yong charges again. Meanwhile, the police have arrived inside the venue. Kicking open a room door, the scene before their eyes shocks them. 3 bodies lie on the ground. They are Lee Jun-ho, Lee Gae-sun, and Yong Jo. The monitor displays our current battle with Wang Yong. Wang Yong quickly dodges my attack and heads straight for Jin-tae. At this moment, his speed is several times faster than before. Unable to react in time, Jin-tae has a palm thrust through his abdomen. You bastard! I land a punch on Wang Yong. You're even better than your parents. Now this is interesting. At this moment, Jin-tae can't hold on and collapses to his knees. Just stay there. Don't interfere anymore. Then facing Wang Yong again. Old man, I'll ask you one last time. What did you do to my mother? Wang Yong laughs wildly. If you want to know, hurry up and kill me, then go find her. We engage in battle again. However, after taking continuous heavy hits, Wang Yong gradually shows signs of weakness. When I prepare to deliver the final blow, Wang Yong still tries to dodge, but his foot is firmly grabbed by Jin-tae. My fist viciously hits his face, smashing him directly into the ground. Then I deliver countless punches at him. Die, you bastard! At this moment, my arm is grabbed by Jin-tae. Stop! Wang Yong is already dead. Hurry and find her now. I break free from Jin-tae. Who said you could die this easily? Continuously pounding Wang Yong's chest with my fists. Get up, you bastard! Accompanied by a cough, Wang Yong actually wakes up. Where am I? Who am I? What happened? Wang Yong is clearly dazed. I directly grab Wang Yong's clothes and lift him up with one hand. You think you can die this easily? I'm not done yet. Another punch sends Wang Yong flying. Wang Yong crashes into the wall, spitting out fresh blood. I leap forward with another strike, my knee slamming into his face, lifting him up again. At this moment, the police rush in, shouting for us to freeze. But at this moment, I've already lost control. Ignoring the police warning, I still smash Wang Yong to the ground with a punch. The police prepare to shoot me. At this moment, Jin-tae blocks in front of me. No matter what, I promise to protect you. Just as the standoff continues, Kang Shin-ha actually walks over, supported by Shin. Turns out, earlier in the forest, when Kang Shin-ha fell into danger, the police followed with tracking dogs to the location, forcing Wang Yong to flee. Then Shin arrived and rescued Kang Shin-ha. Seeing Kang Shin-ha safe and sound, I instantly calm down. Kang Shin-ha walks up to me and pats my shoulder. Coming before Wang Yong, she then thrusts her sword down. Listen well, everyone. This man was killed by me. Afterward, everyone is taken away by the police. In the hospital, Bong Sam and Jae Dwasu are recovering from their injuries. Seeing who walks through the door, they break out in cold sweat. It's Cheol Nam who has arrived. You idiots. I'll deal with you when we get back home. With that, he pulls out his phone. I need to ask you for a favor. 3 months later, Kang Shin-ha's case goes to trial in an R-Nation court. The prosecution lawyer presents the case, murder, organizing illegal matches, recommends the death penalty, while the defense lawyer argues that Wang Yong was the main perpetrator. Because the case involves too broad a scope and is controversial, the trial is postponed. On my side, through Cheol Nam's arrangements, I've been extradited back to H-Nation. When I ask about Kang Shin-ha's situation, Cheol Nam remains silent. I also guess the situation isn't good. Cheol Nam tells me to reflect well. He will use all the Earth Tiger Group's resources to help reduce my sentence. A week later, my trial also begins. The judge announces the verdict against me, guilty of organizing illegal matches. However, considering I'm a first-time offender and the Earth Tiger Group has made huge contributions to H-Nation, a fine of 7 million and 120 hours of community service. But I suddenly interrupt the judge. I killed him. At my words, the judge is incredulous. I confirm again that I killed Wang Yong. Autumn passes and winter comes. Kang Shin-ha walks out of the R-Nation prison. At the entrance stand Cheol Nam and others who came to greet her. How is Kang Rae? 7 years was the best effort we could manage. The school also welcomes this year's year's graduation ceremony. Afterward, Chu Song-jin asks Wang Myong-do about his plans. Wang Myong-do says he won't be going to M Nation for professional fighting yet, because there's a place he needs to go. At this moment, at an Earth Tiger Group executive meeting, a division head says foreign forces have been stirring restlessly lately, asking what the boss's decision is. The chair turns around. Monitor the situation first. I'll go over when things get complicated. Yes, boss. Boom, boom, boom. Sounds echo from deep in the mountains. It's Jin-tae training here. At this moment, Myong walks out from behind. Seeing Myong appear, Jin-tae is also very happy. But the next person who appears makes him freeze. This person is Wang Myong-do. If I come here, can I become stronger? Outside a certain H-Nation prison, a bus delivers new prisoners. The first two are bound tightly. The last one off is a young man. A nearby guard mocks. Everyone who comes here is trash. The people inside will teach you how to behave. But the next scene makes him break out in cold sweat. A group of criminals bow in unison. Greetings, boss! Let's all get along well from now on. At this moment, another batch of people get off the bus. Two are particularly noticeable. The old man looks timid and cowering. The Mohawk guy appears arrogant and domineering. The two form a stark contrast. The guards whisper, putting economic criminals with serious offenders won't cause problems? The person next to him tells him not to worry. This was arranged by higher-ups. Then the two are led to a room, opening the door to inform them this is their quarters, and reminding those inside not to go too hard on them. The Mohawk guy surveys the room, kicks over the table in front of him, arrogantly asking, who's the boss here? Everyone remains silent. The bearded man sitting to the side lowers his head and chuckles. The Mohawk guy walks up to him. You're the boss, right? When the bearded man lifts his head, seeing his sharp gaze, the Mohawk guy breaks out in cold sweat. His instinct tells him this person is dangerous. The bearded man jerks his chin to the side, indicating that the person beside him is the boss. A blue short-haired young man walks up to him with a grin. This skinny guy can actually be the boss in a maximum security prison? This overturns his understanding. The young man doesn't speak to him, just places his hand on his arm. Move aside. A light push sends the Mohawk guy flying, then walks up to the bespectacled old man. You're Professor Wei, right? Professor Wei trembles, not understanding how he offended this person. Can you teach me? The young man asks with a cheerful smile. This confuses Professor Wei even more, because after I get out of here, I still want to go to college. Meanwhile, in a mansion, PFC boss Plank is seriously watching a tablet. The video content is that match from 2 years ago, compared to this kind of match. Current matches are absolutely nothing. What an interesting match. The scene shifts to the prison. At this moment, Song Myong walks over. He's the most formidable person in the Earth Tiger Group besides my father. Everyone calls him second boss. Song Myong asks the professor to leave for a moment, to speak with me privately. I look at him and murmur, still no news about my mother? Song Myong pats my head reassuringly. Don't worry, you know your mother's strength better than anyone. I can't help but recall my last meeting with my mother. After normal family chat, her expression became stern. Kang Ray, I might have something to handle. I won't be able to visit you for a while. I urgently ask what it is. She just smiles mysteriously and tells me not to worry, then reminds me to study well, to definitely get good grades on the upcoming exams. But unexpectedly, this departure lasted a year. I ask Song Myong how the investigation by the group is going. He tells me my mother might have gone to S Nation. This reminds me of Wang Yang. Is this blood feud still not over? There have been 3 assassination attempts on your mother that we could investigate. There could be more in the shadows. I can't help but worry even more about my mother. At this moment, inside a fast food restaurant in M Nation, the diners are shocked by the eating manner of a group nearby. This group is Wang Myong-do and the others, each with mouths stuffed full and bulging. Who would have thought these people are warriors standing at the world's peak? At this moment, a beautiful figure passes by. Everyone immediately raises their hands in greeting upon seeing who it is. It's So Nam, whom they haven't seen in a long time. Inside a hotel, Jin-tae thanks So Nam for helping book the hotel, saying they can't do anything without speaking the language, while complaining that the guys next to him only know how to train muscles until their brains have atrophied. Everyone immediately retorts that Jin-tae himself trains the hardest. So Nam watches them banter with a smile. It's been 2 years since she's seen these guys. Then asks if Chu Seong-jin's championship match is in 3 days. Chu Seong-jin is just about to confidently say he'll definitely win the championship, when Sonam's one sentence immediately deflates him. I hate these fighting matches the most now. Seeing this, Jin-tae immediately fist bumps Chu Seong-jin to cheer him up. Chu Seong-jin says he needs to work hard but can't compare to the monster Wang Myong-do. The word monster makes Wang Myong-do fall into thought. Speaking of monsters, someone like Kang Ray is what you call a monster. Jin-tae reassures him. Kang Ray's strength is formidable, but with just 2 years of training, your strength improvement is also astonishing. Wang Myong-do murmurs, my goal isn't just Kang Ray. Everyone thinks back to that match from 2 years ago. Seeing the atmosphere getting heavy, So Nam prepares to leave and tells everyone to relax. Jin-tae immediately cheers excitedly, asking So Nam to take them to the beach tomorrow to relax. Just at this moment, there's a knock on the door. Jin-tae opens the door. Before his eyes stands a man like a giant tower. This man is PFC boss Plank. He says he needs a few minutes of Wang Myeong-do's time, saying he has a very interesting idea. This young man's exam actually has heavy guards stationed. When he's frustrated about answering questions wrong, everyone is on high alert as if facing a great enemy, because this young man is a dangerous individual as instructed by higher authorities. Finally finished, Seong Myong asks if my exam went smoothly. After getting my positive answer, he suggests we can continue with what studying has delayed. I smile slightly. Perfect, I'm itching all over. Seong Myong asks me to attack first, but I shake my finger. Better let the elder make the first move. If I strike first, you won't get a chance. Arrogant kid. With that, he charges rapidly toward me. Meanwhile, in M Nation, Wang Myong-do receives an unexpected visitor. Wang Myong-do initially thinks it's about renewing the match contract. He states he's not interested in PSE matches anymore, and immediately asks him to leave. Plank doesn't get angry. I know what you want. With that, he hands over the tablet. Everyone sees the video on the tablet is from the match 2 years ago. Surprised that he has this kind of video, and even more unclear about his purpose. This is the kind of match you want to fight, right? The kind where you bet your life. Plank grins, showing his gold teeth. I can provide you with such a stage. Not hearing Wang Myong-do refuse, Plank knows his purpose is achieved. I'll contact you in a while. Then turns and leaves the hotel. Jin-tae asks Wang Myong-do, you're not really going to fight in that kind of match, are you? Wang Myong-do remains silent for a moment, then says, that kind of match, I want to try it. Jin-tae calls him a lunatic. Wang Myong-do doesn't get angry, just asks softly, what does death actually feel like? What were you and Kang Rei feeling when you faced death? This question has been bothering me these past 2 years. Jin-tae says martial arts training is for self-improvement, not just fighting to be the best. Wang Myong-do says he understands these principles, but ever since learning about that kind of match, he feels like a frog in a well. Looking at Wang Myong-do's serious expression, Jin-tae sighs helplessly. As expected, you and Kang Rei are the same type of people. People destined to dance on a knife's edge for life. Since you've already decided, I'll respect your choice. But remember one thing, the martial lineage never teaches people how to lose. With that, he taps his arm encouragingly, then walks back to his room. Meanwhile, Song Myong's fist has already reached me. I slightly sidestep to dodge the attack, then smoothly pin his arm. Just as I prepare to swing my fist, Song Myong's fist comes from a bizarre angle, instantly hitting my jaw, already leaving several deep bloody scratches on me. This bizarre attack immediately reminds me of that person. I ask him how he knows this move. Seong Myong says when he previously sought revenge on Wang Yong, he suffered greatly from this very move. If not for falling into the river, he would have died right there. Since then, he's been practicing how to counter it. Seeing my serious expression, Song Myong mocks me. Are you scared? I smile wickedly. I'm worried about you. Using this move in front of me, even you might get taken down. Seong Myong boldly tells me to bring it on. Then the two engage in battle again. 10 minutes later, I'm bent over, panting, while Song Myong lies on the ground, unable to move. You've really gotten much stronger over these years. Song Myong smiles with satisfaction. I state that I won't lose to anyone. He asks me what my plans are since I'm about to be paroled. I tell him I want to go to college. As for the Earth Tiger Group, I say with the uncles there's no problem. I no longer have any attachment to the boss position. But after getting out, I still need to find my mother first. Outside the prison stand over 1,000 fierce-looking men in black. These people are all waiting for a young man to come out. Today is his parole day. When he sees the massive welcoming crowd, he can't help but touch his forehead, thinking to himself, this is why the Earth Tiger Group is always called gangsters. At this moment, a fat man excitedly shouts, "Boss!" and rushes over. Everyone scolds him for his impropriety. Bong Sam doesn't mind and hands over rice cakes. Seeing Bong Sam after so many years, I smile knowingly. After eating the rice cake, I lead everyone away in a massive procession. In the car, I ask Cheol Nam about my mother. Cheol Nam explains what happened. Because previously, Lee Jun-ho of the 10,000 Blades gang died at Wang Yong's hands. But since Wang Yong is dead, the 10,000 Blades gang transferred their hatred to the organizers. To resolve this threat, your mother went to S Nation alone. Then Cheol Nam pulls out a photo. In the photo, a group of people lie scattered about, while only Kang Shin-ha stands heroically. Cheol Nam reassures me not to worry, tells me to go to the company to take charge first. My refusal greatly surprises Cheol Nam. I don't want to get involved in company matters anymore. I just want to study more. Cheol Nam hurriedly says, the boss's wife is only temporarily acting as president. As the only bloodline of the big boss, you are the only one who can be the Earth Tiger Group's president. I voice my thoughts. I just want to live an ordinary life now. You can be the president from now on. After saying goodbye to Cheol Nam, I stand at my home I haven't returned to in 2 years, deep in thought. Sensing something, I glance back and sigh helplessly. I see Bong Sam cowering behind a utility pole. I tell Bong Sam I just want to be alone. He immediately agrees, saying he won't appear before me. But seeing him like this, he won't give up. Where are you going, boss? Let me be your driver. I ignore him and walk home, hesitating at the door for a moment. Why are you still standing there? Come help me clean. Hearing this, Bong Sam excitedly follows me into the house. Inside a dojo in our nation, a person sits kneeling in meditation. The sound of his disciple opening the door interrupts him, handing him a letter. After reading the letter's contents, he says nothing. A flash of blade light and the letter in the air turns into scattered pieces. Deathmatch. Interesting. This person is Divine Blade Saiki. Inside a fencing hall in F Nation, red-haired Jason also receives the same invitation. After reading the contents, he crumples it up and reveals a sinister smile. At a certain mercenary encampment, a bearded Hulk is carving something with a knife. His eyes glance sideways at the opened envelope beside him, then turns back to continue his work. In a scenic location in S Nation, an old man covered in patches is fishing. A delivery guy brings him a letter. Seeing the old man ignore him, he throws the letter on the ground and leaves. The old man casts his fishing rod. The fishing line already hooks the invitation and brings it before him. After reading the contents, he throws the invitation into the air and swings his fishing rod. The fishing line dances and entangles the invitation. In the blink of an eye, it turns to nothing. The next moment, he continues fishing. After cleaning up with Bong Sam, I'm making instant noodles. Bong Sam sits on pins and needles, saying he should do this kind of thing. I tell him to relax. I'm not the boss anymore. Now Bong Sam is just like a brother to me. Hearing this, Bong Sam drops to his knees, at a loss. What's wrong, boss? It's me, Bong Sam. I'm your #1 subordinate. This guy leaves me helpless. At this moment, the doorbell rings. Bong Sam runs off as if pardoned. I'll get it. It's a registered letter. I tell him to open it for me. Bong Sam breaks out in a cold sweat after reading it. Seeing his expression, I think something serious has happened and quickly ask him about it. But Bong Sam awkwardly says he can't read English. I take the letter and start reading. Bong Sam looks at me with admiration. As expected of the boss, you even know English. Then he eagerly asks me what it says. A moment later, I awkwardly tell him I can't read English either. After a pause, Bong Sam admiringly shouts, "Worthy of being the boss, so honest." I'm completely speechless. Bong Sam, let's just eat first. The scene shifts to a small competition organized by street thugs. The winner is a muscular, burly man. High above, a streamer is live broadcasting the entire match. He shouts down to the crowd below. Who's the next challenger? The winner gets $1,000. At this moment, a tower of a man slowly walks in from outside. Everyone is shocked and pale when they see him, because this man is the PFC world champion. Just as everyone is confused about what's happening, Plank appears behind the streamer. He pulls out a thick stack of cash and announces to the crowd, if you can beat Mr. Wang Myong-do, each of you gets $100,000. You can attack together and use weapons. For whoever finally defeats Mr. Wang Myong-do, I'll add another 1 million. As soon as he says this, the crowd erupts in uproar. 1 million is an astronomical sum for these people at the bottom of society. Though they fear the PFC champion's strength, seeing everyone pull out weapons, the lure of money is clearly greater. The streamer is also intimidated by the big boss's presence behind him. Plank instructs him to broadcast this match properly. Let the whole world see this fight. The next moment, he falls into madness. I will pave the way for Mr. Wang Myong-do. I'll spend any amount of money for this until I find the strongest person. Though Wang Myong-do is bewildered by Plank's behavior, he quickly calms down. Facing a group of weapon-wielding thugs, he shows no fear. Looking at the charging crowd, his eyes flash with a sharp light. He kicks one person flying, then punches another one down, truly like a tiger among wolves. Meanwhile, Bong Sam and I are watching TV. It's Chu Song-jin's boxing match. After an intense battle, Chu Song-jin finally wins the match and claims the featherweight boxing championship. He has already caught up with and surpassed his father. Watching my friend's success, I genuinely feel happy for him. At this moment, the camera shifts. A familiar figure in the audience catches my attention. It's So Nam, whom I haven't seen in years. I lower my head dejectedly. Bong Sam notices my bad mood. He asks if I wanted to find out their contact information. I wave my hand and say, let's talk about it. After I get into college, Bong Sam squints at me for a long time. Suddenly, he stands up and loudly declares, I'll contact a cram school for you right away. With that, he starts searching on his phone. I sigh helplessly. This guy. The next day, he really does contact a cram school for me. But Bong Sam insists on enrolling together. While I'm studying, he's either zoning out or playing on his phone. 3 months later, my college entrance exam finally arrives. After these years of studying, I smoothly complete the exam. Just as I walk out of the exam hall, I see Bong Sam bowing from afar and shouting, You worked hard! Turning heads everywhere. Seeing Bong Sam like this, I feel like people will think I'm an idiot at school. Bong Sam asks how the exam went. I give him a confident look. He jumps for joy and suggests celebrating with barbecue. Bong Sam stands straight and pours my drink in a way that mortifies me again. He says, once the boss, always the boss. I tell him if he keeps this up, I won't let him follow me anymore. Hearing this, Bong Sam dramatically whimpers. I seriously tell him I'm not joking. These past years in prison, I thought about a lot of things. I think I often do stupid things. Seeing me talk about myself this way, Bong Sam quickly says loudly, You're the strongest person I've ever met, radiating leadership charisma. Earth Tiger Group will go far under your leadership. In short, boss, you're the best. I don't respond to Bong Sam's words. I'm reckless and violent. I always put people around me in danger. Before avenging my father, put Mom in danger. This time, Mom went to S Nation again to solve the trouble I caused. If something happens to her, I'll never forgive myself. Seeing my low spirits, Bong Sam puts his hands on my shoulders to comfort me. Because you're the most formidable person in H Nation, and the boss that everyone respects. No matter what others say, you're the best boss in my heart. With that, he raises his drink and downs it in one gulp. Then he shouts like making an oath, I will definitely protect the boss. After speaking, he tilts his head back and falls to the ground. This guy is a one-drink wonder. I help Bong Sam home. All the way, this guy babbles nonsense, and facing the stares of passers-by. I wish I could dig a hole in the ground and crawl into it. Arriving at the door, a familiar figure stands at the entrance. Son, did the exam go smoothly? After I anxiously pour out my inner thoughts to Mom, I thought Mom would be very angry, because this is the empire my father built with his own hands. But Mom comforts me. All along, because of us, your life has been very painful. Mom feels very sorry for you too. From now on, do whatever you want, follow your heart. Mom is still so gentle. Hearing her say this, I finally let go of my burden. I show a smile I haven't shown in ages. The next day, inside Earth Tiger Group headquarters, Cheol Nam is reporting recent work to Mom. Mom says the 10,000 Blades gang won't cause trouble anymore. Though she says this casually, only Mom probably knows the dangers involved. Cheol Nam pulls out an invitation they received earlier from his pocket. He tells Mom that a big shot is behind this event, but Mom says this has nothing to do with Earth Tiger Group. Seeing Mom say this, Cheol Nam hands her the tablet again. The content is Wang Myong-do's fight video. More and more people are paying attention to this competition, just like that match in our nation back then. Mom asks why Jin Tae, who was with Wang Myong-do, didn't stop him. Cheol Nam answers that Jin Tae has gone to college. Right, she hasn't contacted this junior disciple in a long time either. As the conversation ends and Cheol Nam prepares to leave, Mom stops him and tells him to gather all the executives for a meeting. Cheol Nam has a premonition that something big is about to happen. Mom's words confirm his premonition. Kang Rae wants to live an ordinary life. Just as Cheol Nam is about to say something, Mom interrupts him again. I also want to live an ordinary life. Since Kang Rae isn't coming back, there's no point in me staying in this position. This sudden development leaves Cheol Nam stunned. Mom continues, I think you, Cheol Nam, are most suited for this position. This should also be what Kang Shin-ha's spirit would hope to see. A match is being held on a university soccer field. The players on the field are running and competing, drenched in sweat. The cheers from the audience rise and fall. So Nam is among them, watching the match with great interest. At this moment, the soccer ball is flying rapidly toward a handsome man on the field. This person is Jin Tae, who has already entered college. Looking at the incoming ball, Jin Tae musters all his strength. He slams it hard with a header. The ball hits the ground and bounces into the air. Jin Tae forcefully pushes off the ground. He leaps high and executes a bicycle kick. The ball traces an arc with tremendous force, flying toward the goal. It directly pierces through the goalkeeper's defense. The beautiful goal brings teammates together to celebrate. The audience below also erupts in deafening cheers. Wandering around campus, I'm also happy to see this scene. The vibrant, youthful college life is truly enviable. Looking at Jin Tae and So Nam, whom I haven't seen in years, I choose not to reveal myself, because I want to cut ties with the past and start a new life. Autumn passes and winter comes. I also begin my college life. The entrance ceremony first introduces the school's history. Then the physical education department head, Tan Jin, gives a speech. The main idea is that at this school, you must respect your seniors. Seniors are heaven! Everyone below shouts in unison. I'm no exception, shouting along with the slogan. But this guy suddenly changes his tone. He says there's an older student among the freshmen. Isn't he talking about me? His warning is unmistakable. Being older doesn't mean you can act superior. Don't disobey anything seniors say. After this, there's the welcome banquet. Tan Jin loudly invites everyone to raise their glasses together. A guy with glasses next to me whispers that he can't drink. Just as he's panicking, a large hand lands on his shoulder. It's an upperclassman saying with ill intent, not drinking means you're disrespecting your senior. I know this is making an example, making freshmen not dare to resist in future school life, but I don't care at all about this. I take Four Eyes glass and drink it for him. The senior sneers, you punk sure love showing off. I immediately shout the slogan, seniors are heaven. But now these words sound full of mockery to his ears. Just as this person is about to lose his temper, Tan Jin stops him. Are you that older student? Hearing this, I immediately stand and bow. Because I started school late, I'll work doubly hard. Please guide me, senior. At this moment, this situation catches someone's attention. When he turns around and sees it's me, he's so scared his whole body trembles. This person is Jin Tae's classmate, Fatty. The senior is now getting handsy with me, which terrifies Fatty even more. Tan Jin also seems to notice Fatty's unusual behavior. After the banquet ends, I run into Fatty outside. He respectfully bows to me. Only after he introduces himself do I remember. I instruct him not to reveal anything about me to others. I just want to study in peace now. Don't want to cause trouble. At this moment, several people at the alley entrance call out to me. The leader is the senior from earlier. He arrogantly tells me to come over. I brush my hair back. Senior, I'm coming right over. This makes Fatty, who knows my identity, break out in a cold sweat, feeling sorry for those guys in his heart. Just as he's about to stop it, this scene makes the senior think Fatty is standing up for me. He warns Fatty not to meddle, watching me walk toward the three of them with a smile on my face. Fatty is already feeling sorry for the three in his heart, but the scene he imagined doesn't happen. Instead, I let the three bully me and obediently do push-ups. This makes Fatty break out in a cold sweat, thinking it's the calm before the storm. At the entrance ceremony, Tan Jin invites an important figure. This person is Chu Song Jin, who just won the lightweight boxing championship. He has Chu Song Jin give some encouragement to the juniors. Seeing this legendary figure, the students below erupt in thunderous applause. Chu Song Jin takes the microphone. He only says one sentence. I hope you all study hard and improve every day. Then he tosses the microphone back to Tan Jin and leaves. Just leaving the hall, he sees Fatty standing anxiously at the alley entrance. Walking closer, he sees three people bullying a student. The three see Chu Song Jin and quickly bow respectfully. They say this freshman was too arrogant, so they taught him a lesson. At the same time, they kick me and tell me to get up and greet senior Chu Song Jin. When Chu Song Jin sees me, he freezes. long time no see. Chu Sung-jin chuckles. He quickly rushes in front of me and swings a left hook. I slightly dodge to the side. Chu Sung-jin's straight punch comes at my face. I reach out and catch his fist. We look at each other and smile. Watching me hold my own against the world champion, the three immediately break out in a cold sweat. They ask Fatty about my identity. Fatty tells them I'm the legend of Youngjin High School. If you were students at Youngjin High School, you would know how terrifying that man is. Facing current world champion Wang Myong-do, this blonde man shows no fear. He even initiates the attack. Because this is a match without any rules, for the prize money of up to 10 million, the blonde man unleashes his full potential, even backing Wang Myong-do into a corner. Then he rushes forward quickly. A punch heads straight for Wang Myong-do's face. Wang Myong-do seizes the moment. While ducking to avoid the punch, his knee is already driving into the man's chest. Then a devastating heavy punch directly knocks the man out. The streamer broadcasting the match excitedly shouts, "Mr. Wang Myong-do will challenge top fighters around the world." Meanwhile, I'm eating at a barbecue restaurant with Chu Seong-jin. He asks when I got out. When he learns I got out last year, he questions why I didn't contact him. Aren't we friends? He also asks if Jin Tae and So Nam know. I'm silent for a moment, then say, that's all in the past. I don't have the face to see them. Then we talk about Wang Myong-do. Chu Seong-jin pulls out his phone and shows me. It's videos of Wang Myong-do participating in those recent matches. Chu Seong-jin is worried that Wang Myong-do will die at this rate and asks me to stop him. I also don't understand how this kind of match started again, or who's behind it. On the way home, Bong Sam notices I'm troubled, but I don't tell him. At home facing Mom, I also act normal. I don't want them to worry about me anymore. Meanwhile, Plank is watching Wang Myong-do's match. The buzz has already built up. We've already invited many top fighters to participate, but some people have declined. Looks like we'll need to use some methods. Today, just as Bong Sam and I go out, Cheol Nam is already waiting on the side. Coming before Mom, I bow respectfully. Mom tells Cheol Nam she won't interfere with Earth Tiger Group matters anymore. Cheol Nam says this matter concerns both me and Mom. There's a strange message from M Nation. With that, he takes out a tablet. On the screen is Plank, the mastermind behind the mysterious competition. His meaning is very clear. If Mom, who possesses great strength, doesn't participate in the competition, he feels the competition loses its meaning. Hearing this, Mom doesn't care, but Plank's next words make Mom furious. If Mom refuses the competition, then he'll use methods to invite others. And these two people are me and Jin Tae. These are Mom's two closest relatives. At this moment, Mom radiates intense killing intent. Seeing Plank smile makes her even more furious. She kicks the tablet flying. Mom orders Cheol Nam to find out all information about this person, no matter what methods or means. Cheol Nam says they've already obtained intelligence on Plank. At the entrance of H Nation University, Jin Tae and So Nam are preparing to head to school. Someone blocks their way. It's Chu Sung-jin, whom they haven't seen in a long time. They're curious why Chu Sung-jin would appear here. He should be preparing for next week's match. Chu Sung-jin pauses for a moment and says, that guy got out. Jin Tae, being slow on the uptake, still asks stupidly who got out. But So Nam immediately understands who Chu Sung-jin is talking about. Chu Sung-jin turns to leave. I just thought you should know first. That guy is now a freshman at our school. Seeing So Nam silent, Jin Tae suggests they go see me together, saying he really misses senior Kang Ray. So Nam is silent for a long time, then refuses. That's all in the past. Then she leaves Jin Tae alone and walks away quietly. So Nam can't help but recall what happened before. She went to visit me, but I harshly scolded her and told her not to come again. Meanwhile, top fighter Bong Sam is deep in thought. A large hand silently lands on his shoulder. When he turns around and sees who it is, he's stunned for a while. It takes him a moment to remember that the long-haired man before him is the former monk. Knowing Jin Tae is here to find the boss, he tells him the boss will be back soon. On the late-night streets, a man is running wildly. It's H Nation's youngest underworld emperor. Intentionally or not, he ends up running to his old school. Familiar faces from the past keep flashing through his mind. At this moment, he keenly realizes someone is following him, so I accelerate and disappear around a corner. The car follows, but doesn't see any trace of me. At this moment, I've already climbed onto a high wall. I leap suddenly, landing directly on the car's hood. I discover a foreigner in the car holding a camera, extremely nervous. I demand to know why he's following me. This guy actually tries to accelerate and shake me off. I gather all my strength. One elbow strike shatters the windshield. I'll ask you again, who are you? This person is already frozen in fear. I see the camera on his chest. I yank it over. When I see the contents of the camera, I'm shocked and pale. There are photos of me and Chu Sung-jin together. Scrolling further, there are daily photos of So Nam and Jin Tae. Seeing my murderous expression, this person is terrified and quickly explains he was hired by someone. I bring this person home. Bong Sam examines the photos in the camera. Judging from the dates, he's been following for at least half a year. I connect this to the note Mom left, which might be related. I tell Bong Sam to contact Uncle Cheol Nam. Have him bring someone who speaks English. Meanwhile, Mom arrives at a high-rise building in M Nation. Inside, a group of fierce-looking people are very alert to the woman at the door. One person stops Mom, saying only those with appointments can go up. Mom pulls out that mysterious invitation. Seeing this, the person immediately contacts the supervisor via earpiece. Then all the windows in the room lower their shutters, but Mom shows no fear. A group of people line up in 2 rows, saying the supervisor is waiting for Mom on the 88th floor. Mom resolutely walks toward the elevator. Inside Earth Tiger Group headquarters, Myong is interrogating the person kneeling before him about who sent them. This person trembles and refuses to reveal the mastermind. The next second, steel needles are instantly inserted between all 5 fingers. I'll ask you one last time. The man can't withstand this pressure. He confesses he was hired by by Plank. Hearing this name, Cheol Nam visibly freezes. I notice something's off and ask if he knows him. Cheol Nam says he was originally worried it was the 10,000 Blades gang. If it's Plank, there's no need to worry. Mom should be meeting with this person now. The last person who put Mom in danger has grass 6 feet high on his grave, but now someone else is targeting Mom. This makes me furious, but Cheol Nam remains exceptionally calm. I grab him by the collar. If anything happens to Mom, I'll finish you myself. After calming down for a moment, I tell Huang Mo to contact Plank. If he dares to touch a hair on anyone around me, I'll smash his bones piece by piece. At this moment, Mom has already arrived at the 88th floor. It's an exceptionally spacious place. On the large screen above is Plank, the person Mom is looking for. I didn't expect you to find me so quickly, madam. I spent so much effort to invite you here. Seeing photos of her loved ones' daily lives displayed before her, Mom radiates killing intent. Let me see your strength first, madam. As soon as Plank finishes speaking, a person wearing leg shackles appears. This person is completely restrained, seems to be an extremely dangerous individual. Plank promises that if he can take down the woman before him, he'll give him freedom. Then this person's restraints are released. Enjoy yourself. The person cackles and rushes forward rapidly. Mom calmly glances at the attacker. This person only feels a blur before his eyes, then loses consciousness. Is this all you've got? Hearing this, Plank chuckles. Then several more people like the previous one emerge one after another. Their restraints are also removed. Looking at the fierce group, Mom closes her eyes. When she opens them again, darts are already in her hands. Then she swings both hands forward. The darts pierce through several people's bodies. Then Mom rushes into the crowd. Within a few breaths, everyone is already down. The moment I see you, you're dead. Facing Mom's threat, Plank chuckles. He presses a button. Then the entire room fills with strange gas. In the room, Plank breathes a sigh of relief. Finally completed the most difficult invitation. Standing beside him is Wang Miyong-do, asking when the competition can officially start. Plank tells him all the sponsors will gather. The world's greatest show is about to begin. A luxury cruise ship is docked somewhere in the East Sea. Helicopters continuously transport important figures to the ship. A brother who once fought alongside me has now put Mom in danger because of him. Learning all this, I don't understand. So I tell Myong to call Jin-tae over. At this moment, Jin-tae and So Nam are chatting and laughing. Myong's appearance interrupts them. Jin-tae, who hasn't seen him in a long time, is very happy. He even strikes a pose he thinks is cool and asks if Myong missed him. So Nam also recognizes Myong's identity. After Myong explains why he's here, Jin-tae is caught in a dilemma, because today he had plans with So Nam to go out. Hearing that name she's been thinking about, So Nam is silent for a long time. Finally, she tells Jin-tae that important matters come first. After that, Myong and Bong Sam stand guard outside the door. They're both worried whether there'll be a fight inside. Myong teases Bong Sam, telling him to go in and check. Bong Sam quickly waves his hand, saying he's timid. Then he says leisurely, "Actually, being with the boss during this time has been really happy. I finally feel like a normal person. But for people like us, once you enter the underworld, how easy is it to turn back?" Inside, Jin-tae looks at a table full of photos, completely confused. When I ask him what Wang Myong-do really wants to do, he's even more clueless. Until Cheol-nam pulls out a photo of Plank. He recognizes him. It's the person who approached Wang Myong-do in M Nation. I tell him what's going on. I ask if Wang Myong-do said anything at the time. Jin-tae tells me Plank promised Wang Myong-do to organize that kind of competition for him. Then I tell Cheol-nam to help me prepare to go to M Nation. He tells me I'm still on parole. I order him to use any means necessary. Jin-tae also knows how serious this is and offers to go together. Boss's wife and Wang Myong-do's matters are my matters. I tell him he should stay behind to protect So Nam. Jin-tae retorts that I'm the one who should protect So Nam. I don't have time to argue with him about this. You're an adult now. Just don't regret your own choices. At this moment, inside the luxury cruise ship, Plank is conducting a welcome ceremony. Below the stage sit various people, all looking like big shots from different regions. Plank says they've invited people from R Nation and S Nation, but there's no definite response yet. Everyone says this life or death competition is very interesting. Carl says the person behind him is confident of winning the championship. Carlos bets 100 million, thinking his person can win. Carpaccio, not to be outdone, says if the twins can win, he'll give them an oil field. Seeing everyone's high enthusiasm, Plank is also very pleased. He says the competition is all ready. Then a giant screen rises above everyone's heads, and the person on screen is Wang Myong-do. The competition venue is set up in the glass chamber at the bottom of the cruise ship. Carpaccio asks the twins if they're confident. The twins say they're different from the other competitors, afraid we might accidentally kill someone. Hearing this, Plank tells them they can go all out. As long as you can beat Mr. Wang Myong-do, I'll give an extra $10 million as a reward. Carpaccio doesn't understand where his confidence comes from. The twins are two people. Plank says, Mr. Wang Myong-do fighting two people alone is no problem. At this moment, inside Plank's headquarters building, the elevator slowly rises toward the 88th floor. Two people inside are holding gas masks. They're talking, saying the gas injected earlier is enough to put 20 elephants to sleep for a day. In any case, restrain that woman before the boss returns. As they speak, the elevator door opens. But on the ground, apart from the people lying there, there's no sign of the woman. Suddenly, there's a noise behind them. Mom jumps down from above the elevator shaft. She kicks one person flying. With her other hand, she grabs the other person's face. She directly slams him onto the floor. Only then does Mom exhale. She demands to know where Plank is. At this moment, everyone on the cruise ship is staring at the match on screen. Everyone is now shocked by Wang Myong-do's strength, because in just a few minutes one of the twins is being held by Wang Myong-do like a chicken. The other one tries to come to the rescue, but gets kicked in the face by Wang Myong-do's sidekick. Then on the platform, a heavy axe kick. His foot stomps directly on his face. At this moment, the person he's holding moves his shoe. A sharp blade pops out from the shoe tip. This person's eyes flash with viciousness. He lifts his foot and stabs straight at Wang Myong-do's abdomen. Thinking he succeeded, he shows a smile, but he sees Wang Myong-do expressionless, forcibly taking the hit with his body. Seeing Wang Myong-do's expression, this person panics. He quickly backs up a few steps, but sees Wang Myong-do's iron fist coming at his face. One punch knocks this person unconscious. Plank watches the match and laughs heartily, asking if anyone else wants to challenge. Everyone is now silent. On the other side, Sonam is swinging on a swing, full of worries. Seeing Jin-tae coming, she quickly asks what happened. Jin-tae doesn't want to worry her and tries to hide it, but seeing Sonam's pressing gaze, knowing he can't hide it, he tells her what happened. Jin-tae says he's going to M Nation to stop Wang Myong-do. Seeing Sonam's worried expression, Jin-tae confidently says no one is stronger than him. On the other side, Bong Sam also wants to go with me to M Nation. I shut him up with a few sentences. Can you speak English? Do you have an international license? I say having Myong go with me is enough. Plank, better wash your neck and wait. This man who resembles Brahm is a lumberjack. His favorite thing to do is watch my comic commentary. This day, he accidentally scrolls to Wang Myong-do's match video. The $10 million prize for this competition makes his heart race. In S Nation, an old man is leisurely fishing. Suddenly, many vehicles drive over. A group of people in black robes get out of the cars. The leader is Lee Sung-ho, vice leader of the 10,000 Blades gang. He clasps his hands together and bows respectfully to the old man. The old man glances at him. Did your father send you to find me? Lee Sung-ho shows a sad expression. Please help me avenge my father and brother senior. The old man deflects, saying he's on his last legs and tells him to find someone else. But Lee Sung-ho continues, saying the 10,000 Blades gang suffered a disaster. All 13 halls were burned down by a woman from H Nation. Then he kneels and kowtows, asking the old man for help again. The old man still isn't moved. Lee Sung-ho's next sentence makes the old man pause. Black Ash's Wang Yong was also killed by that woman. The old man cackles. No wonder that old guy hasn't bothered me these past 2 years. Turns out he's already been reincarnated. Then he slowly stands up. The person who could kill Wang Yong has piqued my interest. Hearing this, Lee Sung-ho is overjoyed and quickly kowtows and thanks. But the old man laughs heartily. I just want to move these old bones around. On a stretch of sea, a ship is moving rapidly. This is the route Cheolnam arranged for me. Take the ship to R Nation, then transfer it to M Nation. Meanwhile, Jin-tae is catching a ride to the airport. A car pulls up beside him. Bong Sam offers to give him a lift. Throughout the ride, Bong Sam's rock music makes Jin-tae carsick. Finally arriving at the airport, Jin-tae tries to say goodbye to Bong Sam as if escaping for his life, but Bong Sam calls him back. Jin-tae thinks he's worried about Kang Rae and tells him not to worry, but this guy grins and says he wants to go to M Nation too. Once on the plane, Bong Sam becomes even more excited. The rock music makes Jin-tae airsick again. Inside a house, a man is reading the newspaper. It's reporting on world champion Wang Myong-do's fall from grace and participation in illegal fights. So Nam walks over and calls out to her father, then says she has business in M Nation. Seeing her father ignore her, she explains she's going to cheer for Chu Song-jin's match. Prosecutor Kim asks if that's all. So Nam, seemingly having her thoughts seen through, is left speechless. Then Prosecutor Kim changes his tone and agrees to let her go. Before she can rejoice, he makes another request, that he'll go to M Nation with So Nam. On the other side, Wang Myong-do finds Plank, tells him he doesn't want to fight boring matches anymore, asks when he can have an official match. Plank tells him not to worry, says everything is already prepared, then pushes over a case of cash, saying it's the 10 million prize for this match. Unexpectedly, Wang Myong-do doesn't even glance at it, saying he's not interested in these papers, and immediately prepares to get up and leave. Plank tells him things will get very interesting next, then makes a phone call asking where the other person is. On the other end of the call is Kang Rae. Lying scattered on the ground are Plank's guards. Plank shows his phone to Wang Myong-do, asks if he can defeat this woman. Wang Myong-do freezes when he sees the photo, recalling the training scene on the mountain 2 years ago. Watching Jin-tae and Kang Rae spar back then, he realized how large the gap was, but he knows he's no longer the same person. Snapping back to reality, he chuckles. Defeat her? I've never thought I would lose. Back in the day, Bong Sam was unruly, and upon arriving in M Nation keeps insisting he's hungry. Where's the demeanor of a master fighter? This troubles Jin-tae, finally managing to feed this guy. They drive to the location where the video was posted. Jin-tae turns around to find Bong Sam eating again. Scolded by Jin-tae, Bong Sam stuffs the entire burger into his mouth. At this moment, a group of people blocks their way. Jin-tae recognizes the leader as the one who filmed the match video. Seeing the two not responding, a bald giant steps forward looking for trouble. Just as Jin-tae is about to speak, Bong Sam places a hand on his shoulder. Looking at the short, chubby guy, the bald man mocks that first there was a monkey, now a pig has arrived. These words make veins bulge on Bong Sam's forehead. A heavy punch slams into the bald man's abdomen. The bald man's eyes roll back, foam coming from his mouth. The bald man crashes to the ground. This situation shocks everyone else. Bong Sam turns to Jin-tae, bragging he can easily handle these small fries. The next second, a gun is pointed at his head. Looking at the dark barrel, Bong Sam's eyes turn cold, his entire body erupting with powerful presence. This makes the bearded man wonder, does this fatty have some special ability? possibility? The next second, Bong Sam raises both hands in surrender. However, no one notices a figure rapidly running from behind Bong Sam. Jin Tae gathers all his strength and flies up with a kick to the bearded man's wrist, kicking the gun away with one strike. Before the bearded man can be surprised, another kick strikes the bearded man's face. The instantly unfolding events leave the rest frozen. Now, can I ask you some questions? He then pulls out Plank's photo, asking where this person is. The streamer doesn't dare hide anything, but deflects, saying he only handles filming and doesn't know other things. Seeing Jin Tae's fierce expression, he still reveals there will be a big match here soon. Meanwhile, Myung and I arrive in M Nation. I instruct the driver to head to Plank's base, but heavily armed police at the entrance make me abandon the idea of entering. Myung finds out the place is currently under lockdown, though the specific reason is still unknown. While I'm at a loss, the driver hands me an envelope, saying this is the lead found according to headquarters request. The information shows TD Motors President Borsk owns 30% of PFC shares and is a fighting enthusiast. Perhaps we can get the information we need through this person. Inside a fencing gym in F Nation, a match is underway. The Olympic champion is defeated in just a few moves. The Olympic champion tells him to compete in his place next time. This person is Jason, also Jax's brother from the previous tournament. Like his brother, he thinks sporting events are meaningless. He casually tosses the helmet and pierces the helmet with one thrust, then gives a wicked smile, deciding to go to M Nation for a real match. However, when we drive to the location, we're told we can't enter without an appointment. With no other choice, I prepare to sneak in over the wall. This is stopped by Myung. This is M Nation, and he's still on parole. But Kang Ray's unknown whereabouts have made me lose my calm. Anyone who blocks me will be destroyed. During this tense standoff, a vehicle approaches from the distance, and the person in the car is Borsk, whom we're looking for. I immediately tell Myung to get in the car and give chase. On the other side, Bong Sam at the hotel becomes gloomy, because he surrendered to that thug earlier and feels humiliated. People here have guns, which he'd only seen in movies before. He feels useless. Jin Tae comforts him, saying he was very brave. It was Bong Sam who took the initiative earlier. Otherwise, Jin Tae would have faced danger first. Besides, even Kang Ray would face the same situation here. Jin Tae comforts Bong Sam, saying he'll definitely give Kang Ray strength. Seeing Jin Tae's sincere eyes, Bong Sam immediately beams with joy, pumping himself up as the boss's right-hand man. Meanwhile, Borsk on the road is video calling Plank. From their conversation, it's revealed Plank is responsible for inviting more skilled fighters. Borsk is responsible for injecting more funds. At this moment, he notices a car following in the rearview mirror. Borsk tells the driver to pull over. The driver warns of danger, but Borsk doesn't care. His car is bulletproof. Myung and I approach and identify ourselves as from Earth Tiger Group. Borsk dismissively says he's never heard of such a small company. Myung says we want to consult him about something, but he impatiently interrupts, saying he's busy and is about to tell the driver to drive off. I've run out of patience. I reach out and block the closing car window. I need to ask you some things. This isn't a discussion. Borsk stares at me for a long time. Suddenly, my appearance overlaps with someone in his memory. Then he actively opens the car door and does something that drops both Myung's and my jaws. He gives me a big hug, then excitedly shouts it really is me, that he's my loyal fan. This sudden situation leaves Myung and me confused. He continues saying he became my fan after watching my last match, thinking I'm here to participate in the match again. Back at the hotel, since being cheered up, Bong Sam has become a goofball again. Hearing that Chu Seong Jin is coming to M Nation for a match, he excitedly insists on going to the airport. Jin Tae has no choice but to agree to his request. Arriving at the airport, they see Chu Seong Jin waving this way, but besides Chu Seong Jin, there's someone who shouldn't be here. So Nam and her father appear behind Chu Seong Jin. Borsk says he's the investor for this tournament. I don't care about that. I just want to know where Plank is. To this, he appeases me, saying he'll call Plank immediately. But at this moment, Plank's phone is left in the car, and he himself has arrived at a mansion. The owner of this mansion is Divine Blade Saeki. To Plank's invitation, Saeki directly refuses. My blade will not become your tool for making money. Let me put it another way. Plank chuckles, I'm just providing you a place to prove your blade can cut people. After a long pause, Saeki slowly draws his blade. His expression grows increasingly cold. At the airport, when Bong Sam sees Sonam's father, his jaw drops in surprise. As he walks past, he whispers to Jin Tae. The reason he's here is simply because he doesn't want Sonam in danger. Meanwhile, Chu Seong Jin says he needs to go back to the hotel to adjust his condition for the match. At this moment, Jin Tae senses the aura of a powerful fighter. This feeling is even stronger than when he encountered Wang Yang. 3 people walk out from the airport in the distance. That dangerous feeling comes from the short elderly man in the floral shirt in the middle. Seemingly sensing something, the old man also glances in Jin Tae's direction. At this moment, a large hand lands on Jin Tae's shoulder. Bong Sam asks what happened. Jin Tae shakes his head and says nothing. When he looks back, the mysterious old man's figure has disappeared. At this moment, Lee Sung-ho asks the old man what's wrong. The old man chuckles, saying he found an interesting kid. This M Nation trip might be very interesting. On the other side, Plank, having persuaded Saeki, walks out of the mansion. His subordinate reports that TD President Borsk called. At Borsk's house, I'm questioning why he had people follow me. Faced with my question, he says he doesn't know. He's just an investor. At this moment, Plank's call comes back. Borsk tells him I'm right beside him, and Plank seems very excited about my arrival. Because for this tournament, the first invitation was sent to me. I'm not interested in his nonsense. I demand to know where Kang Ray is. He doesn't answer my question directly, just says she's safe now. I rage furiously, pounding the table and pressing further. Plank threatens me that if I agree to participate in the tournament, I can see Kang Ray. On the international waters, a speedboat races along. A figure on the speedboat is shrouded in a long robe. It stops when approaching a luxury yacht. Lifting the robe robe, it's the long-missing Kang Rei. Looking at the luxury yacht before her, Kang Rei silently leaps onto it, but finds no security personnel. After looking around, a gate catches Kang Rei's attention. Going down the stairs, there's a spacious room below. The sound of boxing practice comes from inside. A muscular man is punching a dummy. From the back, it's definitely Wang Myongdu. Wang Myongdu, seemingly knowing who arrived, stops what he's doing. You really came. Wang Myongdu still doesn't turn around. At this moment, the door suddenly closes. Kang Rei asks why he's doing this. Wang Myongdu turns around wearing a strange mask. I just want to fight. Causing all this trouble, you'll die by my hand, Kang Rei shouts sternly. Wang Myongdu says he doesn't have confidence to defeat her yet, then says sorry, and as soon as the words fall, strange gas starts emitting from the side. Kang Rei already knows something is very wrong, so she seizes the initiative and attacks Wang Myongdu first, wanting to take him down before she falls. But Wang Myongdu has also trained in martial lineage for 2 years. He has some understanding of Kang Rei's techniques, and doesn't engage in prolonged combat with Kang Rei, just keeps dodging. The intense movement causes Kang Rei to inhale quite a bit of gas. Though unwilling, she helplessly collapses. On Plank's private jet, besides Seiki, who agreed to the invitation earlier, there's also a bearded man. It's the previously invited mercenary Colonel Graves. He tells Plank the reason he accepted the invitation is because he's tired of battlefield killing. Plank laughs heartily, saying he's just as the rumors say. Says he'll give him an interesting stage. Graves tightens his grip on his kukri knife. I'm greatly looking forward to it. On the other side, Jin-tae finds Sonam and asks why she's here. Sonam explains she's here to cheer for Chu Seong-jin's match. But this explanation clearly doesn't convince Jin-tae. Jin-tae tells her to go back quickly after the match, saying it's very dangerous here now. But Sonam says she's not a child, and that her father has already gone to meet his M-Nation police friends to see if this matter can be resolved. She also asks if Kang Rei has arrived here. Jin-tae doesn't want her to worry and deflects, saying he's not sure. Meanwhile, I'm taking a helicopter to the yacht. I tell Mayong to handle things himself. After saying this, I leap down under their astonished gazes, landing directly on the yacht's deck, praying in my heart that Kang Rei doesn't get into trouble. The yacht is very large, leaving me no idea where to start. I can only search room by room, after kicking open 3 rooms in succession. Finally, that downward gate catches my attention. Going down the stairs, Wang Myongdu seems to have been waiting for me. I don't waste words directly asking where Kang Rei is. He tells me not to worry. She's in a safe place now, then slowly removes his mask. The plan wasn't supposed to be like this, but your arrival makes my blood boil. The next moment he tosses the mask aside. If you can defeat me, you can see her. I rub my neck. That's a piece of cake. Hearing my mocking words, Wang Myongdu rages, still so arrogant. These 2 years of desperate training were all for this moment to defeat you. Then the two engage in battle, and everything happening is being watched by Plank. This unexpected situation outside the plan makes him grit his teeth. He hurriedly contacts the streamer, telling him to start the live stream immediately. The streamer questions that the match isn't starting until a few days later, but is interrupted by Plank. The World Peak Tournament officially begins. At this moment, Bong Sam is boredly scrolling through short videos. The next second, his eyes widen in shock at the video content. Meanwhile, Jin-tae and So-nam are in the room worrying about me. Suddenly, Bong Sam rushes into the room, showing the video content he just saw. This greatly shocks both of them. It's footage of Wang Myongdu and me fighting. At this moment, my fist is caught by him, and his attack is blocked by me. You'll never understand what kind of days I've lived through since that failure, Wang Myongdu says angrily. That sense of powerlessness and defeat left me in a daze. All the effort was for today, to take you down. I dismissively wave my hand. Where do you get the confidence to say such things? The enraged Wang Myongdu charges at me, but neither of us notices the gas coming from the ventilation duct. At this moment, the scene shifts and Plank appears. The World Peak Tournament has officially begun. The intense battle footage spreads out, driving everyone into a frenzy over the tournament. The event reaches unprecedented popularity. Cheol Nam of Earth Tiger Group receives the news. Chu Song-jin, who is practicing, also learns from his coach. A group of police officers are also following this event. Prosecutor Kim and his friend are also discussing this, but they're met with cold reality. One reason is the event location is on an island in international waters. The other, most important reason is capital control, and the powers behind this event are entities they dare not provoke. In the end, they're powerless. At this moment, Chu Seong-jin also pushes open Jin-tae's room. He asks why Wang Myongdu and I are fighting. Jin-tae tells him not to worry about it, just focus on preparing for his own match. Chu Seong-jin says he won't just stand by. After a moment of silence, Jin-tae tells Bong Sam to go out for a walk. So-nam asks where they're going but gets no answer. Where Jin-tae and Bong Sam are going is the streamer's broadcast location. Unlike last time, as soon as they enter the warehouse, dozens of fierce-looking people block their way, and deep in the crowd is the smug-looking streamer. With so many people protecting him this time, he's not worried at all. When Jin-tae asks where the tournament location is, he scoffs. You really don't understand the situation, the streamer says arrogantly. If you want to know the location, you can participate in the tournament. I saw your skills were pretty good last time. I have over 10 million followers. If I promote you, you can become a star fighter. Since you won't answer the question, you'll regret it soon. Then turns to ask Bong Sam to hold off the small fries. Bong Sam knowingly gives a thumbs up. Then bam, punches the big oaf in front of him in the face. Jin-tae also marches marches menacingly toward the streamer. The streamer shouts for people nearby to stop him. Jin-tae accelerates, charging into the crowd, steps on one person's face, then pushes hard and bounces high, then using the shoulders and backs in the crowd, completes another jump, and with a final spinning flip arrives above the streamer's head. As the streamer's eyes nearly pop out, Jin-tae lands steadily in front of him. The streamer is already scared limp on the ground. Behind them come thudding sounds. Quite a few people are already lying around Bong-sam, and Bong-sam stands there like a war god holding his baton. Two muscular men block the streamer, both swinging fists at Jin-tae. After two instant bangs, both fall backwards simultaneously. Then Jin-tae assumes a fighting stance. More people charge at Jin-tae. More than 10 minutes later, no one is standing in the field except Bong-sam and Jin-tae. This terrifying scene nearly scares the streamer to death. Now can you tell me what I want to know? On the other half of the yacht, Myung rushes to the rescue, just discovering the two people on the ground. A gun is pressed against the back of his head. This mantis stalks the cicada, unaware of the oriole behind, is perfect. At this moment, Borsk, who came with Myung, is on the phone with Planck, complaining about being dragged into trouble. After the call, he comforts Myung not to worry. Everyone is safe, just asleep. Then he's locked in the same place as me. Soon after, Planck's private jet returns to the island. At this time, masters from around the world gradually arrive. When I wake up, it's already 5 hours later. I ask about Wang Myung-do's whereabouts. Myung tells me he left when he woke up. Says we're currently on an island in international waters. This place isn't even on the map. At this moment, Wang Myung-do comes to where Kang Rae is held. Opens the cell door lock. He apologizes to Kang Rae, saying he just wanted to fight. He didn't expect things to exceed his expectations. When walking onto the deck, he happens to encounter Borsk. Seeing Kang Rae, he shows no panic. Explains he's just a sponsor. After seeing Kang Rae approach, the bodyguard alertly pulls out his gun. Borsk explains he knows Kang Rae is a dangerous person and asks her not to come closer. When Kang Rae asks about Planck's whereabouts, news just came that Planck has returned. At this moment, Myung and I also return to the deck, calling out to Kang Rae. Kang Rae turns around in surprise and sees me, then swiftly moves forward and kicks the bodyguard in the chest. This lightning-fast attack makes Borsk break into a cold sweat. Kang Rae warns not to pull out such things in front of her son. Borsk nods repeatedly in agreement. Only then does Kang Rae ask why I'm here. I tell her I came because I was worried. Kang Rae says this brat acted on his own again, then asks Borsk to find a helicopter pilot. Borsk points to the person on the ground, saying that's who got beaten. Kang Rae tells him to get a pilot from Planck. Borsk hurriedly nods in agreement. After handling all this, Kang Rae asks Wang Myung-do if he still insists on fighting. After getting an affirmative answer, she doesn't press further. Just tells him that putting people around you in danger will bring punishment. Then turns to ask if I want to stay and fight. I say I want to go back with Kang Rae, but before going back I must teach Planck a lesson. At this moment, Planck pushes the door open. First apologizes for his previous behavior, then says if we want to leave we can take the private jet anytime. Then we take Planck's car to the venue center. When the door opens, a party is underway. Let's enjoy the party first. This makes Kang Rae's expression turn stern. Planck says some old friends want to see Kang Rae. At this moment, several people walk out from the crowd, but Kang Rae doesn't recognize them. This makes Lee Sung-ho rage furiously. Destroyed our 13 halls and pretend not to know us. Only then does Kang Rae recognize them as the 10,000 Blades gang. Kang Rae says it was because they wanted to harm her son that she ordered punishment. Regarding Lee Sung-ho talking about his brother's death, she finds it absurd. The one who killed Lee Jin-ho was Wang Yong. Lee Sung-ho stubbornly says that no matter what, it's because I held that tournament that a series of events happened, and it was I who used his brother to draw out Wang Yang. I don't defend myself against his accusation, because avenging one's father is only natural. Lee Sung-ho follows my words, saying that his revenge for his brother is also natural. So during this tournament, all old and new grudges will be settled, if you refuse. The 10,000 Blades gang will wage all-out war on Earth Tiger Group. This threatening tone makes Kang Rae's entire body emanate intense killing intent. An old man wearing a conical hat has been watching the situation here. At this moment, he takes small steps from behind the crowd. This is really interesting. Just one glance makes Kang Rae break into a cold sweat. His small stature stands before Kang Rae like a giant. This pressure is even greater than Wang Yong's. I twist my neck at this moment. What a headache. Another old geezer. I just want to live quietly. Can you not interfere? At my words, Ryu 1J chuckles. If you want me to stay out of it, let's see if you have what it takes. Meanwhile, at the hotel, the streamer is logging into the World Peak Tournament website, but discovers that membership registration now costs 10,000. Jin-tae and Bong-sam definitely can't come up with such a large sum, their eyes maliciously glancing at the streamer. The streamer wants to struggle, but seeing Bong-sam's baton, immediately backs down. Opens the website with tears in his eyes. Discovers that besides videos from the previous tournament, information on this tournament's fighters has been added. At the venue, the atmosphere is tense. I heard that boy Wang Yang died at your hands, right? Ryu 1J asks gloomily. Seeing the nervous expressions on Kang Rae and me, he chuckles. No need to be nervous. I'm not here to avenge that boy. Many people here this time are no weaker than Wang Yang. It seems the coming days will be very interesting. I show a wicked smile. I think so too. Who would have thought the world's #1 ranked boxer couldn't last even 10 seconds against this man? This is Chu Song-jin, undefeated in recent years with all knockouts. Below the ring, ring, Sonam and Jin-tae are also watching the match, but their minds are completely elsewhere. After the match, Sonam finds Chu Song-jin and congratulates him on his victory. But Chu Song-jin knows she didn't find him just for this, asks Sonam why Jin-tae isn't with her. Sonam says Jin-tae is hiding everything from her now, then asks how much he knows about Kang Ray's situation. Do you still like Kang Ray? Chu Song-jin's question makes Sonam stammer. Seeing her like this, Chu Song-jin hands her a tablet. On the tablet is detailed information about this tournament's fighters. Seeing this, Sonam's eyes widen. Following Chu Song-jin's prompt, she scrolls down, finally sees my information below. Sonam freezes on the spot. She doesn't understand why I'm participating in this kind of tournament again. Chu Song-jin says he doesn't know the specifics either. Perhaps Wang Myong-do and I were born to fight. The streamer says he already knows the tournament location. But the problem now is that place only allows skilled fighters to enter, just when everyone is at a loss. The streamer proposes a solution, which is for him to film a skilled fighter's match video and upload it. As long as it gets enough views, it can attract the tournament organizer's attention. Bong Sam volunteers saying he can do it. As long as it can help the boss, he can give everything. At the venue, I'm on the beach deep in thought. Kang Ray walks over and asks if I've decided to stay and fight. I tell Kang Ray to leave everything to me this time. After all, everything happened because of me. But I also ask Kang Ray one thing. That is to make sure Plank and S Nation fighters can never appear again. Kang Ray gives me a comforting smile. She reminds me to pay special attention to that old man. I tell Kang Ray it's him who should be worried. In the conference room, the tournament organizers are seated together. Plank says thanks to everyone's great support, the tournament can proceed smoothly. Everyone happily says as long as there's money to be made, it's fine. But some worry that deaths during matches could cause trouble. Plank says there's absolutely no need to worry. Because the island is in international waters, no country's law can reach here, and all fighters are participating voluntarily. When asked when the match brackets will be announced, Plank laughs heartily, saying the tournament already began the moment fighters entered the island. Put all the tigers in one cage, how could there not be conflict? This tournament is different from the past. There are no match brackets or such things. Fighters can battle, can use weapons or go barehanded, can duel openly or sneak attack. Whoever survives to the end is the winner. No rules is the rule of this tournament. To make fighters unleash their maximum potential, they must be driven to madness. When the streamer takes out his phone, he discovers the tournament has already started. Chu Song-jin sees the match as Kang Ray and me versus Graves, thinks Jin-tae is making a big fuss over nothing. He has absolute confidence in Kang Ray's and my abilities. He jokes that he'd bet his entire fortune on our side winning. The final result is indeed as he said. Chu Song-jin and Bong Sam cheer excitedly. The streamer regrets not listening to him. At this moment, another match begins. The streamer recognizes the person fighting Graves. It's the green-haired fighter with 29 undefeated MMA matches. Says he'll bet on this person winning, but is stopped by Jin-tae in time. Jin-tae analyzes that, although Graves was attacked by Kang Ray and me, it's clear this person suffered no substantial damage, so the green-haired fighter will definitely lose. Then tells everyone to stop fooling around. He tells Chu Seong-jin about being followed and photographed back home, and that Kang Ray and I were both threatened into participating in the tournament. Only then does Chu Seong-jin realize the seriousness of the situation. For good friends, a boxing championship belt means nothing, but he also makes a request that the match with Bong Sam follows boxing rules. Meanwhile, on the island, a banquet is being held at the venue. Plank first welcomes all the fighters, then announces that the competition has officially begun. He explains the tournament mechanics to everyone and plays footage of previous battles. Every match will have people from around the world placing bets. The winner takes 10% of the total pot. Just as I'm about to lose my temper, I realize Plank has dragged me into this mess. Mom calms me down, telling me to stay cool and wait to see how things unfold. Otherwise, I'll just be playing right into their hands. Plank says this tournament has no rules whatsoever. The goal is to find the world's strongest fighter. When the screen shows the brutal fight between Graves and the green-haired fighter, quite a few people in the room feel a chill run down their spines. Only Graves remains calm, casually eating his food. Talon, sitting nearby, mocks him for eating like a wild beast. Wonder if you'll still be running that mouth when yours gets ripped apart, Graves sneers coldly. Just as tensions reach a boiling point, a short figure appears between them. I, Ryu 1J, would like to have some fun with you. Graves glances at him sideways. Keep yapping, old man, and I'll tear you apart and use your bones for kindling. Ryu 1J doesn't seem bothered by his words at all. I truly do love that arrogant attitude of yours. The moment he finishes speaking, Graves grabs a dinner knife from the table. He stabs swiftly toward Ryu 1J's throat, but Ryu 1J seems to have predicted his move. He steps back half a pace to dodge, then strikes Graves' elbow. The knife flies spinning into the air. Ryu 1J kicks Graves to the ground. Then he reaches up and catches the knife. The blade stops half a centimeter from his own eye. How about it? Am I qualified to see your real skills now? This display makes everyone view the old man with newfound respect, but it also leaves Graves utterly humiliated. First beaten by a woman and a kid, and now humiliated by some old geezer. Thinking about this makes him burn with rage. He wants to kill the old man right now. At this moment, Lee Sung-ho jumps out, unhappy with Ryu 1J's actions. He claims Graves should be his enemy to fight. Ryu 1J ignores him. Who he fights is his own business. Besides, the best should be saved for last. Ryu 1J turns to me and asks, "Isn't that right, boy who killed Wang Yong?" Meanwhile, the ignored Graves is exploding with rage. He's screaming about killing Ryu 1J. He slams his fist down, flipping the table. In an instant, he throws several punches at Ryu 1J, all of which the old man dodges nimbly, not even grazing his clothes. Ryu 1J even taunts him to go faster. This sends Graves into an even more frenzied state. He swings his fists wildly, but he suddenly notices Ryu 1J seems to be getting smaller before his eyes. From our perspective, we see that Graves is actually actually been lifted up by Braun with one hand. Everyone is confused about why Braun suddenly intervened, but the reason he gives is jaw-dropping. People who waste food deserve to die. Over at the warehouse, Chu Seong-jin and Bong Sam's fight is ready to begin. The streamer says his 10 million followers are all waiting for this match. Chu Seong-jin reassures Bong Sam that he'll hold back. After the streamer shouts begin, the two start fighting. Less than a minute later, Chu Seong-jin stops, looking worried, because Bong Sam's face now looks like a pig head, though it wasn't much better before. But Jin Tae shows no concern whatsoever. Bong Sam just lacks boxing experience. Once he gets serious, he'll be fine. So he tells Bong Sam that if he doesn't win, he won't get to see the boss. Hearing this, Bong Sam transforms like a Saiyan powering up. His combat stats skyrocket exponentially. On another front, So Nam sits in a chair, lost in thought. Prosecutor Kim says the luggage is packed and tells her to return to H Nation with him. Seeing So Nam's expression, he knows she's unwilling. But if even local law enforcement can't get involved, then this isn't something an individual can resolve. Moreover, Kang Rae is currently on parole. With no immigration records, he's either entered illegally or used a fake identity. If he returns to H Nation, he'll face even harsher punishment. You and he are from different worlds now. Staying here will only put you in more danger. After saying this, Prosecutor Kim turns and leaves, giving So Nam some time alone to think. So Nam understands all of this, but no matter what, she just can't let go of that person. Just then, her phone receives a message from Chu Seong-jin. It's the video of his match with Bong Sam. The view count has already exceeded 10 million. She seems to have made up her mind. Looking back at the chair, So Nam is already gone. This man has been holding this posture for 23 hours straight. But now, an uninvited guest arrives. Hey swordsman, let's have a match. Seiki glances at Jason but doesn't respond. He slowly unsheathes his sword. Death is like the wind, always by my side. Seeing his stance, Jason quickly stops him. This place isn't suitable. He'll wait for him on the hotel rooftop at noon. At the venue, three men are discussing the current situation. One feels that with their level of skill, it'll be hard to survive. He wants to quit, but another stops him. The base prize is hundreds of thousands of dollars. Win just one match and you get millions. Why not team up and work together? Target the fighters with no reputation. After some discussion, they've settled on a specific target. L Nation Mafia boss Carl asks JWRW behind him if he's confident. He's planning to bet big on him. JWRW tells his boss not to worry. He's already chosen his first target. On another front, Mom tells everyone to stay in the hotel for the next few days. Once she resolves everything, she'll arrange for someone to take us home. I object to Mom's plan. I tell her I'll handle things here my own way. Mom tells me not to act recklessly, but I don't take her words to heart. Little do I know that this very decision will cost someone else dearly in blood. I turn to Wang Myong-do and ask if he's staying to play it safe like a coward. Wang Myong-do doesn't hesitate for a second and walks out of the room. Just as he's about to leave, I call out to him. I ask him if causing all this trouble was just to beat me. If so, why not just come straight at me? At that moment, a figure radiating murderous intent approaches from the distance. It's Jae-Wei coming to find Wang Myong-do. Seeing this, I grin. You boys have fun, and I walk away. Stepping out of the hotel, I see Graves and Braun facing off. Now this is interesting. In the conference room, Plank gathers everyone again, because on the hotel rooftop, an East versus West swordsmanship duel is about to begin. The AI system provides win probability for both sides. These percentages are calculated based on each person's strength, speed, reaction time, and technical ability. Combined with data from past formal and informal matches, the AI simulates 100,000 battles and averages the results, so the accuracy rate reaches 95%. To make betting easier, Plank also uses the AI to provide championship probability for each fighter. When everyone sees Mom ranked first, they're quite surprised. Plank explains that Mom was the champion of the last tournament. When asked why the frail-looking Ryu Won-jae and the big oaf Braun rank so high, Plank simply plays some videos. One shows Braun working as a lumberjack when he was attacked by a grizzly bear. Braun showed no fear whatsoever. He simply snapped the bear's neck with his bare hands. Another video shows the battle between Wang Yang and Ryu Won-jae. Even someone as powerful as Wang Yang couldn't land a single hit on Ryu Won-jae with his fierce techniques. Instead, he was toyed with and defeated in a single move. So all the fighters in this tournament are incredibly strong. We get to enjoy spectacular matches and make accurate bets based on AI analysis to earn tons of money. Now isn't that entertaining? This is the ultimate showdown between Eastern and Western swordsmanship, but it's interrupted by an old man. Ryu Won-jae says he would feel regret if either side got injured. Both swordsmen think he's completely insane. Ryu Won-jae continues, saying he's also very interested in Western swordsmanship. At this, Saiki understands his meaning and steps aside willingly. Before leaving, he warns Jason to be careful, but Jason doesn't take it seriously. He draws his sword and holds it across Ryu Won-jae's path. This isn't sport fencing. Are you sure you still want to fight? Are you sure you still want to fight? Ryu Won-jae doesn't answer, just grins. But in Jason's eyes, he looks like a demon. Cold sweat immediately runs down his face. He quickly leaps backward. In that instant, he actually felt fear. For someone hailed as the greatest swordmaster, this feels humiliating. Like lightning, he thrusts his sword at Ryu Won-jae. But even with the blade right in his face, Ryu Won-jae shows no panic. He simply takes a small step back and dodges. Jason reverses his grip and slashes upward, cutting through Ryu Won-jae's bamboo hat. But his sword is blocked by something hard. Looking closely, it's a bamboo pole hidden in Ryu Won-jae's sleeve. He slowly pulls out the bamboo pole. Then, with a flick to the side, extends into a fishing rod. Seems barehanded is a bit too difficult. Let's start over, young man. Meanwhile, Plank and Borsk are discussing the tournament in front of a large screen. Borsk marvels at Ryu Won-jae's incredible strength. Plank agrees, but more than that, he feels it's a shame. This confuses Borsk. Plank tells him that Ryu Won-jae isn't fighting for his life. He's just enjoying the battle. Plank says seriously that making money isn't his goal. Borsk says he knows. His ultimate goal is to fight the strongest. Then he asks what ranking the AI gave him. Plank presses the remote. The AI analysis shows he has a higher win rate against both Mom and Ryu Won-jae. At this result, Borsk's jaw drops in shock, because he's never actually seen his longtime friend's true abilities. Plank says this is just collected data. There are many factors in victory or defeat. If you're fighting for your life, these numbers become meaningless. Besides, he's fundamentally different from these people. They've all survived countless life or death battles. He's just been enjoying sports, so he wants to gain experience here, using VR to collect their combat data to make himself stronger. Just as I step out of the hotel, I see Graves and Braun facing off. Graves asks if he's from the warrior race, says he suffered a lot at the hands of warriors like him on the battlefield, and you grabbed me by the throat at the banquet. He slowly draws his kukri knife. You'll pay for that, Graves snarls with a twisted grin, but I've already positioned myself behind him. Sensing danger, he swings a backhand slash, which I dodge by ducking. My left hand grabs his clothes while my right fist slams hard into his cheek. Heh, gotcha. He swings his blade down at my head with a reverse grip. I take a quick step back to evade. You got a death wish, kid? Graves brandishes his kukri knife. I couldn't care less. I hold grudges, you know. Besides, only cowards need weapons to feel brave. Provoked by my words, he flies into a rage and charges at me. But then something surprises both of us. Braun blocks our path and tells me it's first come, first served. Seeing my hostile look, he explains that he needs a lot of money. He'll deal with Graves first, then fight me. These words make Graves grind his teeth so hard they might shatter. He's been reduced to a money-making tool for others. When has he ever suffered such humiliation? He raises his blade high and brings it down toward Braun's head. Braun watches the incoming blade coldly, about to react. When I push off Braun's shoulder and leap high into the air, my sidekick lands squarely on Graves' neck. I tell Braun, I don't let others handle my business. At this moment, Graves' crazed laughter rings out. This whole series of events is driving him insane. I tell him, just acting tough won't cut it. Show me some real skill. On another front, Wang Myong-do follows JW to the rooftop for their battle. JW says he's a fan of Wang Myong-do. While Wang was basking in the spotlight's glory, JW was always wondering who would win if they fought. Wang Myong-do says he talks too much. When they open the rooftop door, they find the rooftop already quite crowded. Under Ryu Won-jae's attacks, Jason's body is covered with multiple wounds. In contrast, Ryu Won-jae looks completely at ease. The outcome is decided. You didn't lose in skill, you lost in experience. Give up, young man. Jason never expected this old man to be so formidable, especially when he's wielding a real sword. This is a reality he can't accept. In a frenzy, he thrusts his sword at Ryu Won-jae once more. Ryu Won-jae watches the incoming blade with a hint of pity. A spray of blood erupts. Jason's sword stops half a centimeter from Ryu Won-jae's face, while Ryu Won-jae's fishing rod has pierced through Jason's throat. Ryu Won-jae says he avoided the artery, so there's no need to worry. With a clang, Jason's sword falls to the ground. Ryu Won-jae pulls out his fishing rod and stands with his hands behind his back. He turns to Seiki. Your turn. Seiki tells him to rest first. Fighting now wouldn't be fair. Jae-wa-wee grins at Wang Myong-do. Now it's our turn. Who would have guessed this smiling man is a mercenary colonel? Graves laughs maniacally, descending into madness. I don't care. I just keep punching him in the face. This battle is being live-streamed to Jin Tae and the others. The streamer watches excitedly, shouting how amazing it is. Bong Sam says proudly, of course, that's my boss. Jin Tae can tell that Graves and I aren't on the same level. But one thing worries him. Graves' eyes look dangerous. At this moment, my fist lands on Graves again. He just keeps laughing maniacally. This only makes me more furious, so my attacks become even more fierce. The live stream switches scenes. Wang Myong-do and JW-wee's fight is about to begin. This makes everyone fall silent. Only Bong Sam is shouting frantically, where did my boss go? Thinking the streamer switched cameras, he demands he switch back. Jin Tae reassures Bong Sam that I'll be fine. They should watch Wang Myong-do's match first. Hearing that the boss is okay, Bong Sam huffs but agrees. Both fighters stand with their hands behind their backs. JW-wee pulls out two uniquely shaped weapons. These weapons are called Heaven, Earth, Sun, Moon blades. Mastering such an obscure weapon shows JW-wee's abilities are unfathomable. Wang Myong-do doesn't seem concerned at all. He urges him to stop posing. Jae-wee ignores Wang Myong-do's taunts. Psychological attacks don't work on me. Hearing this, Wang Myong-do takes his stance. If I were here, I'd recognize this as the Five Lineages opening stance. At this moment, JW-wee's entire body erupts with overwhelming presence. His face gradually contorts. He braces himself for Wang Myong-do's incoming attack. At this moment, Mom pushes open the door and walks out. Like a cheetah, she rushes swiftly toward Wang Myong-do. Before Wang Myong-do can react, Mom's fierce sidekick is already incoming. Wang Myong-do can only block with both arms, but he's still knocked back several meters. Both fighters are confused by Mom's sudden interruption. Mom then scolds Wang Myong-do. If you don't know your opponent's strength, you should wait and observe. If you'd attacked recklessly just now, you'd already be missing a leg. She tosses him a pair of iron gauntlets, telling him these are martial lineage wrist guards. For now, Wang Myong-do is still a Five Lineages disciple. He'll face punishment later for his recent actions. She then turns to JW-wee. Now both sides have weapons. That's fair. Wang Myong-do puts on the wrist guards and takes his stance. Let's start over. As Mom approaches Ryu Won-jae, She asks about Wang Yang's final battle. She's also curious about Mom's martial lineage identity. Seeing Mom doesn't want to elaborate, he tells her not to be nervous. If there's a chance, he genuinely wants to see the martial lineage's abilities. Mom doesn't stop walking. You'll have your chance. On another screen, surveillance is monitoring another match. I've knocked Graves' weapon away and grabbed his wrist in reverse. I ask if he wants to continue. He just keeps laughing maniacally. Then his other hand pulls out a dagger from his jacket. He stabs backward at me with a reverse grip. I'm forced to release his hand and step back to dodge the attack. You dodged even that? You're really getting me more and more excited. Graves licks his dagger and laughs, completely unaware of the danger behind him. Braun suddenly locks him in a crossbody hold. In moments, Graves' face turns purple. Braun keeps tightening his grip. Only when Graves' eyes roll back does he release. Graves collapses to the ground like a puddle of mud. At this outcome, my expression darkens. Braun calmly apologizes. I was afraid you'd kill him. This man has been targeted by 3 people as prey, yet remains calm. And his boss is watching all this through surveillance. Seeing the money pouring in, he's grinning from ear to ear because he has absolute confidence in his subordinate's abilities. So he immediately places a huge bet on him. In the arena, Talon tells the 3 men he knew he was being followed. I haven't made a move, I'm bored to death. This mocking remark infuriates all 3. You think you can take us all on alone? Do you know who we are? Talon sneers. I don't need to know your names. Too many people have died by my hand. I can't keep track. The moment you 3 targeted me, you stepped into death's door. Hearing this, the 3 stop talking and charge at Talon. Watching the 3 rushing at him, Talon's lips still curl with an amused smile. He leaps easily, dodging the yellow-clothed man's low sweep kick, then lands a solid punch right on his face. Just one punch leaves him bleeding from nose and mouth, collapsed on the ground, fate unknown. At this moment, the other 2 reach him. Talon slowly draws the whip from his waist. The whip moves like a living thing, wrapping around the Afro guy's neck. Then with a forceful twist, the Afro guy's body lifts off the ground and flies forward. What greets him is Talon's knee. It drives straight into his throat. Then continuing to tighten the whip, he yanks down hard. The Afro guy's head slams into the ground. All of this happens in the blink of an eye. The suited man who's left is terrified. Realizing he's picked the wrong guy to mess with, he turns and runs for his life. But Talon flicks his whip, wrapping it around his leg. The suited man loses his balance and crashes to the ground. Just as he turns around, he sees Talon standing before him like the Grim Reaper. He quickly says he forfeits, begging for his life. Forfeit? I don't accept. Then screams echo across the island, and this scene is being live-streamed by cameras. Chu Seung-jin watches, breaking out in cold sweat. He curses inwardly. These are lunatics. This isn't fighting, it's one-sided slaughter. At this moment, his coach walks over with luggage, walking while scolding Chu Seung-jin for filming that video. He'll be punished by the H-Nation Boxing Association when he returns. Chu Seung-jin explains it was for a friend. The punishment doesn't matter. At this moment, a car speeds up. Prosecutor Kim asks Chu Seung-jin urgently if he's seen So-nam. Getting a negative answer, he says in panic that So-nam has disappeared. Chu Seung-jin realizes the seriousness of the situation. He tells his coach to return to H-Nation first. He has to stay and search for So-nam. On another TV screen, footage of Braun taking down Graves is playing. Seeing this, Bong Sam shouts angrily that the big bald guy stole a boss's highlight moment. Jin-tae sees my fight is over and has the streamer switch to Wang Myung-do's side. The 2 are charging rapidly at each other. Wang Myung-do's punches dodged, but JBLE's curved blades are also blocked. Bong Sam picks his nose and says it's not interesting, not as exciting as the boss's fight. Only Jin-tae is seriously observing the situation. When he sees Ryu 1J, his brow furrows deeply. He quickly asks the streamer when they can go to the island. The streamer says if the view count gets a bit higher, they'll soon get a call from Plank. But Jin-tae can't wait. He says they need to leave immediately. The streamer is about to say they should wait a bit longer, but Jin-tae rudely shouts him down, telling him to find a way no matter what. At this moment, urgent knocking interrupts their conversation. The visitor startles Jin-tae. It's So-nam, who should have returned to H-Nation. Take me to where Kang-rae is, Jin-tae. Because according to plan, she should be on a plane back to H-Nation. So-nam explains she's both depressed and worried, though Jin-tae understands her feelings. This place is dangerous. Staying will only make things more complicated. But this time, So-nam's attitude is firm. Kang-rae and Wang Myung-do are fighting in that kind of tournament. How could I possibly go back to H-Nation alone with peace of mind? But Jin-tae tells her staying won't change anything. I can convince Kang-rae and Wang Myung-do, So-nam says with conviction. But images of the matches flash through her mind. Can she really persuade them? At this moment on TV, Wang Myung-do's match has reached a fever pitch. Jae-Hwa-wee's weapons and Wang Myung-do's fists strike at each other simultaneously. Wang Myung-do's fist lands on his opponent's face, while his own cheek is wounded. After a brief pause, they clash again. The intense battle makes everyone break out in a nervous sweat for them. So-nam stubbornly insists on staying. At this moment, Bong Sam's phone rings. He's startled when he hears the voice on the other end. Learning the person is already downstairs, he breaks out in cold sweat. When Jin-tae goes downstairs with him and sees the scene before him, he's shocked too. A 5-meter stretch Lincoln is parked there. Inside sits Cheol-nam, who should be in H-Nation. Cheol-nam tells everyone to get in the car, including So-nam. Then he tells the driver to start. They'll talk while driving. Along the way, Cheol-nam asks about how things are progressing. He also tells them something shocking, that H-Nation has learned about my unauthorized departure. So-nam's father contacted Cheol-nam a couple days ago to inform him. At most 3 days to return to H-Nation, or I might be detained again. The most important thing now is to get this message to the madam. Then he tells everyone some uplifting news. He's found the exact location of the tournament and arranged a plane to get there, though knowing it's dangerous. He still asks Jin-tae to come along. Jin-tae doesn't hesitate for a moment and immediately agrees. Bong Sam anxiously asks repeatedly, what about me? What about me? Getting a positive answer, he beams with joy. So Nam says anxiously that she wants to go too. Cheol Nam tells her there's something more important she needs to do. She needs to ask her father for a few more days extension. As he speaks, the car suddenly stops. Opening the door, two people have been waiting outside. It's Chu Seong-jin and Prosecutor Kim. Cheol Nam tells Prosecutor Kim he kept his word. Prosecutor Kim says he can get at most 7 days. Then, without another word, he pulls So Nam away. Then Chu Seong-jin jumps into the car. He says he wants to go see too. Jin Tae says it's very dangerous there. Chu Seong-jin doesn't care. I'm not an ordinary person either. At this moment, Bong Sam realizes something. Doesn't that mean my match with Chu Seong-jin was for nothing? Everyone thinks about it. Yeah, all because of the streamer's terrible idea. On another front, I've run into trouble. I've been lifted up by Braun with one hand. No matter how I struggle, it's useless. The intense suffocation makes me feel death is so close. The rooftop battle has also ended. Wang Myong-do lies on the ground covered in blood. Back here, even the most advanced fighting techniques are futile against absolute strength. I won't surrender without a fight. A smile curves my lips. I launch upward, my knee driving toward Braun's neck. But this guy's body doesn't even budge. I sigh inwardly. This guy really is a monster. Braun tells me he needs a lot of money, so he has to win the tournament and get the prize money. With that, he grabs my left leg to prevent me from struggling. Then he says, sorry, then he lifts me and slams me hard into the ground. The powerful impact makes me feel like all my internal organs have shifted, but his hand gripping my throat doesn't loosen. Instead, it tightens even more. Only when my eyes roll back does he release. At this moment, Myong rushes to my side, urgently checking my condition. Moments later, I come to, pushing away Myong's supporting hand. I push off the ground and stand up. Hey Baldy, this isn't over yet. Myong anxiously tries to stop me. In your current state, you're pushing too hard. I don't give up easily. Hearing this, Braun says seriously, you really will die. I wipe the blood from the corner of my mouth. If I lose to someone like you, I'd be a complete joke. I walk slowly toward Braun. I admit you're strong, but try this on for size. With that, I push off the ground, my body shooting toward Braun like a cannonball. The next moment, Braun's vice-like hands reach for me. I won't let him grab me again, so I dodge sideways. Raising my fist, I drive it past Braun's arm and into his chin. Braun sees stars and shakes his head. I seize the opportunity and keep swinging. Dazed, he reaches forward to block my second attack, but I step back to avoid his hand, then grin. Now! Suddenly engaging my core, I rise up, driving my fist with my full body weight into his abdomen, but it doesn't knock him down as I imagined. Instead, he grabs my clothes. I immediately squat down, slipping out of my shirt like a cicada shedding its shell. Then I gather all my strength into my fists. Countless punches rain down on Braun's body. For a moment, the sound of fists hitting flesh fills the air. Myong on the sidelines is shocked by my explosive power. The boss is so much stronger than before. A few minutes later, I'm gasping for breath, but Braun still stands before me like a towering fortress, taking my full force attacks for so long without faltering. Is he really a monster? At this moment, Braun speaks. He tells me he only needs money. He has no grudge against me and doesn't want to kill me. He says it like he could kill me anytime. This makes me explode with rage. Meanwhile, on the rooftop, Jae Hwa-wee's eyes have rolled back. He's completely unconscious. Mom approaches Wang Myong-do. Are you satisfied now? Wang Myong-do struggles to rise, saying nothing. Mom sighs. Better not move. Rest well. Ryu Won-jae marvels Wang Myong-do is truly a natural-born fighter. In a few years, he'll have no rivals in the world. Mom tells Ryu Won-jae to postpone their match until next time. The old man doesn't mind the delay, saying besides Mom, there are many other interesting fighters. Then he turns to Seiki. Our turn now, isn't it? Seiki smiles awkwardly. My stomach hurts. How about tomorrow? Ryu Won-jae doesn't press him and walks away with his hands behind his back. As he leaves, he says, tomorrow, I'll be waiting here on time. At this moment, a plane flies overhead. On the plane sits Cheol-nam and the others. Cheol-nam says they'll reach the island in about 4 hours. Hearing this, Bong Sam mutters, we should have watched the boss's match before leaving. This leaves Cheol-nam speechless. You know the boss's strength better than anyone. No need to worry too much. The most important thing now is getting to the island quickly. At this moment, Jin Tae's expression is serious. He's still worried about what's happening on the island. At this moment on the island, Braun takes advantage of an opening and grabs me. Then he swings me around like a windmill. If he completes this swing and slams me into the ground, my head will probably split open. I twist my body and drive my knee into the back of his head. Then I seize the chance to create distance and break free from his control. The two of us lock eyes. We clash again. Myong on the sidelines breaks out in a nervous sweat for me. There's no way to break through Braun's defense. Seeing that he can't take me down, Braun's anger rises. He concentrates his power in his shoulder. Then with a savage charge, he rams into my abdomen. The force is like being hit by a train. My body flies backward like a cannonball. Myong shouts boss, about to rush forward to help, but he's stopped by someone. It's Mom. She tells Myong not to act rashly. Myong is still worried about my safety, but Mom tells him neither side has used their full strength yet. At this moment, I dissipate the force and charge forward again. Braun also takes a defensive stance. Stop making me angry. I laugh out loud. This fight feels great. Never thought there'd be someone like you in this world. But Braun issues another warning. I'm not joking. I really will kill you. This time Braun still doesn't dodge. He even chooses to take my heavy punch with his head. In the conference room, Borsk, watching the match, shouts in excitement. As the intense match continues, the money pouring in grows exponentially. This is the kind of match people love to watch, just like the ancient Roman Colosseum. Borsk says, though I'm a fan of Boss Kang, according to the AI analysis, the final result will be that man called Braun winning. Plank says the AI gives it a 70-30 split, but that's based on Boss Kang's match data from 4 years ago. He was only 18 then. As for his true strength now, no one knows. Everyone competing here is a monster. At this moment, my heavy punch lands on Braun's nose. Braun takes this heavy hit with all he's got, his goal being to get close to me. I curse inwardly. Braun has already grabbed my leg, then he locks it tightly under his arm. No matter how I struggle, I can't pull free. Braun raises his elbow to smash down on my knee. If his elbow hits my leg, it'll definitely break. Since I can't break free, I'll have to force him to let go. So I thrust my hand toward Braun's eye. Though he twists his head to dodge, I still leave a wound below his eye. Seizing the opportunity, I break free from his hold again. I mock him. Trading an eye for a leg, quite the bargain. Borsk marvels. This mutual destruction fighting style is truly insane, Plank says. In life or death battles, these are just instinctive reactions. Suddenly an alarm flashes, indicating an unidentified aircraft has entered the island's airspace. At this moment, a plane lands on the beach. Stepping off the plane is Chil Nam and the others. At this moment, countless vehicles surround them. In the conference room, Plank issues an order. Today's matches are temporarily suspended. A group of mysterious men suddenly appear, positioning themselves between Braun and me. The leader explains there are external intruders. All matches are temporarily halted. This makes me burn with rage. I'm about to strike. Mom stops me with her words. Seeing Mom's firm gaze, I sigh helplessly and turn to leave. Seeing the fight won't continue, Braun reluctantly leaves as well. After everyone has left, Graves slowly regains consciousness. Seeing no one around, he sits slumped on the ground, lost in thought. But the smile on his face is disturbingly creepy. On the beach, everyone is startled by the scene. The streamer shouts that he's a good person, saying he's an acquaintance of Plank. The men in black exchange glances but keep their guns pointed at everyone. Chil Nam tells the men in black to inform Plank that representatives from Earth Tiger Group have come to watch. At this moment, the leader receives a message in his earpiece. The men in black lower their toy guns. They tell everyone no phones or weapons are allowed. They proceed to search everyone. Bong Sam's tactical baton is confiscated. He shouts frantically. Without his baton, his combat power drops by 80%. Seeing that everyone has been disarmed, the leader invites them into the vehicles. Everything happening here is being fully monitored by drones overhead. Jin Tae also notices what's above, while Plank, watching the footage, recognizes Jin Tae. At this moment, the AI is also syncing data on Chu Song-jin and Jin Tae, all videos from their past matches. Plank watches videos of Jin Tae's past battles with me. Meanwhile, Wang Myong-do lies unconscious in bed. When he wakes up, he sees a familiar face at his bedside. Chu Song-jin says with a smile that he's finally awake. Wang Myong-do is already shocked to see him. When he sees Jin Tae standing nearby, his eyes widen even more. He doesn't understand why everyone is here. Jin Tae says with a smile that they're here to bring their disappointing disciple back to H Nation. On the other side, Bong Sam cheers and rushes toward me, shouting, "Boss!" I have no choice but to hold him back with my hands, telling him to calm down. But this guy keeps pushing toward me like an overeager puppy. He's crying and saying how much he missed me. Bong Sam leaves me speechless. Chil Nam tells my mother that H Nation knows I left the country. I need to return to H Nation within a week at most. Just to be safe, it's best to leave immediately. After a moment of thought, my mother asks for my opinion. I say seriously that I want to stay here one more day. My mother tells me this decision might put those around me in danger. Although I know this decision is selfish, my desire to fight has been awakened. I still stick to my decision. Running from a fight isn't in my nature. When I say these words, my mother sees my father's image overlap with mine. Yes, that man never feared any battle either. My mother sighs helplessly and agrees to give me one day. She then instructs Chil Nam to prepare to leave tomorrow night. Chil Nam says everything is ready as long as they can negotiate with Plank. My mother reminds Chil Nam that Plank is not someone to mess with. Chil Nam tells her not to worry, saying he knows what he's doing. Meanwhile, Graves wakes up and returns to his room. A satellite phone sits on the table. At this moment, in a village on some continent, a group of fully armed mercenaries is battling local armed forces. Half an hour later, only one survivor remains. Without blinking, someone puts a bullet in him. At that moment, the satellite phone on his waist rings. "What are your orders, Colonel?" Graves responds while washing his face. "Danny, bring the entire team to my location. Kill everyone here. I'll pay you whatever you want." Danny, receiving the order, shows an evil smile. At this moment, Jin Tae and Chu Seong-jin walk into the room. Kang Rei is still the same as always. I don't understand what he means. Jin Tae says I'm always putting those around me in danger as usual. And now he's fighting in this pointless tournament again. Hearing his mockery, I tell him to watch himself or I'll kill him too. At this time, Braun sits in his room, recalling his son's voice calling out to him. This was when Braun's family saw him off as he left home. Worry shows on all their faces. Braun reassures them not not to worry, saying he'll definitely return safely with the prize money. His wife tells him to be careful, that all these children are waiting for him to come back. These children are all orphans who lost their parents in battles Braun participated in. Everything he's doing now is to atone for his sins. Recalling his previous fight with me, his hand unconsciously clenches into a fist. The strength I displayed puts pressure on him, so he decides to fight someone else first. At this moment, there's a knock at the door. When he asks who it is, there's no response. Cautiously, he looks through the peephole. What he sees instantly makes his hair stand on end. A curved blade thrust through the peephole. If he hadn't dodged in time, his head would have been pierced. Graves stands outside the door laughing maniacally. "Come on, sweetheart, open the door." In another room, footage of my fight with Braun is playing. Ryu Won-jae is watching while taking a bath. The exceptional skills of both fighters pique his interest. At this moment, Lee Sung-ho suddenly bursts in. He loudly demands to know why Ryu Won-jae hasn't taken action. "You promised to avenge his brother." "Avenge what?" Ryu Won-jae glances at him sideways. "Your brother died at Wang Yong's hands. Why seek revenge on someone else? Are you trying to use me as a pawn?" Ryu Won-jae's gaze turns cold. "I came here only to fight strong opponents." Lee Sung-ho grinds his teeth audibly. Suddenly, something flies past his ear. It slams into the wall behind him with a loud thud. Looking carefully, it's just a pipe. "Even your father treats me with respect. Wang Yong doesn't dare bare his teeth at me. Get lost now or your head will end up like that wall." Meanwhile, on the hotel balcony, Jin-tae stands alone, staring at the distant scenery. My mother walks over and says, "You've worked hard." Jin-tae voices his concerns. He's still very worried about me and Wang Myongdu. My mother tells him that everyone can choose their own path. Actually, you want to fight too. After all, you're the current heir of the martial lineage. There's nothing wrong with fighting today's peak masters. If you also want to fight, then stay and win. The next day, Plank gathers all the investors and explains that yesterday's interruption was due to intruders. Carlos says confidently that this island is absolutely safe. M-Nation police wouldn't dare come here, and besides, my territory is right next door. Carl asks if today's matches can proceed smoothly, as the gamblers outside are clamoring to watch. Donald, who handles finances, says dividends will be distributed after the tournament ends. He then tells Carl that because Jae Wei lost to Wang Myongdo, they lost $10 million. Carl says he bet heavily because Jae Wei was so confident, never expecting him to fall flat. At this moment, Carlos mocks him, saying his subordinates lack skill. My man Talon has won me quite a bit of money. Facing his mockery, Carl doesn't back down. I heard Talon went to find Kang Ray. Then I'll bet 30 million on Kang Ray. You dare to match that? Carlos doesn't hesitate for a moment. No problem. Plank interrupts them, saying there are a few small issues to resolve. The TV screen shows Graves causing trouble for Braun. Graves is still shouting at the door for Braun to come out. Braun grabs the coffee table and hides behind the door. The two sides remain in a standoff. At this moment, a group of people rushes over. They surround Graves. Dozens of guns are pointed at him. Having seen it all, he shows no panic whatsoever. He calmly chomps on his cigar. Borsk asks Plank why he's interfering in their fight. Plank explains that Braun postponed his match with Graves. Previous bets will be returned. There's also another issue. Kang Ray and his companions are leaving tonight. Hearing this, Carpaccio panics. Kang Ray's matches are spectacular. The outside audience is extremely interested in his fights. We need to keep him here, no matter how much money it takes. Plank regretfully tells everyone that Kang Ray doesn't fight for money. He's a top figure in H-Nation. This shocks those who don't know my background. But the good news is, Kang Ray himself wants to fight soon and is willing to accept anyone's challenge before leaving. Carlos quickly says he'll send Talon to meet Kang Ray. Talon hasn't fought in days. His fists are itching. But when the AI system shows the win probability for both sides, Carlos is dumbfounded. He can't believe Talon's odds are so low. He knows his subordinates' strength. At this moment, I also walk out of the hotel. Drones overhead monitor my every move. Bong Sam hums a tune happily nearby. Chu Sang-jin asks if he's not worried about the boss's safety. I've watched videos of many fighters. Some of them are really strong. Bong Sam is unmoved. It doesn't matter who the boss's opponent is, because my boss is invincible. At this moment, Talon follows me out. If I beat you, I'll get $10 million. This money is too easy to earn. With that, he whips his chain toward my neck. But looking closely, you can see that before the chain reaches my neck, my hand has already caught it. Talon pulls back hard, but I've already freed myself from the chain. 10 million? I'm afraid you'll have the money, but not the life to spend it. Meanwhile, on the hotel balcony, Ryu Won-jae has been waiting for some time. My mother tells him his opponent is Jin-tae, the current heir of the martial lineage. The old man says it's truly an honor. Then his entire body erupts with astonishing presence. At this moment, Saiki walks out. "Sir, may I spar with him first?" On the other side, Talon's whip moves so fast it becomes countless after images. Yet it still doesn't harm me in the slightest. While he's in a daze, I've already charged toward him rapidly. As I approach him, I push off hard from the ground, leap high, and launch a spinning kick toward his face. Talon quickly jumps left to dodge the attack, but his abdomen is now exposed. My powerful uppercut comes at him again. Unable to dodge, his chin takes the full force of my fist. But Talon is no ordinary fighter. While I'm feeling confident, a curved blade slashes toward my face. A split-second crouch saves me from the crisis. At the same time, it infuriates me. A leg sweep catches Talon's lower body. While he's still airborne, another punch slams into his face. The tremendous force keeps him suspended in the air. I slam him down hard into the ground. Looking at Talon now, blood streams from his mouth and nose as he lies unconscious. When the one-sided beatdown is broadcast in real time to the conference room, everyone is shocked by my strength. Carlos's jaw drops in amazement. Now it's Carl's turn to mock him, calling Carlos a walking ATM. Plank, fearing the conflict will escalate, quickly interrupts them. At this moment, my voice comes from the TV screen. "Hurry up and send the next fighter. I'm speaking to everyone through the drone." Borsk laughs heartily. Worthy of Kang Ray. Having tasted success, Carl says he'll continue betting on me. Carpaccio video says he'll send another of his subordinates to challenge me. Plank displays photos of fighters currently nearby. Kang Rei says he wants to fight Braun again, but Braun already has another opponent. Meanwhile, on the hotel rooftop, Seiki wants to challenge the martial lineage heir. 40 years. It's been 40 years since I first gripped a sword. In all those long years, no opponent has ever made me swing my blade with full force. I believe this is the greatest sorrow for a swordsman, so I hope you can give me a satisfying battle, not this young upstart, Seiki says to my mother. My mother tells him dismissively that as a master he should first learn to judge people. Jin Tae has trained desperately since childhood. Your bamboo-cutting blade probably can't even touch the hem of his clothes. Hearing my mother's mocking words, Seiki directly asks Jin Tae, "Are you serious? Even if it costs you your life, you don't mind?" Jin Tae's gaze is resolute. "I stake my life in every battle, but you'd better be prepared to lose yours too." Multiple drones overhead monitor the situation. My mother pulls out hidden weapons. Too noisy, she flings them into the air, and several drones explode simultaneously. Much quieter now. Fight without worry. Ryu 1J tells Seiki that even if they kill each other now, there'll be no record. Fight with ease. Seiki slowly closes his eyes. When he opens them again, his figure has vanished. He instantly appears in front of Jin Tae. Both release unmatched fighting spirit and quickly engage in combat. Meanwhile, on another battlefield, White Hair is like a child before Braun. Though unwilling and wanting to fight back, the gap in strength is too great. Braun grabs his face with one hand, then he shoves him backward hard. He crashes into a tree like a kite with a broken string. The violent impact makes White Hair's eyes roll back as he loses consciousness. Braun is just about to catch his breath when someone emerges from the dense forest behind him. The newcomer shocks Braun. It's Plank, the organizer of this tournament. Plank directly states his purpose is to challenge him. Braun refuses without thinking. Hearing Braun's answer, Plank doesn't get angry. He slowly reveals the past Braun doesn't want to mention. The demon of the former Alpha Special Forces. No fewer than 100 people died at your hands. Plank's words strike Braun's heart like a massive hammer, blow by blow, and now you're adopting war orphans. How about this? If you win, I'll give you $10 million. Even if you lose, you'll get $300,000 as an appearance fee. Such conditions make it impossible for Braun to refuse. Braun's gaze turns cold. Then can I kill you? This makes Plank laugh heartily. Braun's mountain-like body charges rapidly toward Plank. On the other side, the rooftop match also begins. Seiki quickly thrusts his sword toward Jin Tae. Jin Tae dodges the attack with a slight tilt of his head. Seiki flips his wrist, and the blade slashes horizontally toward Jin Tae's neck. Jin Tae has to bend down to avoid it. Seiki seizes the opportunity and lifts his knee toward Jin Tae. Jin Tae blocks it with his hands again. Just like that, every one of Seiki's attacks is blocked by Jin Tae. My mother tells Wang Myung-do that they'll be leaving tonight. Hearing this, Wang Myung-do clenches his fists. If I switch places with Jin Tae, could I handle Seiki as calmly as he does? After a long moment, he turns and leaves. Just as he exits the hotel, he sees the fight between Plank and Braun. Their brutal fist-to-fist combat is extremely fierce. Braun is clearly fighting with all his strength. In contrast, Plank appears remarkably relaxed. Wang Myung-do stops watching their match and walks straight away. I wanted to become the strongest, but everyone here is stronger than me. This leaves him confused. It's like I've been climbing toward the peak of martial arts, only to find a group of people at the top completely out of reach. In his bewilderment, he walks to the outskirts. He happens to see me fighting a yellow-robed fighter. I land a heavy punch on the yellow-robed fighter's face. As the man staggers, another uppercut strikes his chin. The powerful force sends him flying backward. I step forward again and punch his abdomen. My fist leaves a deep imprint in his body. The yellow-robed fighter's body trembles uncontrollably. Then he collapses to the ground with a thud. Watching the match footage, Carpaccio holds his forehead. Carl, winning money again, laughs heartily. I urge them again. Next! Next! At this moment, the corner of my eye catches Wang Myung-do nearby. I smile wickedly. You're here! On the other side, Lee Sung-ho returns to his room, seething with hatred. Looking at the phone beside him, he makes up his mind. He dials a number and tells the person on the other end to proceed with the plan. Looking at me on the TV screen, Lee Sung-ho's smile gradually becomes insane. But he doesn't know that phone call will be his death knell. At this moment, Wang Myung-do and I face each other. He asks if I need to rest before fighting. I want this to be a fair fight. I laugh dismissively. When I'm fully rested, that won't be fair for you. You're really unlucky. Why challenge me at this exact moment? Right now is when my fighting spirit is at its peak. With that, my body shoots toward Wang Myung-do like a cannonball. He calmly assumes a defensive stance. What surprises me is that he easily blocks all my attacks. These techniques are the same as my mother's and Jin Tae's. I charge forward again. Wang Myung-do's hand quickly reaches for my face. I duck down to dodge the attack. Then I gather all my strength into my fist. I thrust it viciously toward his chin. But something surprising happens again. My fist is actually caught by him. If this is all your strength amounts to, I'll be very disappointed. Hearing his words, I snort coldly. Wang Myung-do continues, I trained desperately just to crush that arrogant attitude of yours. If you don't take this match seriously, I will kill you. The current match footage is being monitored in real time. Total outside bets have reached $2 billion. An assistant tells Donald that the funds are concentrated on my match with Wang Myung-do, and we've already sent new drones to the hotel rooftop. Meanwhile, outside the H-Nation airport, Chief Kim and So Nam exit the airport. So Nam's mood is still very low. In a corner, someone monitors their every move. Lee Sung-ho sends him the command to act. Here, Wang Myung-do and I are fighting intensely. Bong Sam and the others watch from the side. Myung and Chu Song-jin are both worried. Only Bong Sam looks cheerful. Myung says, the lady doesn't even know what's happening, yet our own people are fighting each other. Aren't you worried at all? But Bong Sam tells Myung he doesn't understand. A fated duel is every man's dream. Thinking of this, Bong Sam murmurs, I also have such an opponent. I wonder how Jae-Wasu is doing over there. Myung says Bong Sam sounds like he's talking about a dead person. I heard he retired from the world. Bong Sam says Jae-Wasu is doing quite well now. He married his high school teacher. His life is ordinary but happy now. While we're chatting, the situation on the field suddenly changes. Wang Myung-do actually pushes me back with a palm strike. He even mocks that my strength is nothing special. His constant yapping irritates me to no end. You know why you can never beat me? Because we're not even on the same level. A tiger taking a nap still won't let a rabid dog bite it. Since you're asking for death, I'll grant your wish. Kang Rae, you think I'm a pushover? I don't care about Wang Myung-do's inner thoughts. A heavy punch lands squarely on his face. The tremendous force sends him flying backward. He digs his feet into the ground hard to stabilize himself. I charge at him again. I sidestep to dodge his powerful right hook, spotting the opening in his abdomen. A fierce punch sinks deep into his belly. The immense pain contorts Wang Myung-do's face. His body can no longer hold up. His knees buckle, and he falls to the ground with a thud. Don't you understand? Besides strength, the key factor in victory is mindset. The battles you've experienced only determine winners and losers. But the battles I've experienced since middle school have been matters of life and death. So every time, I stake my life in battle. That's the fundamental difference between you and me. You can't beat me. With that, I turn to leave. Wang Myung-do struggles to get up. It's not over yet. Seeing the incoming fist, I don't panic. I simply duck my head forward and easily dodge it. Then a backhand strike hits his face again. Do you really want to die? My expression turns cold. Wang Myung-do rapidly calculates the situation in his mind. Speed and strength are both disadvantages. Only my build is an advantage. So he immediately crouches and wraps his arms around my waist. Then with a roar, he lifts me straight up, then slams me hard into the ground. This heavy slam knocks the wind out of me. Wang Myung-do seizes the opportunity and mounts me. His fists rain down on me like a storm. I'm also staking my life to defeat you. Wang Myung-do's expression becomes manic. I have to protect my head with both hands, blocking the frenzied attacks. On the other side, at the hotel rooftop, the battle continues. Apart from some torn clothes, Jin-tae is unharmed. In contrast, Seiki's sword sheath broke from blocking heavy strikes, and his abdomen has a deep fist imprint. He opens his mouth and spits out a mouthful of fresh blood. His knees weaken, and he kneels halfway on the ground. You didn't use full force in that last strike. Are you pitying me? I lost, completely, Seiki says with sincere admiration. Ryu Won-jae claps his hands. Such a spectacular battle really makes the blood boil. Now it's our turn to determine the outcome. Jin-tae says to Ryu Won-jae. Ryu Won-jae reminds him that for fairness, he can rest. Jin-tae waves his hand, saying he's fine. Hearing this, Ryu Won-jae chuckles. Then let's have some fun. Suddenly, rapid footsteps approach. Chil-nam appears, interrupting their match. He tells my mother that something happened in H Nation. At this moment, Lee Sung-ho laughs maniacally. The photo in his hand shows So-nam bound tightly. I'll make you taste the pain of losing your beloved too. When Chil-nam delivers this news to my mother is extremely furious. They dared to lay hands on my daughter-in-law. This is unforgivable. She immediately calls out to interrupt the two in the field. The two don't understand what's happening. My mother tells Jin-tae this matter concerns him. Jin-tae wants to ask what happened, but my mother interrupts. This is urgent. Come with me. At this moment, Ryu Won-jae roars. You show me no respect. Did I say you could leave? With that, his entire body erupts with astonishing presence. Hearing his threat, my mother's gaze turns ice cold. Old man, I don't have time to play with you right now. The 10,000 Blades gang kidnapped our people to threaten us. If you still insist on keeping us here, then today won't be a match, it'll be a death match. Hearing the full story, Ryu Won-jae no longer creates difficulties. He simply feels disgusted by the 10,000 Blades gang's actions. On the way, Jin-tae voices his concern. My mother says Jin-tae needs to know anyway, so she has Chil-nam show him the photo. When he sees that it's So-nam bound tightly, veins bulge on Jin-tae's forehead. He punches the stair railing, bending it. He regrets that if he'd stayed by So-nam's side, this wouldn't have happened. My mother stops him, telling him to stay calm in times like these. If you panic, you'll play right into the enemy's hands. Chil-nam says their condition is to meet my mother and Kang Rae. Since all phones were confiscated, we can't contact Earth Tiger Group. My mother tells him to find Plank, explain the situation, and ask for his assistance. First, we need to ensure So-nam's safety, because if anything happens, knowing Kang Rae's temperament, countless people will be buried with her. She then tells Jin-tae that the situation is critical. Don't show any more mercy. Jin-tae's gaze hardens. He clenches his fists. Are you saying I'm allowed to kill? On the other side, Wang Myung-do is pummeling me fiercely. I protect my head with both hands, blocking the attacks. Seizing an opening, I push my palm toward his chin. While he's dazed, I grab his collar and yank hard. A headbutt slams into his forehead. Then I take the opportunity to roll and break free. Just as I'm about to get up, Wang Myung-do suddenly appears behind me and locks around my body. The more I struggle, the tighter the hold. I won. Surrender. Wang Myung-do is confident of victory. In just a few seconds, you'll lose oxygen and pass out. I grin. What nonsense are you talking about? I stomp my feet on the ground and forcibly lift Wang Myung-do. Then, with him on my back, I rapidly move backward. This fool actually kidnapped the Black Emperor's former girlfriend, and now he's waiting leisurely for them to come seeking revenge. Suddenly, the door is kicked open. Subordinates immediately guard the front nervously. But it's not me, it's Ryu 1J. You dare to interfere with me? Seeing Ryu 1J's fury, the subordinates don't dare take it lightly and pull out their guns, pointing them at him. Lee Sung-ho orders directly if he makes any sudden moves, shoot him. Ryu 1J's gaze grows even colder. Do you know the consequences of offending me? Hearing his threat, Lee Sung-ho is completely unfazed. Before you lose your temper, take a look at this first. With that, he presses a remote. The image on the TV makes Ryu 1J's eyes widen. Men in black are holding guns, controlling a family. This family is Ryu 1J's descendants. You underestimate the 10,000 Blades gang too much. Lee Sung-ho smiles smugly. Did you think we'd dare offend you without any leverage? Ryu 1J grits his teeth. You're asking for death. A bullet grazes his face and hits the wall behind him. Take one more step, and your family will have dozens of holes in them. Lee Sung-ho laughs maniacally. Now that his lifeline is controlled, even though he's furious, there's nothing he can do. Ryu 1J can only utter some harsh words. Hearing this, Lee Sung-ho laughs even more uncontrollably. You're in no position to threaten me now. If you want them to be safe, you must do as I say. Ryu 1J asks what his purpose is. Lee Sung-ho's expression darkens. You just need to kill that mother and son in front of me. That shouldn't be difficult for you, right? Although Ryu 1J is furious, he can only reluctantly agree. If you dare go back on your word, you'll die miserably. With that, he leaves without looking back. On the other side, when I hear that So-nam is in trouble, I instantly fly into a rage. My mother slaps me across the face to calm me down. She tells me that if I act rashly, So-nam will die. I don't know what to do now either. My mother tells me that from now on, I must listen to her completely. Can you guarantee So-nam will be safe? I ask, clenching my fists. My mother only tells me she'll do her best. On the other side, a military transport flies through the air. The cabin is filled with fully armed men. Danny tells everyone, 8 hours until we reach the destination. Are you punks ready? Everyone cheers in response. Danny tells everyone another explosive piece of news. This operation will earn us hundreds of millions of dollars. Terry says that besides the forces on the island, reinforcements will come from outside. Are we confident? Danny tells him not to worry and begins deploying the combat plan. When the plane reaches 10,000 meters above the island, we'll begin the parachute drop. Then we'll attack the communications room on the 13th floor from the rooftop. Reynolds' team's objective is to destroy the northern outpost and satellite antenna. We'll completely isolate this island, capture everyone else as hostages. If anyone resists, kill them without mercy. On the other side, the fight between Braun and Plank has ended. Braun lies on the ground covered in blood, his fate unknown. At this moment, applause rings out. That was magnificent! Borsk says sincerely. But the other matches are a disaster. The drones were destroyed, the live stream was cut off, and the gamblers outside keep protesting. For this sudden situation, Plank has no good solution for now. At this moment, 2 more people emerge from the forest. It's Cheol-nam and Jin Tae, coming to seek assistance. Cheol-nam says they have an urgent matter and need to contact H-Nation, but Plank refuses. Except for authorized personnel, all off-island communication is prohibited. Cheol-nam says the 10,000 Blades gang kidnapped their people and hopes Plank can make an exception. But he's refused again. Plank says he only cares about the matches. I have no interest in anything else. Hearing this, Cheol-nam has no choice but to bow and beg Plank for help. Borsk doesn't want to make things too difficult for him. He pulls out a phone and tosses it over, but it's intercepted by a large hand. It's Plank, his expression dark. If you want the phone, beat me first. The moment he finishes speaking, a knee strikes toward his face. With a loud thud, Plank is hit. The phone slips from his hand. Jin Tae lands and kicks the phone to Cheol-nam with a flying kick. I clearly said you need to beat me before using the phone. Plank's cold voice sounds from behind. Hearing this, Jin Tae snorts coldly. You think talking like that makes you cool? Mocked by Jin Tae's words, Plank's muscles bulge. You can't beat me. I have all your data. Jin Tae ignores him. He just tells Cheol-nam to quickly contact H-Nation to find So-nam. Ignored, Plank nearly grinds his teeth to dust. He swings his iron fist to strike. Facing the sandbag-sized fist, Jin Tae remains calm. He spins his body to dodge the attack. Taking the opportunity to grab his arm, he kicks toward Plank's face again. But this attack is blocked by his hand. Without a moment's pause, another attack comes. Jin Tae's flying kick strikes his face hard. Just one hit makes Plank's nose and mouth spurt blood. An even swifter attack follows. Jin Tae leaps high like an ape. A knee strikes directly on Plank's head. The lightning-fast combat stuns everyone on the spot. At this moment, Jin Tae reminds Cheol-nam to make the call quickly. Suddenly, Plank, lying on the ground, throws a punch at Jin Tae. Jin Tae immediately dodges backward. Plank takes the opportunity to get up. Is the difference between actual combat and data this great? It seems my fists are more trustworthy than data. Jin Tae doesn't respond. He only asks if Plank orchestrated all this. Plank hasn't responded yet. Jin Tae's figure has already vanished from his spot. In an instant, he's in front of Plank. You'll answer for this. As Plank is surprised, Jin Tae's knee strikes his side again. The tremendous force seems to shift Plank's internal organs. Jin Tae kicks him flying again with another strike. He doesn't stop until he slams into a tree. Plank's eyes roll back. With a thud, he collapses to the ground, knocked out cold. This crushing victory makes Borsk break out in a cold sweat. Off the field, Donald watches all this and becomes absolutely furious, because he trusted the AI algorithm's 90% win rate prediction. It cost them $160 billion directly. But for the credibility of the tournament, they have to pay up. Next, they'll bet everything on Ryu 1J. But when his assistant hears about betting all $800 billion from the investors, he also breaks out in a cold sweat. Yet Donald appears completely confident, because because he's done extensive research. Ryu Won-jae has never lost a fight in his entire life. On the other side, Lee Sung-ho, who kidnaps Sonam, finally gets to me. He tells me Sonam is safe for now, but whether he stays safe depends on my performance. Immediately on the TV screen, Sonam is being held at gunpoint. Mother asks what he wants. Lee Sung-ho says it's simple. He just wants me to fight Ryu Won-jae, although I really want to kill you right now. But thinking about you being beaten to death right in front of me makes me tremble with excitement. Mother asks if he wins, will he keep his promise and release Sonam? Lee Sung-ho responds that a promise is a promise. In that case, Mother tells him to arrange the match immediately, but Lee Sung-ho says he wants to change the match order. He specifically demands that I fight Ryu Won-jae first. Says he wants Mother to experience the pain of losing a loved one too. Hearing this, my rage explodes instantly. I assess the gunman across from us. Then I call out to Mother. Under Lee Sung-ho's shocked gaze, my figure shoots forward like lightning toward them. They immediately draw their guns to shoot. With several screams, steel needles pierce through all their gun hands. It's Mother providing support from behind, without giving them time to react. I punch one man in the face, then drive my knee into another man's chest. Screams mixed with bone-breaking sounds make one's skin crawl. Lee Sung-ho freezes in shock at the rapid turn of events. At this moment, I appear to him like an eagle, while he's nothing but a lamb waiting for slaughter. I slam his head straight into the table with one palm strike. For a moment, the man with the goatee on the video screen doesn't know what to do. Lee Sung-ho endures the pain and prepares to give him orders. I don't give him a chance to speak. I punch him straight in the mouth. Tears, snot, and blood flow freely. He's still mumbling something. I swing my fist and land several more punches. Now his men react, drawing their weapons and shouting at me to release their young master. Suddenly, a figure appears silently behind them. A cold flash, and two sprays of blood blossom in the air. Lee Sung-ho under my fist has already fallen unconscious. I show his pathetic state directly to Goatee. We're both gambling. I'm betting he can't bear the consequences of the 10,000 Blades gang losing Lee Sung-ho. He's betting I'll give up everything for Sonam. After a brief standoff, he shoots Sonam in the leg. Sonam, bound tightly, can only let out painful whimpers. Goatee tells me to release him, or the next shot goes to the head. I respond by dangling one of Lee Sung-ho's hands over the edge of the table. I raise my fist and smash down on his arm. A teeth-grinding, bone-breaking sound rings out. Lee Sung-ho's arm is brutally broken. The intense pain jolts him awake from unconsciousness. Goatee quickly shouts for me to stop and points his gun at Sonam's head. I glance at the screen and pull out one of Mother's steel needles, then press down on Lee Sung-ho's head. Without any hesitation, I drive the needle toward the back of his skull. This scene nearly gives Goatee a heart attack. Suddenly, Mother grabs my hand mid-strike. Mother tells Goatee if he doesn't release Sonam, she'll let go. At this moment, the needle has already penetrated half a centimeter into the skin. Goatee looks at me, this madman who seems capable of anything. After a moment's consideration, with a clang, he throws down his gun, then gasps heavily, "Young master, I'm sorry. You're the last bloodline of the 10,000 Blades gang. I must preserve your life no matter what." On the other side, a plane sits by the beach. Everyone is waiting for Mother and me. Wang Myung-do looks back and says he wants to go back, but Myung scolds him harshly. "What nonsense are you spouting now? It's because of you that others are in danger. Just stay near the plane as I told you." Bong Sam says he also wants to stay by the boss's side, but he's here because of the lady's orders. Chu Song-jin comforts him, so Nam's safety is the priority right now. At this moment, in a hotel room, Graves is being held with his hands cuffed. Calculating the time, it should be soon. Should I do something? On the other side, when Planck wakes up again, 2 hours have passed. He still can't accept the fact that he was completely crushed. Borske says they lost a fortune and Mr. Donald is very angry. Because of the 10,000 Blades gang situation, other matches were also interrupted. Borske is more philosophical about it. Says we've already made enough this time. Might as well end it here. Planck can't make up his mind for a moment. On the other side, Ryu Won-jae finds me and expresses his gratitude, because dealing with Lee Sung-ho indirectly resolved the crisis for his descendants. Jin-tae politely responds that we're all martial artists. No need for formalities. I say I didn't do this for him. Then turn and leave. If nothing unexpected happens, we won't meet again. Cheol Nam tells everyone the planes are ready. After everyone says goodbye to Ryu Won-jae, they prepare to leave. Ryu Won-jae's voice comes from behind. I, Ryu Won-jae, repay both grudges and favors. I guarantee the 10,000 Blades gang will never appear before you again. Shortly after, Seiki and Jason walk over. Seiki sighs that it's a pity they didn't determine a winner. Ryu Won-jae asks back, can't you tell who's stronger and who's weaker? Getting old, I have to think twice about everything. This makes me think of Wang Yang, that madman who cast aside all distractions just to fight strong opponents. It seems my cultivation is still insufficient. This self-deprecation embarrasses Saiki and the other. They then say they'll train for a while longer before asking Ryu Won-jae for guidance again. Ryu Won-jae says they're welcome any time, but first he has some matters to handle. On the other side, Graves is being held in a room. 2 armed guards stand outside. Graves keeps demanding to watch the matches. The guard tells him he can't, but he keeps banging on the door. Annoyed by the noise, the guard prepares to open the door and teach him a lesson. The moment the door opens, Graves suddenly bursts out and punches one of the guards, then grabs his collar, and uses this guard as a weapon to knock down the other. Both men fall to the ground groaning in pain. Graves grabs one man's head and twists hard. The man's head twists to a grotesque 180 degrees backward. Graves then calmly unlocks his handcuffs, flexes his wrists, picks up the gun from the ground, and fires several more rounds into the 2 men already unconscious on the ground. Looking at the red-hot barrel, he shows a twisted smile. At this moment, Donald, watching the surveillance, is helpless. Just when he's at a loss, a scene appears on the screen that makes his eyes widen. It's Graves, gun in hand, killing pulling his way through. Donald quickly orders his assistant to prepare emergency contact. Not sure what he's thinking, he suddenly takes back what he just said. Let's wait and see for now. Here, Graves returns to his room, gets the internal satellite phone. Danny, you guys almost here. On the other side, we also drive to the plane. Everyone is happy to see us safe and sound. Bong Sam is especially delighted like a 300-pound child. Mother looks up and spots a huge transport plane in the sky. At this very moment, several figures jump from the plane. My call interrupts Mother's train of thought. Whatever, let's go home. Mother catches up to me. A huge boom sounds behind us. Looks like there's going to be a new crisis. These guys are rapidly approaching the communications base. As they get close, they drop several bombs. Moments later, the base turns into a sea of flames. All this signals something big is about to happen. Mother quickly calls everyone to leave this dangerous place. Everyone immediately rushes toward the plane, confirming everyone is aboard. Mother orders the pilot to take off immediately, facing the journey home. Everyone has different feelings. As the engine roars to life, the plane is ready for takeoff. Just then, a transport plane flies head-on toward us, and it lands right in the way, blocking the takeoff runway. We don't understand their intentions. The transport plane opens its cargo hold. Danny asks Graves via satellite phone about the plane situation. Hearing this, Graves smiles. Bring them all back to me. And right now, he's in the control center. Kneeling before him are Donald and his assistant. Donald is indeed the mastermind behind it all and someone who's seen big scenes. He says calmly and confidently they can cooperate, both getting what they want. Graves is intrigued and asks if he knows what he wants. Suddenly, Carlos and others burst in and see this scene. All of them are powerful figures. When have they ever had guns pointed at their heads? Do you know who I am? Carlos is about to explode. Carl sees the situation is wrong and tugs at his arm. But Carlos doesn't appreciate it. One phone call and my men will all be here in half an hour. Before he finishes speaking, several gunshots ring out. Blood sprays from Carlos's body. Such decisive killing makes everyone's hearts skip a beat. Graves, now in killing mode, becomes more excited. Anyone else have something to say? Carl mutters a curse and prepares to pull out the gun from his jacket. But the scene on the surveillance makes him stop. It's a group of mercenaries slaughtering the island's security forces. At this moment, Donald asks Graves what exactly he wants. Everything is negotiable. Graves just stares at him quietly, his eyes full of mockery. In just 10 minutes, the mercenaries take control of the entire island. Plank is also forced to walk to the conference hall. The moment he opens the door, the scene inside makes his eyes widen. All the other fighters have already been detained here, and Graves sits on the steps smoking a cigar. Through the puffing smoke, no one can see his expression or know what he wants. Plank breaks the silence and asks why he's doing this. Graves sighs and says they shouldn't have offended him. Plank says you're the one who lost in the match, but Graves keeps murmuring that he didn't lose. He gradually descends into madness. He happens to see Braun in the crowd. Without warning, he shoots through Braun's leg. The tough guy Braun doesn't make a sound. Graves walks forward with a chuckle, raises the gun butt and smashes it toward his head. After several blows, Braun falls unconscious to the ground. Head's really hard, didn't crack even after all that smashing. Then he points at Braun lying on the ground and laughs loudly. See that? That's what losing looks like. But where's that Eastern kid? On the other side, the mercenaries' guns all point at us. Mother and Chil Nam discuss how to break through. Suddenly they open fire, shooting directly at the windshield. This is their warning. If we don't listen and get off the plane, next time it might be an RPG. Now there's no choice but to comply with their demands. They're very alert, guns constantly aimed at everyone. Jin-tae asks if we should find an opportunity to strike. Mother tells us to wait and see. These people don't seem ordinary. Killing carries no burden for them. This makes Jin-tae and me realize the gravity of the situation. At this moment, Danny receives orders from Graves again to bring back an Eastern kid. So he asks which one of us is the person the colonel is looking for. Our expressions are stern, and we don't answer him. Mother says she hopes they'll let us go and will provide generous compensation. Danny covers his face and laughs. That won't work. We have a different employer. Mother stands in front of the group, radiating killing intent. Unexpectedly, they retreat a few steps to maintain distance and pull back the bolts on their guns, aiming at us. It's foreseeable that if we make any sudden moves, they'll shoot without hesitation. Danny says with a smile, I know you're all experts, so to prevent accidents, don't get any clever ideas. But who exactly made the colonel angry? On the other side in the conference hall, Johnson reports to Graves. All the island's forces have been neutralized, and communication facilities are fully controlled. Graves nods, indicating well done. When asked what to do next, Graves tells him things are about to get interesting. At this moment, Danny opens the conference hall door and walks in. Following behind him are our group. Seeing us, Graves shows a smile. Kid, we meet again. Then he slowly stands up. Look at those eyes. I don't think you understand the situation, yet I still wear an indifferent expression. What? You need a gun to have the courage to talk to me. Hearing my mocking words, Graves laughs in anger. He smashes the gun butt into my abdomen. I bend over in pain. Graves warns me not to glare anymore, but when I raise my head, my gaze is still sharp. What an infuriating little brat. With that, he raises the gun butt to strike again. Mother blocks in front of me. Let us go now, and nothing will happen. But Graves doesn't care about this threat at all. Instead, he strikes at Mother with the gun butt, but Mother blocks it with both hands. The look in her eyes is like she wants to devour someone. Danny pulls back the bolt and points at Mother's head. Then give us some money. Graves laughs heartily and says he definitely won't let his brothers down. Then clears his throat and announces, esteemed bosses, lend us some money. Not asking for much, just $200 million each. As soon as he says this, everyone is shocked. Borsk doesn't understand what he means. Graves explains this is everyone's ransom. Bill voices his concern. Even if we give the money, there's no guarantee they'll release us. Graves raises his gun and tells them they have no choice. At this moment, Donald says there's no cash here and the network is down, so there's no way to transfer money. Carpaccio takes the opportunity to say once they return to safety, they can transfer the money. Their little scheme seemed to have been anticipated. Johnson pushes up his glasses and walks in front of everyone. In front of him is a satellite computer. It can connect to banks all over the world. Without sufficient preparation, they wouldn't have blown up the communications facilities. It seems these people planned this incident long ago. Danny suggests keeping these wealthy backers and killing everyone else. At this moment, Donald proposes an idea that shocks everyone: to continue the tournament, which would give Danny double the money. Faced with such a tempting offer, Danny is clearly moved. Plank doesn't understand Donald's intention. Donald tells him to shut up. If they stop now, they'll all go bankrupt. Only by restarting the tournament is there a glimmer of hope. On our side, Mother is constantly observing the situation. There are 12 gunmen inside, and about 5 or 6 more patrolling outside. Even if we break through by force, it will cause heavy casualties. Currently, there's no solution. So she orders Mayong to find a way to create chaos from outside, then disperse the forces inside. Receiving the order, Mayong somehow pulls out a steel needle and breaks the binding rope in one go. Mother comforts her not to push herself. Safety first. Seeing this, Bong Sam also wants to contribute, saying he'll go through fire and water for the lady. Suddenly his cheek is poked by Ryu 1J's bamboo hat. Ryu 1J says this old man also wants to do his part. Everyone exchanges glances. We're counting on you then. On one side, Donald says as long as the tournament restarts, billions of dollars will come in. Hearing this number, Danny shows a greedy smile. Then there's no need to waste time. Let's get started. At this moment, Johnson raises an objection. Says greed will doom us. These people are all powerful figures. If we don't plan to kill them all to eliminate all threats, we'll be hunted for life. If we let them escape, they just need to spend money to hire assassins, and that'll be enough trouble for us. Better to take the money we can get now and leave immediately. Danny hesitates at this moment. A pair of large hands rest on his shoulders. Graves says let the tournament begin. After brief consideration, Danny walks toward everyone and announces, we've decided to restart the tournament. Whoever gets first place, I'll give them a chance to live. As soon as he says this, the hall erupts. The Afro guy thinks a tournament under these circumstances is unreasonable, and he has no confidence he can get first place. Before he finishes, a gunshot rings out. The Afro guy no longer has a chance to speak. Anyone else have a different opinion? This silences everyone. Afterward, everyone is taken to the hotel rooftop. At this time, drones circle overhead as usual. A person walks over. It's Danny with a smug face. He points at Wang Myung-do and me. You two prepare for the next match. The winner gets to survive. Regarding his proposal, I look at him like he's an idiot. Seeing I'm unmoved, Danny points his gun at me. Do you have some objection? I directly mock Danny. Without a gun, you're nothing. This reckless remark throws Danny off. He presses the gun directly against my forehead. A headshot is different from shooting the body. Watching his finger tighten on the trigger, a call interrupts Danny. It's Graves with a grinning face. This kid is mine. You can't kill him. My expression darkens. Looks like you haven't been beaten enough. Before Graves can speak, Danny backhands me across the face. You really think I'm joking? Then tells Graves to find someone else. Today, I must kill this arrogant bastard. Faced with the furious Danny, Graves sighs helplessly. Just as I'm about to get my head blown off, Wang Myung-do speaks up. Get up. Let's settle this between us. I scoff at his words. Rather than fighting like animals in a cage, I'd rather die right now. Unexpectedly, before I finish speaking, I'm sent flying. It's Wang Myung-do tackling me, driving me backward. He doesn't stop until he pins me against the wall. I don't want to die yet. This desperate cry to live stirs everyone. Graves even claps in approval. Those who don't want to die should struggle like dogs. Wang Myung-do pins me against the wall and says quietly, defeat me and survive, because you're stronger than me, and if you die here, I'll have no face to see the lady and so Nam. Hearing his words, I snort coldly, and kick Wang Myung-do away. What nonsense are you talking about? Wang Myung-do closes in again with several attacks, all of which I dodge. I catch his powerful back fist with one hand. I roar at him to stop, then walk straight past Wang Myung-do to face Danny directly. He asks why I suddenly stopped. I tell him, fists aren't meant to be thrown randomly. They should only be swung when you must fight. He doesn't understand what I mean. I tell him to stop insulting me and just give me a quick death. This absurd request shocks not just Danny, but everyone present. But looking at my expression, they know I'm not joking. At this moment, in an H-Nation hospital, Chief Prosecutor Kim expresses gratitude to Earth Tiger Group for rescuing Sonam. The Earth Tiger executive says they only delivered Sonam to the hospital. The one who truly saved him is the boss in M-Nation. If you want to thank someone, thank him. At this moment, a phone suddenly rings. Opening the phone, they discover the tournament has restarted. This greatly surprises everyone, because according to the plan, boss and everyone should be on their way home. They try to contact the M-Nation side and find all communications have been cut. The live feed on the phone shows the conversation between Danny and me. This sudden turn of events leaves everyone at a loss. Chief Prosecutor Kim says he'll call to ask about the M-Nation situation. At the hotel, the repeated provocations turn Danny's gaze cold. He raises his hand and fires 2 shots into the air. The drone in the air is shot down directly. Then he aims the gun at my head. This way there'll be no evidence of murder. Just as he's about to pull the trigger, a pair of large hands rest on Danny's shoulders. I said this kid is my prey. Graves laughs maniacally, while Danny and I are still in this standoff. On the other side, Ryu 1J quietly tells Mother he'll handle those 5 men over there. Mother instructs Myung to guard the 2 exits. The rest will be handled by Jin Tae, and Mother will be the vanguard. Seeing everyone assigned, Bong Sam anxiously asks about himself. Mother tells him just to protect me well. Bong Sam gladly accepts the order. On the other side, Graves says if I want to die, he'll take care of it. I don't care about this defeated opponent at all. Graves pulls out 2 guns and places them by my ears. For an annoying brat like you, this is a brand new method. With that, he fires 2 shots next to my ears. The 2 gunshots directly cause my ears to ring. Graves laughs even more uncontrollably, then swings a fist at my face. Suddenly, a steel needle flies toward Graves's neck. Unable to dodge, the needle pierces directly into him. A spray of blood erupts. Before Danny can be shocked, he also faces a steel needle attack. This is Mother's surprise assault. Danny raises his arm to block this deadly strike. Mother has already seized the opportunity to leap in. The guards at high positions quickly aim their guns at Mother. Suddenly, countless thin lines fly from somewhere, binding several men tightly. It's Ryu 1J's fishing line attack. The fishing line cuts through bodies like blades. The 2 guards at the door also notice the sudden change. Just as they raise their guns, Mayong has already reached them and flicks steel needles forward, then rushes forward at high speed. While one needle pierces through one man's throat, Mayong stabs at the other with a needle in hand. Other guards rush toward Mayong with guns. Jin-tae kicks one man flying like a ghost. 2 men just become alert. Jin-tae strikes another's jaw with a palm. The last one doesn't have time to panic before being kicked in the neck, casually taking down 3 men. Danny is still watching the situation on Jin-tae's side. Mother has already silently appeared before him. By the time he realizes it's too late to defend, Mother strikes his jaw, and Mother still holds a steel needle. She releases it gracefully, then raises her knee to strike the needle under Danny's jaw. The impact drives the needle straight out through the back of his skull. Danny now lies motionless on the ground. Mother's decisive killing shocks even me. Suddenly, Mother shouts for me to be careful, because several mercenaries appear behind Mayong, and due to the ringing in my ears, I don't hear Mother's warning at all. At this moment, Mayong also has multiple wounds on her body, and I still stand frozen, making no reaction. Mother tries to move forward, but it's too late. When I turn around, I see a scene that will haunt me forever. Sprays of blood burst in the air. Jin-tae reacts and rushes toward the door at high speed, leaps and kicks the iron door. With a clang, the door is kicked shut, blocking the attacker's line of sight. Turning back, he finds Mayong's body covered with many wounds, but fortunately, all avoided fatal injuries. Both suddenly remember me and turn back in shock. A figure stands in front of me. The recent burst of gunfire has also left many injured, but I don't care about any of this. I only care about the person in front of me. I want to call out, but find I can't say anything. Bong Sam's not-so-tall figure stands before me like a giant tower. His chest is covered with countless gunshot wounds, yet his face shows no pain, still maintaining a smile. Before I can stand up, Bong Sam crashes to the ground. My mournful cry echoes through the area. On the other side, Braun picks up a gun and approaches Jin-tae, tells Jin-tae to leave this to him. Hearing this, Jin-tae runs toward Bong Sam like a madman. At this moment, Graves clutches his bleeding neck, struggling on the ground. Braun looks at him coldly, his eyes erupting with intense killing intent. On the other side, the mercenaries blocked behind the door gather together. Now Johnson has become the highest commander here. He asks what happened on the rooftop. When he hears they were completely wiped out, he's greatly shocked, angry that Danny didn't listen to advice, which led to this. His subordinate asks what to do now. Johnson pushes up his glasses and says ominously, "If you don't want to be hunted for life, kill everyone here. There's only one exit here. Order everyone to guard here and kill on sight." Here Carl is also analyzing the consequences. Carlos's death will enrage the forces in his country. If they can't give a satisfactory explanation, things will become very troublesome. Then he bends down to pick up a gun from the ground and aims it at Graves lying on the ground. Although I don't want to kill you this simply, but having a gun pointed at my head earlier, I can't swallow this anger. Just as he's about to pull the trigger, a pair of hands stops him. It's Mother who rushed over. "This man's life is reserved for my son," Mother says coldly, then walks toward Plank and warns him to take responsibility for this. With that, she punches Plank in the abdomen. The powerful force sends him staggering backward. He falls to his knees, coughing blood continuously. Looking up, Mother walks toward him again. "The pain my son has suffered, you will answer for it," Mother announces like the Grim Reaper. On the other side, Bong Sam lies motionless in my arms. The blood flowing out gradually turns cold, reminding me I've lost him. My head feels like it's been struck by a giant hammer, going blank. Only after a long moment do I burst into hysterical cries. Johnson runs to the control room and orders another drone sent to the rooftop. His subordinate doesn't understand what happened. When he hears the rooftop has fallen, his mouth drops open in shock. At this moment, the drone restarts surveillance. The rooftop situation appears clearly on the screen. Danny and Colonel Graves have been taken out. Other mercenaries have all been subdued. Ryu 1J glances at the drone overhead, swings his fishing rod forcefully, and with a swoosh hits the remaining drone. The screen loses surveillance of the rooftop again. Johnson tells his subordinate to prepare for takeoff and leave. Bring all the remaining C4 explosives. After giving all orders, he issues commands through his earpiece. Have men guard the only entrance, and once the C4 explosives are brought back, blow up the rooftop. Donald, listening to all this, hastily asks, "What about the tournament?" Johnson says in this situation, "What tournament are you talking about?" But this panics Donald. Without the tournament, he'll lose everything. But Johnson no longer pays attention to him and leaves directly. Donald watches his back, and desperation breeds boldness. He pulls out the sword from his cane and slashes toward the back of Johnson's head. A gunshot rings out. A bullet pierces through Donald's mouth. With a thump, he falls to the ground lifeless. This old guy really was tired of living. everything. On the other side, everyone on the rooftop is helpless about the current predicament. Ryu 1J asks what to do next, then says for the sake of breaking through, he's willing to follow Mother's command. Borsk and Bill have no objections. Mother ponders for a moment and looks back at those immersed in grief, then walks straight toward Braun, asks if he was once a soldier. After getting a positive answer, she asks again, if he were the mercenaries, what would he do next? Braun considers the current situation, then says he'd first blow up the rooftop, then blow up the first and third floors to collapse the entire building. This way everyone dies together, eliminating all threats. Mother asks if they can storm the stairwell. Braun says that would be foolish because all the firepower is concentrated there. After a moment's thought, Mother has a plan. She'll break through from inside. This leaves everyone confused about how that's possible. At this moment, Mother calls out to Ryu 1J, asks if she can borrow his fishing rod. Ryu 1J is stunned for a moment, understanding Mother's intention. What a crazy person. Mother tells Jin-tae to pull himself together and help. Jin-tae stabilizes his emotions, suddenly stands up, his eyes full of determination. Mother and Jin-tae wrap the fishing line around their arms, says she and Jin-tae will first break the tempered glass, then have Ryu 1J follow after. After that, both leap from the rooftop, using the fishing line to swing toward the windows below. Targeting the glass, Mother concentrates her power in her knee and crashes into the glass. The glass cracks but doesn't completely shatter. Mother kicks off the wall and rebounds, making room for Jin-tae. Then Jin-tae's knee strikes the cracked glass again. As the glass shatters, both swing safely inside. They compose themselves, preparing for the coming slaughter. Next, Ryu 1J wraps the fishing line around the air conditioner outdoor unit, then leaps high and also jumps from the rooftop. But I'm still immersed in the pain of losing Bong Sam. Chu Seong-jin and the others don't know how to comfort me. I gently lay Bong Sam's body flat, then I stagger to my feet and walk toward Graves in the distance. Graves clutches his bleeding neck desperately, looking at my dark gaze, but his body can't move. I stare at him with a blank expression. Then I reach out and grab his hair, completely ignoring everyone's shocked looks. I drag Graves' body to the side. No matter how he struggles, it's useless. I emotionlessly order Braun in front of me to move aside. Cheol-nam, afraid I'll do something rash, calls out loudly. Although Braun feels sorry for my loss, the area ahead is extremely dangerous. Just as he's about to say more, he sees my dark gaze and swallows his words. He clearly senses that standing in this man's way right now would get him torn to shreds. I drag Graves past Braun toward the stairwell. The stairwell door crashes open. The mercenaries guarding here are shocked. They raise their weapons and unleash a barrage of gunfire. After emptying their magazines, the scene before them makes everyone break into cold sweat. Because of the attack, Graves has been riddled with bullets. Before anyone can react, I emerge from behind Graves. I fling his body aside, hurling it at a mercenary. Then my body charges at the other two like a cheetah. Just as they raise their guns, my knee is already in one man's face. Then I brace against the stair railing. My body spins toward the red-haired man. A kick directly breaks his neck. His body falls limply downward. The remaining mercenary freezes in terror. Before he can react, his life ends. The man knocked down by Graves struggles to push the corpse away. I punch straight into his cheek, caving it in. Just one punch shatters his head. After clearing the stairwell, Boss's wife and the others arrive. They're utterly shocked by the scene. My face shows no emotion whatsoever, terrifyingly calm. Meanwhile, Johnson drives while calling the stairwell guards on his walkie-talkie. Getting no response, he knows the worst has happened. Rushing to the plane, he encounters the man with the C4 explosives. He tells him to take off immediately and get out of here. The man is confused until he hears they've been wiped out, breaking into cold sweat. Fortunately, Johnson says they've got the money. In the control room, everyone sees Donald's corpse. Everyone grinds their teeth in anger. Bill says through gritted teeth, "These scum, they better pray I don't find them, or I'll make them regret being born." On the rooftop, everyone surrounds Bong Sam in silence. The transport plane in the sky flies away. I stare blankly at the sky. Boss's wife wants to comfort me. I tell her not to say anything, that I'm fine. Boss's wife is silent for a moment. Let's go home. Bong Sam, once lively and lovable, is now just a black and white photo hanging in the memorial hall. Countless people mourn his loss. I sit expressionless below the memorial hall. While Jae-Woo beside me is already sobbing. 3 people stand at a beach. Behind them, over 1,000 people watch from afar. Jae-Woo hands me the urn. Bong Sam would have wanted the boss to do this. Hearing this, I extend my trembling hands. But the moment I touch it, I pull back like lightning. I steady my emotions, and firmly take the urn this time. I open the urn and grasp a handful of ashes. Opening my hand, the ashes scatter with the sea breeze, taking people's sorrow away with them. From this day on, Bong Sam is no more. I do all this mechanically, but after scattering the ashes, I can no longer hold back my tears. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Jin-tae and Chu Seong-jin ask So-nam how she's recovering. Jin-tae apologizes, saying he should have stayed by her side. So-nam reassures him that she's fine now, and it was her own choice, not Jin-tae's fault. Chu Seong-jin also says it's good that everyone's okay. So-nam asks about Wang Myung-do's whereabouts. Chu Seong-jin tells her he got into trouble and was taken by boss's wife for intensive training. Jin-tae tells So-nam that I've also returned safely. This is probably what So-nam cares about most. Jin-tae then asks So-nam to visit Kang Rae if possible, because this is his most painful time. Hearing this, So-nam nervously asks what happened. Jin-tae doesn't answer, only saying he plans to take a leave from school for intensive training. So-nam keeps asking, but Jin-tae only tells her to take care before leaving. Chu Seong-jin holds his head. They always leave the hard words to him. Then he says quietly that Bong Sam is dead. He took a bullet protecting Kang Rae inside an orphanage. Jae-Woo tells me that he and Bong Sam have always been grateful to me. Thanks to me, he met his current wife and could do what he wanted. He and Bong Sam grew up here since childhood. childhood, when you bought this place and trusted it to me and Bong Sam. We were so shocked. We used to fight all the time as kids. Jae-Wasu continues recounting the past. I'm sorry, I apologize heavily. If it weren't for me, nothing would have happened to him. Seeing me sink into deep self-blame, Jae-Wasu immediately interrupts. It's not like that. Bong Sam was the happiest person when I chose to retire. Bong Sam always said the boss's everything was more important than his life. He never wronged anyone in his life. Dying for the boss, he died a worthy death. So you don't need to blame yourself. Please live according to Bong Sam's wishes. Because the boss is the strongest man in the world. That's why he followed you wholeheartedly. I can no longer hold back my tears. After a while, I wipe away my tears and straighten my clothes. Bong Sam, I will become the world's strongest. It's been 6 months since Bong Sam left me. During this time, Cheol Nam kept asking me to return and take over Earth Tiger Group. But that's no longer what I want. I tell him I'm going abroad for a while and ask him not to tell boss's wife. Cheol Nam tries to persuade me, but I interrupt. I must fulfill my promise to Bong Sam. Inside a dojo in our nation, Jason and Seiki are sparring. Jason unleashes countless sword strikes in an instant, but Seiki dodges them all. The two are evenly matched. After a while, both sit on the ground drenched in sweat, resting. Jason says his speed is superior. Seiki acknowledges this. But there's one flaw. The power is insufficient. Just avoid vital points and counterattack to seriously injure Jason. Jason immediately objects to this assessment, but Seiki's next words silence him. How about we spar with real swords? Just then, an uninvited guest arrives at the dojo. Seeing who it is, both are shocked. Because it's Myung, who performed impressively in the island battle. Before they can ask why she's here, my figure appears behind them. Seeing it's me, they're even more confused about my intentions. I state simply and clearly that I want to challenge Seiki. Meanwhile, in the mountains, two figures are fighting. Every move Jin-tae makes targets boss's wife's vital points. Boss's wife is also fired up from the fight. She draws her flexible sword from her waist and slashes down, but Jin-tae catches it with both hands. The next moment, boss's wife flicks her wrist. The flexible sword segments into countless pieces. Her figure moves like a phantom behind Jin-tae. The attack has sealed off all of Jin-tae's escape routes. Jin-tae's body shrinks unnaturally, then springs back rapidly, dodging this fatal strike. Before boss's wife can react, Jin-tae advances with a skip step again. Boss's wife thrusts her sword forward to block while jumping back. Jin-tae then strikes directly at boss's wife's face with his palm, stopping 1 centimeter from her face, but the palm wind sends her hair flying. I win. Jin-tae withdraws his palm. Now I won't lose to anyone. Boss's wife smiles with satisfaction. Don't be careless. Ryu 1J is very strong, but Jin-tae confidently says he'll beat him too. At this moment, boss's wife's phone rings. It's Chilnam on the other end, talking about me going abroad, specifically emphasizing to keep it secret from the lady. Boss's wife ponders for a moment. Let him go. No one can stop Kang Ray right now. At the dojo, the streamer sets up cameras. Seiki has some objections to this. Don't you want to restore your reputation? I ask indifferently. Seiki murmurs. Losers have no honor to speak of. I died in battle that day, but you must have your reasons for doing this, so I'll oblige you. He assumes a sword-drawing stance. Are you ready? Jason on the side says the winner has to fight him too. I ignore him and face Seiki with full concentration. Seiki executes an Iaido/horizontally at me. A smile appears at the corner of my mouth. Bring it on. Just as his blade is about to reach me, I quickly duck. Before he can react, I swing a punch directly, hitting his jaw. Seiki staggers backward. I grab his collar and yank him toward me. Raising my knee, I strike his jaw again heavily. 2 consecutive hits have already made him lose his composure. He hastily swings his sword forward to interrupt my attack. I lean back to dodge the attack, while executing a scorpion kick toward him again. Seiki tries to retreat and escape, but I won't give him a chance to breathe. I advance again, grabbing his hair and turning him toward me. Seiki hurriedly thrusts his sword forward. I punch the hilt of his sword, then swing my left fist, landing solidly on his face, smashing him into the floor. Seiki has lost consciousness. I suddenly sense danger. It's Jason's attack from the side. My turn now, right? Facing his provocation, I don't care. Bring it on. Jason unleashes countless sword strikes covering me, but my movements are like a phantom, dodging them all. After his wave of attacks, I quickly duck and advance. A powerful punch caves directly into his abdomen. Just one strike turns his face liver-colored. He crashes down and doesn't get up. Defeating 2 masters in succession, I remain expressionless. And all of this is recorded. The scene shifts. A plane flies across the sky. I sit in my seat resting. The streamer asks Myung when he can upload the video. Myung sternly scolds him that it's not his concern. The streamer excitedly says such an amazing match will definitely get tons of views. Myung says they've already paid him, don't overthink other things. The streamer falls silent, frustrated. Then I remove the towel from my face and tell him, wait until we've recorded more match videos before uploading. At this moment, at the PFC headquarters tower in M Nation, 3 uninvited guests arrive. It's the 3 of us. Myung tells the guards at the entrance to inform Plank of our visit. Meanwhile, in the training room, Plank is being pushed back repeatedly. He's been cornered against the wall with nowhere left to retreat, and the person simulating combat with him is Jin-tae. Jin-tae's palm strikes again. Plank has no way to avoid it. He takes the hit head on. He loses again this time. They've sparred over a dozen times now. Every time he's completely dominated. When facing Jin-tae, Plank feels like there's a wall in front of him. At this moment, the speaker announces our arrival. Plank tells the guards to bring us to the training room on the 40th floor. The elevator rises and stops at the 40th floor. The elevator doors open. It's Plank and Borsk. Both are wary of my arrival. You still owe me a favor, right? They remain silent. Then I'm here to collect it. I see myself throw the first punch at Ryu 1J. Ryu 1J easily dodges the strike. Then he closes in. a palm strike to my abdomen, forces me to retreat several steps, without giving me any time to react. Ryu 1J whips out his fishing rod like lightning, slashing directly at my head. Of course, this is all just an AI-simulated battle that Plank initiated. Earlier, when I found Plank and asked him to return the favor, he asked disdainfully what I wanted. Although he expressed regret for my companion's death, they also paid a heavy price. The fleeing mercenaries have been hunted down. I scoff at his attitude. Back then, you didn't dare do anything in front of the mercenaries, trembling like dogs with their tails between their legs. I saved your lives, and things need to have a proper conclusion. Plank asks what I actually want. I tell him the competition hasn't determined the strongest yet. Plank lets out a mocking laugh. Although contacting Ryu 1J isn't difficult, it would be pointless, because he thinks my strength is far below Ryu 1J's. I tell him coldly that's not his concern. Just bring Ryu 1J before me. Hearing this, Plank laughs. That's easy. He immediately orders the AI to simulate through data. After 2 laser scans, me and Ryu 1J appear in the arena. Plank says the AI simulation has 98% accuracy, and Ryu 1J has a 91% win rate against me. The 2 virtual figures immediately begin fighting. Soon the opening scene appears. I watch this result quietly. Plank tells me there's no need to seek out Ryu 1J anymore. After he finishes, a smile curves at the corner of my mouth. You're really naive, still believing in this stuff. That's why Jin-tae beat you so badly. Hearing me mention that humiliation again, Plank grinds his teeth in anger, still stubbornly insisting on the AI's accuracy rate. I interrupt him directly and demand Plank simulate data of him and me. After the AI simulation shows the win rate, I'm even more mocking. This is why you're so confident. Then what are you waiting for? Let's have real combat. I'll show you what real combat is like. Plank clenches his teeth hearing this. His massive body charges at me like a cannonball. Little punk talking so big. Plank's fist grows larger in my vision, but I smile even more. With a thud, my punch connects with his jaw. Plank crashes down before me. His eyes are full of disbelief because even he doesn't know how he was knocked down. What's wrong? Can't handle it? Get up. Plank furiously pushes himself up, swinging his fist at me again. But my backhand punch heavily strikes his head. Before he can react, I twist my body and land an uppercut on his jaw. I easily dodge his counterattack, then deliver a liver blow. The pain contorts his entire face. This is what the gap in real combat looks like. At this moment, Plank can't respond. He retches violently. I kick him, sending his entire body flying high. The next second, he thuds down on his knees before me. After I land, I gather all my strength and strike Plank's head again, sending him flying backward. At this point, Plank is completely unconscious. Once a battle starts, I show no mercy. Meanwhile, in another forest, a jeep speeds along. In it are JWA Abwai and Talon pursuing mercenaries. They received intelligence that mercenaries are hiding here. They must eliminate these guys who killed the boss, or they'll be eliminated by the new boss. The jeep stops in front of a wooden cabin. Just as JWAY wants to discuss tactics, Talon spots danger from the cabin and warns urgently. The hiding mercenaries immediately open fire. The 2 quickly take cover behind the vehicle. The mercenary fires while shouting, "Why are you chasing us like dogs?" Talon and JWAY are helpless too. If they don't hunt them down, their own lives are at stake. At this moment, Talon's voice comes through a walkie-talkie elsewhere. Hearing all this, Carl remains silent. Looking up, he wears an evil smile. "This is our gift to brother Jose," Carl says to the young man before him. This man is Carlos's brother Jose. Jose's face shows no expression. Raising a glass. "We're family forever." Carl asks if he's interested in going to H Nation. Jose is confused. Carl explains the final battlefield might be in H Nation. This is also the match your brother was most interested in. At a detention center somewhere in S Nation, Sunglasses Guy is released through Lee Sung-ho's connections. Sunglasses Guy is about to express thanks, but seeing Lee Sung-ho's expression is off. Get in the car quickly. Sunglasses Guy follows the voice and sees Ryu 1J. Instantly breaks into cold sweat. Ryu 1J says coldly, "Things need a conclusion." Inside the 10,000 Blades gang headquarters tower, Ryu 1J sits on the office desk. Before him, led by Lee Sung-ho, stands a group of 10,000 Blades gang members, daring to threaten me with my family's hostages. Such foolish behavior. Everyone is dead silent. Of course you were all just following orders. Ryu 1J continues, "The mistake is your boss's." As soon as he finishes, everyone kneels down admitting fault. Lee Sung-ho explains he was blinded by hatred, about to explain more. Fishing lines wrap around the people behind him. With shrill screams, blood spatters through the air. Witnessing this, Lee Sung-ho and the other are terrified. "Although I haven't killed in many years, you crossed my line." Hearing this, Lee Sung-ho breaks down sobbing. Trembling, he begs Ryu 1J to spare him for his father's sake. He'll agree to any condition, but Ryu 1J's eyes are dark. Suddenly whips his fishing rod at Lee Sung-ho, blood bursting. The other rushes forward desperately. A fishing line wraps eerily around his neck. "Don't worry, your life isn't mine to take. I'll spare you." Sunglasses Guy collapses weakly as the fishing line loosens. At this moment, Ryu 1J receives a call from Plank, asking him to come to M Nation. When he learns it's a request from H Nation's boss Kang, he reveals an enigmatic smile. On the plane, he voices his doubts. I don't answer him directly. Instead, I ask him who would win between a lion and a buffalo. Plank is confused. I tell him no matter how strong a buffalo is, it's just prey before a lion. This is the first time I'm hunting with full strength. These words shock everyone. At this moment, the plane lands on a beach. Everyone gets off the plane. Borsk asks if it's necessary to come here again. This place is the island where the previous competition was held. I gaze at the distant tower. It ends where it began. The streamer arrives at the control center, exclaiming the equipment here is amazing. Meanwhile, at a boxing gym in H Nation, Chu Song-jin stares blankly at the punching bag. The coach asks what's wrong. Chu Song-jin says after experiencing so much, everything feels meaningless. The coach tells him he's at his peak, everything's just beginning. training. Chu Sung-jin glances at the championship belt, says he feels lost, doesn't understand why he came here. The coach tells him not to overthink it, rest if he's tired. Chu Sung-jin says he's practiced boxing his whole life, feels it can't compare to mixed martial arts. But then he thinks about becoming a muscular monster, and immediately loses motivation. At this moment, the door suddenly bursts open. The visitor surprises Chu Seung-jin. It's So Nam on crutches. Chu Seung-jin asks why she's here. So Nam takes out her phone to show him. When he sees the video content, he breaks into cold sweat. The phone shows the match videos the streamer posted. He doesn't understand why the videos leaked again, but that's not the main point. Scrolling down, his mouth drops open in shock, because the match videos below, they've never seen before. Scrolling further, my figure appears in the videos. The streamer announces they'll select the world's strongest man here. This makes Chu Sung-jin break down. He doesn't understand what I'm trying to do. Meanwhile, at Earth Tiger Group headquarters, Earth Tiger's executives also see this video. Chief Prosecutor Kim falls silent after seeing it. Second boss in a prison somewhere laughs watching the video. This time, unlike before, it's open for everyone to watch. When Wang Myung-do shows the video to boss's wife and Jin Tae, neither shows any surprise, worthy of Kang Rae making such a big commotion. Jin Tae says, "We'll win, right?" Meanwhile, I'm on the rooftop. A call interrupts my thoughts. Myung finds me, telling me to rest. I tell her I want to be alone for a while, but Myung insists I go sleep, because I haven't slept in days. I say I'm fine, tell her not to worry. Seeing my insistence, Myung doesn't press further. She suggests I check the training room, says I can simulate combat with Ryu 1J. This way I can better understand his strength. You think I'll lose? Myung says quietly, although the boss is very strong. But she's witnessed Ryu 1J's strength, clearly knows how formidable he is. I tell her confidently that I will definitely win. She's about to urge me to the training room again, but I interrupt. I don't think it's necessary. People like us understand each other with just one look, to see who will be the strongest one. At the H-Nation airport, Jin Tae and boss's wife just appear. Cheol Nam blocks their way. Behind him follows a group of Earth Tiger Group executives. Everyone says they want to cheer for the boss, asking boss's wife to let them come along. They've even bought tickets in advance. They all want to witness my climb to become the strongest. Boss's wife is silent for a moment, then walks straight toward the crowd. Let's go together then. At this moment, a call stops Jin Tae. Looking back, it's Chu Seung-jin, So Nam and others. Chu Seung-jin says helplessly that So Nam kept insisting on going to watch the match. So Nam's expression is determined, saying she must go. Chief Prosecutor Kim says I'm still on parole. The incident keeps spreading online. All he can do is pretend not to know. This is also repaying the favor for saving So Nam before. But I must return to the country immediately. Cheol Nam expresses thanks for this. So Nam anxiously waits for Jin Tae's response. Jin Tae scratches his head with a wry smile. How did he become the bad guy? On the island, I stare out the window blankly. The streamer rushes into the room excitedly, tells me the video views exceeded 100 million. Compared to his excitement, I just say oh indifferently. The streamer sees my cold reaction and is confused. He tells me the online comments are going crazy. Everyone's debating who's strongest among me, Jin Tae and Ryu 1J. I say coldly, I see. The streamer, feeling bored, prepares to leave. So who thinks I'm the strongest? I ask with interest. The streamer says that's exactly why they're arguing, because no one knows. Thank you for letting the world know about this match. My unexpected thanks leaves the streamer dumbfounded. I ignore him and continue talking to myself. Now it's time to fulfill the promise. The next day, 2 planes are parked on the beach. Carpaccio leads his group off the plane. This match won't be live streamed, so they have to come see it in person. On the other side, Carl's group also gets off their plane. A person wearing a conical hat appears in the shadows. It's this match's main character, Ryu 1J. Plank says now they just wait for the people from H-Nation, then they can begin. Soon, a large plane flies across the sky. After landing smoothly on the beach, boss's wife and everyone walk off the plane. Borsk has been waiting here for a while. After seeing everyone who came, Borsk voices his confusion. You said Earth Tiger Group executives would come. Why aren't they here? Boss's wife doesn't speak. 13 hours ago at the H-Nation airport. Before departure, Cheol Nam said he had some matters to handle. Boss's wife was confused. Cheol Nam pulls out a photo from his pocket. After seeing this person, boss's wife trembles with rage, because this person is the mercenary leader Johnson. Cheol Nam says Bong Sam was his brother. This revenge must be taken. Earth Tiger executives, hearing there's a lead on Bong Sam's killer, are on high alert. Boss's wife asks how they can find this person. Cheol Nam turns to look at the person behind him. It seems Talon provided the lead. For Bong Sam and the boss, they'll mobilize all of Earth Tiger's forces. Boss's wife closes her eyes, silently approving their action. Meanwhile, on the rooftop, Ryu 1J and I stand in the arena, surrounded by several cameras. In the conference room, the previous investment groups are also here. Carpaccio says regretfully, if they could live stream, they'd make a fortune. Plank tells him to be content. Carl adds, being able to watch such an amazing match is enough. After all, the last incident was too big. Plank says there definitely won't be any accidents this time. The 2 people on the rooftop face off. Ryu 1J asks, why fight? I tell him it's not about personal grudges, just pure combat. Ryu 1J says he owed me a favor before, so wasn't in the mood to fight. Then I'll fight until you fight back. Hearing this, Ryu 1J throws his head back laughing. He realizes my determination to fight. Weighing his fishing rod, says using this feels unfair since I'm still barehanded. I tell him not to worry about it. After all, he's just a toothless old man. Then let our hands do the talking. As soon as the words fall, Ryu 1J attacks. He lightly flicks his fishing rod. I sense danger and immediately leave my position. A camera behind me is smashed to pieces. This repays the favor from last time. Next time won't be so easy to dodge. Then what are we waiting for? My body shoots toward Ryu 1J like a cannonball, truly young and fearless. Ryu 1J watches me charging, then whips his rod, fishing line snaking eerily toward my neck. I quickly duck, narrowly dodging this attack, rapidly closing in on Ryu 1J again. Ryu 1J lightly shakes his fishing rod. The fishing lines retract again. Unable to dodge in time, my arm gets wrapped. Got you, young man. But contrary to his expectation, I ignore the fishing line and charge at him again. Ryu 1J swings his fishing rod forward. I dodge to the side while swinging my fist at him, but the fishing line is already taut, restricting my right hand. Still too young, kid. The more you struggle, the tighter the line wraps. Blood is already visible on my entire arm. Enduring the intense pain from my arm, I still strike toward Ryu 1J. Even if it means sacrificing an arm, I must seriously injure Ryu 1J. This is my unyielding fighting spirit, this fighting style of hurting the enemy 100% while damaging himself 80 shocks, even Ryu 1J. He twists his head to dodge my heavy punch. Ryu 1J glances at my bloodied arm. Move it again and you'll lose the arm. I advise you to give up. But all he gets in return is my grin. My left hand weirdly penetrates his defense, attacking his face. This is Wang Yong's signature technique. Ryu 1J has no choice but to defend himself, abandoning his fishing rod. His body spins like a top, dodging my swing, before I can follow up with more attacks. Ryu 1J, having steadied himself, delivers an upward kick. I slightly sidestep, dodging this kick while my right fist, free from the fishing line, hammers viciously at his face again. Ryu 1J is smashed into the ground, but the feedback from my fist feels completely wrong. That punch was blocked by the fishing rod. Ryu 1J's eyes are cold. No one has ever pinned me down before. He immediately kicks at my abdomen. The powerful kick makes my veins bulge with pain. Ryu 1J pushes off the ground with his palm. His body rises into the air, retreating backward, and I also retreat repeatedly, adjusting my breathing. Just stopping my retreat, I push off the ground, and my body launches toward Ryu 1J again. The two engage again, exchanging several moves, neither causing real damage. My repeated attacks are all blocked by the fishing rod, but I'm getting more and more excited. My fist rain down on Ryu 1J like a storm. Suddenly, Ryu 1J notices something wrong. Every strike of my fist is concentrated on the same spot of the fishing rod. Finally, after another heavy punch, multiple cracks appear on the fishing rod. Then with a snap, it breaks in two. Kid, were you targeting the fishing rod from the start? I smile slightly. Just found it annoying. What will you do now? Ryu 1J casually tosses the broken fishing rod aside. I admit you've got something, but that's all. He positions his right palm outward, fingers pointing down, assuming a strange stance. This ends here, kid. Hearing this, I laugh. Then I really must thank you. I swing my fist at Ryu 1J, inside a prison somewhere in H Nation. Second boss is lying leisurely reading a book. Two underlings find him, saying they're curious about the match between the boss and Ryu 1J. Second boss tells them to relax. The warden will bring the video after the match ends. One of them says tremblingly that things don't seem that serious. The two underlings surround him, warning him not to talk nonsense. Second boss sighs, recalling the past. Before, when seeking Wang Yong to avenge Big Boss, he was struck down a cliff. When he woke up again, he found himself lying in bed wrapped in bandages. Second boss struggled to get out of bed when he pushed open the wooden door. An old man's figure strolled casually through the forest. This old man was Ryu 1J. During the time spent with him, second boss deeply understood Ryu 1J's terrifying power. Even the current Kang Rei would probably have a hard time defeating him. Plank and the others are completely captivated by this spectacular match. On the other side, Mayong and the others are anxiously watching the fight. So Nam looks at my injured arm. She turns away, unable to bear watching anymore. Everyone's faces show expressions of worry. Mayong lowers her head and apologizes to my mother, saying she couldn't stop me. My mother doesn't blame her at all. Who could possibly stop Kang Rei now? Jin-tae glances at the battle. He can't help but clench his fists. At this moment, Ryu 1J thrusts a palm strike toward me. It appears to target my left side, but the actual strike lands on the right. Fortunately, my athletic gifts are extraordinary, and I manage to dodge it. Instead, I strike back first. My rear hand hook is evaded as Ryu 1J bends down. Then he grabs my collar. Before I can break free, he lifts a foot and kicks toward my temple. My arm barely blocks the strike. Ryu 1J stabilizes himself while spinning in the air. Once again, he launches a scorpion kick toward my face. But Ryu 1J shows no joy of success, because at this moment, the foot kicking toward me is caught in my hand. It turns out everything just now was a deliberate opening I created. Unable to escape, Ryu 1J takes my punch to the abdomen, but the attack is blocked again by his arms. He even uses the force to float backward. The moment Ryu 1J lands, he kicks off the ground. His body launches toward me again. The speed is so fast I can't react in time. Watching his extended right claw, I can't dodge. I can only raise both arms to take the hit head on. Unexpectedly, Ryu 1J's palm merely touches my arm lightly. The next second, my body feels like it's been hit by artillery. My entire body is blasted off the ground. It feels like all my internal organs have shifted. Unable to hold it back any longer, I spit out a mouthful of blood. My body can no longer support itself and falls backward. This split-second moment shocks everyone. It had been years since anyone forced me to use my full power. This alone deserves praise. Your organs must be damaged, but you'll recover after some rest. After saying this, he stops looking at me and turns to leave. Where are you going? This call startles Ryu 1J and stops him in his tracks. He turns around in disbelief. He sees me shakily standing up. Old man, you have no honor. You hit someone and then try to run. I'm only just getting started. How foolish. You don't even have the strength to stand, yet you continue to act tough. I don't listen to his advice and still rush toward him quickly, watching my fists swing toward him again. Ryu 1J's face shows no expression as he slowly extends his tiger claw again. While dodging my fist, he strikes toward me. Once again, it touches my lower back lightly, but instantly, my body spins just like before. I won't fall for the same move twice. Under Ryu 1J's astonished gaze, my fist flying toward his face grows larger and larger. Unexpectedly, it directly knocks off his conical hat, and his upward palm strikes my abdomen. You truly surprise me. Taking a strike with my full power, you can still move. But this is where it ends. With that, his inch force explodes inside my body. My entire body is blasted backward. Enduring the intense pain, I kick Ryu 1J with a back kick. Ryu 1J is in disbelief. That last strike was enough to rupture my spleen. He doesn't understand how I can still counterattack. Watching my incoming kick, Ryu 1J barely manages to dodge by bending down. My strike misses. The moment my body touches the ground, I kick off. My body redirects toward Ryu 1J again. Raising my massive fist, I attack again. Ryu 1J gradually weakens in the confrontation. In contrast, I'm getting more and more excited. His foot kicks my chin while my fist slams into his face. I'm like a fighting machine that knows no fatigue or pain. I raise my fist and advance again, and this time, the speed is even fiercer than before. A heavy punch directly sends Ryu 1J flying. He takes several steps back before stopping. This kid is actually still growing during the battle. What a terrifying guy. Like a monster. Both know this will decide the winner. They simultaneously strike each other's chests. The scene freezes like a still frame. Both attacks cave into each other's chests at the same time. Both spit blood simultaneously. After withdrawing their hands at the same time, they lock eyes. I'm still getting old. With that, Ryu 1J's body crashes backward, while I stand in the center without moving an inch. This outcome exceeds many people's expectations. Our people are more worried. Mayong and the others immediately rush to the rooftop. I still haven't moved at all in the arena. My mother instructs Mayong to take Ryu 1J back to his room. You worked hard, son. My mother's greeting receives no response from me. She immediately senses something is wrong. From the front, I'm bleeding non-stop, my face ashen. The moment my mother's hand touches my shoulder, my entire body collapses into her arms. I'm here. Don't worry. Hearing this, I wearily close my eyes. When I wake up again, I'm already in a hotel room. My entire body is wrapped in bandages. Every movement sends shooting pain through me. How do you feel, son? You're badly injured. It's best not to move. At this moment, Chu Sung Jin and Wang Myong do also come to see me. I learned that I was unconscious for 3 whole days. Seeing me awake, Chu Sung Jin starts making noise about wanting to compete with me, saying he could definitely beat me now. He immediately shuts up when he sees So Nam walk into the room. Everyone tactfully leaves the room. I try to say something to ease the awkwardness. So Nam throws herself into my arms, making me wince in pain. Then So Nam's shoulders shake as she begins to sob. After everything that has happened, she opens her heart to me again. I sigh inwardly and slowly close my eyes. I lift my hand and embrace So Nam. I decide to stop avoiding it. I face my feelings for So Nam directly. At this moment on the rooftop, Jin Tae stares blankly at the starry sky. No one knows what he's thinking at this moment. His mindset has changed. He hides in the training room, meditating. He keeps replaying in his mind the battle between me and Ryu 1J. If he were the one fighting instead, could he handle Ryu 1J's attacks? Could he achieve victory? Thinking through to the end, he can't help but furrow his brow. When he opens his eyes again, he's drenched in sweat. My mother appears behind him, asking what's wrong. Jin Tae says it's nothing. He asks in return if she's worried. If you wish, I'll give up this match. Hearing this, my mother falls silent, recalling the previous matches. I faced desperate situations time and again, yet emerge victorious. Not only is my strength formidable, but more importantly, my mindset of never backing down. So Jin Tae knows that fighting casually won't be enough to defeat me. That battle might be a fight to the death, because he knows that unless I stop breathing, I won't fall. So do you want me to give up the match? Jin Tae asks my mother again. You and Kang Rei are both my family. Kang Rei shouldn't. Even as she says this, my mother lacks confidence, as if making a great decision. After a long pause, my mother tells him to take the upcoming match seriously. Kang Rei would think the same way. Hearing this, Jin Tae is stunned for a moment. Then a smile curves at the corner of his mouth. Then let's cast everything else aside and enjoy the battle. On the other side, the jungle is covered in heavy snow. Several people are waiting for someone. As the car roars, they know the person has arrived. It turns out the one meeting them is JWAOE. Behind JWAOE are Cheol Nam and the Earth Tiger Group's top brass. They tell JWAOE they've had them trapped for over 10 days. They're holed up in a wooden cabin, refusing to surrender. At this moment, Jason and his group are completely out of supplies. JWAOE says they could have taken them down long ago, but wanted to do the boss a favor. Hearing that Bong Sam's killers are inside, White Dog immediately gets agitated, demanding to storm in and kill those bastards. Stone says it's best to consult the boss first. Cheol Nam directly interrupts him, saying there's no need. The Earth Tiger members also hear the anger in Cheol Nam's voice and don't dare to interrupt. Cheol Nam approaches JWAOE. He picks up the RPG on the ground, saying he'll borrow it. Then, under everyone's astonished gazes, he hoists it onto his shoulder, aiming directly at the wooden cabin. Without hesitation, he pulls the trigger. A missile trails smoke as it screams toward the cabin. Jason is still at the window, checking the situation outside. The next second, it explodes right there. With an explosion, the cabin becomes a massive fireball. Bong Sam's great revenge is avenged. Everyone watches this, their expressions solemn. Cheol Nam tosses the RPG aside, saying to prepare to go back. Can't miss the final match. Back on the island, I struggle to get up, but Plank asks me to rest more. I rebuke him. Who does he think he is? Plank doesn't get angry. He says the doctor advised at least a month of rest to recover. I don't care. This minor injury won't take a month. Plank says everyone wants to see a spectacular match, so I must maintain optimal physical condition. This makes me furious. Am I fighting to entertain you? Plank Plank says he understands, but still doesn't want to leave any regrets in the match. I tell him this minor injury only needs a week. Within a week, Chil Nam and the others return. Jin-tae is also meditating to adjust his condition. My relationship with So Nam returns to how it was before. A week later, I remove the bandages from my body. I straighten my clothes. With determined eyes, I walk out of the room to face the final match. The final battle location is still the rooftop. This battle stirs countless hearts. National leaders wait nervously in front of their screens for the match to begin. So Nam, Chu Seong-jin, and others are mostly worried, because both fighters are people close to them. In distant E Nation, a little boy sleeps peacefully, and Braun, who's putting him to sleep, is also watching the live stream on his phone. In R Nation, Jason slaps the floor saying it's about to start. He calls Saki over to watch together. Inside the H Nation prison, a group of people chatter while watching the stream, shouting that the boss will definitely win. The one telling them to shut up and be quiet is Second Uncle. A smile curves at the corner of Second Uncle's mouth. This kid has really made it. He actually took down Ryu 1J, truly Big Boss's son. Back at the rooftop, the match still hasn't started. It's already an hour past the scheduled time. The streamer doesn't know what's happening either. Just as he's about to check, huge crashing sounds come from behind the door. This immediately makes the streamer nervous. When he opens the door and leans out to look, the scene before him makes cold sweat pour down. Jin-tae and I are already fighting at the stairwell. An hour ago, I was preparing to head to the rooftop, but Jin-tae was already sitting on the stairs waiting for me. How's your body recovering? I don't care about his concern at all. Jin-tae grins. Kang-rae? You're as irritating as ever. But that's fine. Now I can beat you up without holding back. But before we fight, I still want to say something to you. Stop being as childish and willful as a kid. I don't understand what he means by this, but I can feel the contempt in his words. So what if you beat me? Will Bong Sam come back to life? Such childish behavior. His words startle me for a moment. Then I mock him. Are you scared? Trash talk is useless. Let your strength do the talking. Then I walk past him toward the rooftop. Seeing me so stubborn, Jin-tae launches a scorpion kick toward my face. His foot stops 10 centimeters from my face. The warning is crystal clear. Then let me see your strength. In that case, I'll also use my full strength. To be honest, I still care about what she thinks. His condescending attitude infuriates me, as if for her sake, he can decide the match's outcome at will. Before he can say anything more, I directly throw a punch at his face. Jin-tae slightly sidesteps to dodge it. Then, like a monkey, he kicks off the wall and his body soars into the air. His hand pushes off the stair railing. His body lands steadily on the stairs. And you're even childishly broadcasting this globally. Do you want to stand above everyone and enjoy their worship? Would Bong Sam forgive you? This round of questions ignites nameless fury in my chest. I never noticed before how good you are at running your mouth. You can say whatever you want about me, but talk about Bong Sam? You're looking for death. What Bong Sam means to me, you know nothing. Carrying boundless rage, I throw a punch at Jin-tae. Jin-tae's palm strike is blocked by my arm, and my fist is caught in his hand. The two of us face off on the stairway. Both our expressions show we want to tear each other apart. Suddenly, Jin-tae lifts a foot and kicks toward my chin. I quickly bend backward, dodging the strike. Jin-tae's body spins a full circle in the air. Then he kicks toward me. I raise my arm to block. The powerful force still kicks me back repeatedly. No matter how gifted you are, your fighting habits can't be changed, Jin-tae says with a smile. It seems he studied my fighting style thoroughly. I've been underestimated. But do you think that's enough to win? I swing my fist at Jin-tae again, but he uses the railing's rebound. A kick lands on my face, but I also take the chance to grab his pant leg. Before he can make a move, I grab his pant leg and yank it backward hard. Jin-tae's entire body stumbles forward, taking advantage of his unsteady stance. I throw a punch at his chest. Even though his arms block the punch, the powerful force makes his arms ache. His entire body is blasted backward. Jin-tae glances at the door behind him. He immediately crashes through the door, hoping to temporarily evade my attack, but it doesn't go as he wishes. The footsteps behind him remind him I'm rapidly approaching. Looking up, he sees me sprinting down the stairs. The streamer watches this spectacular battle. He quickly picks up his phone and starts streaming. In an instant, all the big shots receive the live feed. Mayong and the others watch the stream with furrowed brows. Sonam watches all this, her body trembling uncontrollably. And we've already exchanged dozens of attacks. Jin-tae relies on his agile movements to dodge my attacks, then waits for opportunities to counterattack my openings. And I still use my relentless fighting style. Every punch is with all my strength. But this attacking method inevitably leaves more openings. Suddenly, Jin-tae changes his palm to a fist. His middle knuckle protrudes out. He lands continuous heavy strikes on my openings. Mists of blood rise in the air. Is this all you've got? Jin-tae taunts. These words undoubtedly ignite my fury. I throw another punch at him. As if he's already seen through my attack pattern, Jin-tae easily dodges it. He even turns back to continue taunting. Now you know the gap in our strength, right? My continuous attacks are dodged again. When I'm caught in a stiff moment, Jin-tae lifts his foot and kicks toward the back of my head. If this strike lands, it will be very dangerous. And watching all this, my mother remains calm. Who do you think will win? Mayong and Wang Mayong-do remain silent. Or rather, who do you want to win? My mother turns and asks again. Wang Mayong-do murmurs, no matter who wins the match, I will become stronger. At this moment, inside a room, Jin-tae suddenly crashes through the door and flies in. His body takes several steps back before stopping. Jin-tae gasps for air. His expression is even more grim. Seeing your expression, are you finally getting serious? I advance toward him step by step. You should have gone all out from the start. Otherwise, you won't have any chance at all, bastard. The streamer rushes down with his phone. Just as he's about to enter the room, a chair comes flying at him. It grazes his body and smashes into the wall fall behind. Inside the room, the two exchange punches and kicks. Although both are blocked, both their gazes remain fierce. I seize an opening and grab Jin-tae's braid. I yank it backward hard. Jin-tae's body immediately stumbles. He wants to break free, but I don't give him the chance. I swing a fist hard toward him. Jin-tae's eyes turn cold. He does something that surprises me. He opens his mouth and bites the braid. Then he bites down hard. He forcibly bites through the braid while breaking free. He bends down and dodges my attack. His palm presses lightly on my abdomen. Then inch force explodes inside my body. One palm strike pushes me back. I also retreat continuously to the bedside before stopping. What a troublesome punk. At this moment, Jin-tae stands with his hands behind his back and even beckons me with his finger. He's full of disdain for my crude fighting style. This scene is broadcast live to everyone in real time. So Nam trembles all over with tension. She doesn't understand why men are all like this. To compete for the title of strongest, they can fight people close to them. Chu Sung-jin stammers, unable to explain. He only hopes this farce ends quickly. On my mother's side, she's also staring at the big screen. Ryu Won-jae walks in. My mother asks how his body is recovering. Ryu Won-jae jokes that his bones are practically falling apart. Even so, he doesn't want to miss this spectacular match. Ryu Won-jae begins analyzing the two opponents. Jin-tae trained from childhood and applied it to real combat. But I'm different. I grew rapidly through actual battles, and street fighting doesn't stick to any particular form. He adapts to the environment, using everything around him to create favorable conditions. As soon as he finishes speaking, I grab the bed sheet. The sheet falls directly over Jin-tae. Jin-tae didn't expect this sudden move, and my fist is hidden in the sheet. At the critical moment, Jin-tae sidesteps to dodge, but he also loses the initiative. I leap high, pouncing like an eagle on its prey. A powerful and heavy punch strikes out, and Jin-tae has nowhere left to dodge. He takes the heavy punch solidly and flies backward. The streamer just realizes something's wrong, but it's already too late. Jin-tae crashes directly into him. Fortunately, this prevents Jin-tae from being too seriously injured, and I follow. Both of us erupt with astonishing momentum again. Jin-tae stomps the ground with a cracking sound. The streamer's pupils shrink. My 14 Pro Max 512 GB Gold Edition phone. Jin-tae ignores his wailing. His body shoots toward me like a cannonball, his eyes full of anger, and I smile slightly, ready for battle. Come at me, punk. Meanwhile, the streamer quickly runs to the rooftop. He finds the camera nearby and starts filming directly. He shoulders the camera and runs back downstairs. This intense battle could decide the outcome in an instant. If he doesn't record the result, it will be his life's greatest regret. When he reaches the room where we were just fighting, he finds it's already empty. Fighting sounds come from a room nearby. With a roar, I'm blasted out of the room and slam into the wall. Immediately after, Jin-tae also rushes out. A knee strike toward me hits nothing. Missing with one strike, he launches a spinning kick toward me, and at this moment I abandon defense and throw a punch at the same time. My fist caves into Jin-tae's chest. His foot also kicks me at the same time. I'm blasted into the wall again, and Jin-tae is also knocked back several steps. Neither of us pauses for a breath. We charge at each other again. While dodging my punch, Jin-tae launches another palm strike at me. It seems unavoidable. I can only raise my arm to take the hit, but Jin-tae's palm strangely passes through my arm and suddenly grabs my neck. It's decided. Jin-tae's gaze is fierce. Then he twists his palm. Inch force explodes in my neck, passing through my body. My throat feels sweet. I spit out a mouthful of blood. My strength seems instantly drained. I collapse to my knees. Surrender, otherwise you will die, Jin-tae declares from above. I force myself to straighten up. Are you kidding me? I haven't even started yet. Seeing me so stubborn, Jin-tae lifts a foot. He viciously chops down toward my head. The powerful force makes my forehead slam hard into the ground. At this moment, I lie on the ground without moving. It's over. The streamer stammers from the side. Jin-tae is also exhausted, gasping heavily. You're really ruthless. The voice that comes again makes Jin-tae's blood run cold. After I straighten up again, Jin-tae quickly retreats backward, creating a safe distance. Is he like a cockroach? This is the only thought in Jin-tae's mind right now. Meanwhile, I'm still grinning strangely. This is incredibly interesting. Jin-tae exhales heavily. If death is the only way to end this, then let me help you. With that, he charges at me like lightning again, and I seem to have given up defense, standing there blankly. But what's shocking is, Jin-tae's lightning-fast palm strike is dodged simply by me leaning my neck back slightly. This makes Jin-tae feel very uneasy. Jin-tae, the same move doesn't work on me. As my fist comes crashing in, images from childhood flash through Jin-tae's mind in an instant. He was taken in by his master as a child to train in martial arts. On his master's deathbed, he entrusted the hope of the martial lineage to him. As the heir to the martial lineage, he won't lose and cannot lose. This is not just a personal victory or defeat, but the dignity of the martial lineage. Although he's in the air, he forcibly twists his waist and lands steadily on the ground. From now on, let's fight to the death. The battle between the two has already lasted an hour. Although that fist-to-flesh fighting style is very physically draining, neither of us pauses to catch our breath after separating. We immediately clash again. Who knows how many punches we've taken, how many injuries we've sustained. There's only one belief in our hearts: take down the opponent. This insane battle shocks everyone watching, but the two of us in the arena are getting more and more excited. I land a heavy punch that knocks down Jin-tae. Everyone thinks the winner has been decided. Plank even clenches his fists, but then he releases them. Although unwilling to accept it, we've already reached heights he can't match. Suddenly, Jin-tae kicks me and slams me into the ground. Both of us are at the end of our rope. Jin-tae gasps heavily. He says he absolutely won't lose, but I stand up again. This makes Jin-tae Jin-tae feel despair and helplessness for the first time. You lost. As my words drift out, I sweep a whip kick toward Jin-tae. Jin-tae is swept away and slams into the wall. Although his arms protect his head in time, the powerful force has made it difficult to lift them. At this moment, my attack comes at him again, a confident smile of victory on my face. Countless fist shadows instantly engulf Jin-tae. Each strike is like a hammer, pounding on everyone's hearts. Jin-tae is like a lone boat in the ocean, at the mercy of the storm. I gather all my strength into one fist. One punch strikes Jin-tae, who makes no defensive moves. It's over, right? Jin-tae is seen standing against the wall for a long time. Suddenly his body moves slightly. I'm telling you, kid, don't move again. Suddenly interrupted by my mother's roar. My fist stops in front of Jin-tae. It's already over, my mother says calmly. I turn back to look at Jin-tae. It turns out he's been unconscious for quite some time. I grin. For the sake of the martial lineage cannot lose, he actually passed out standing up. What a maniac. At this moment, Jin-tae's body slides and is about to fall. I grab his collar. I said I would win. Then I put his arm over my shoulder and carry him toward my mother. I won. My mother sees both of us are okay and smiles with relief. So Nam sees it's finally over and can't help but cry. Ryu-1J sees the winner has been decided and turns to leave. He glances at Wang Myongdu. How exciting. On the Earth Tiger Group side, everyone cheers with joy. Borsk side also shouts with excitement. To see such a match in this lifetime is worth it. Plank also sincerely praises this match. At the prison, everyone also cheers for the boss's victory. Second uncle's lips curl up. This kid is exactly like his old man. A year has passed since the match, so Nam and I are on a date at a restaurant, but the place is filled with men in black, which makes her very unhappy. So Nam eagerly suggests going to an amusement park on the weekend, but I awkwardly scratch my head, because I have plans for the weekend. Instantly, so Nam unleashes her fury. You don't even have time for a relationship. I don't know what you're busy with every day. After much coaxing, I promise to make it up next time and finally calm her down. The person I'm meeting this weekend is Second Uncle. Today's the day he's released from prison. Cheol-nam leads the subordinates to respectfully greet Second Uncle. Second Uncle is about to ask where Kang Rae is. I stride confidently toward him. Long time no see, Second Uncle. At another mysterious mountain location, Divine Blade Seiki and Jax are training. My mother and Ryu-1J sit cross-legged. On another side, Jin-tae and Wang Myongdu are also sparring and training. Everyone is working hard to improve themselves. They're incredibly confident in the results of a year's training. Inside the Earth Tiger Group headquarters, I instruct Cheol-nam to cancel all of today's schedule, because important guests are visiting today, and at this moment, Jin-tae, Ryu-1J, and the others are downstairs. You're here, my defeated opponents. This time I will still win.